Sure.
Absolutely. It's some
Hijinks.
great memories, and it's great to have you here, Art. Thank you, and continued
Good
success.
to see you again, brother.
Same to you.
Yeah.
Same to you. That's Art from Everclear, backstage way back Pointfest.
Time to save some green. Go visit my good friends over at Mount Top Motor Company out there in Troy. They have an incredible lineup of cars, trucks, SUVs. In fact, you can see the whole inventory right now at mounttopmotors.com. And to top it off, no payments for 90 days. They have some of the best financing around, all kinds of ways to save some money. And what's amazing about them is they're just down to earth. It's a no pressure environment. So you're gonna find the right car. You're gonna enjoy the process because they're amazing. So aim higher, go to Mount Top Motor Company. It's mounttopmotors.com.
So last time you saw the garage, the place was full of stuff. It was dirty, it was dingy.
So this is the inside of the garage. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep some of this structure here and then kind of build around it.
And now look. It's a house! So now we got siding. We got windows. We even have a roof and a patio. So let me bring you guys inside. Oh, hey, you wanna come in? Let's go. It's night and day for what you guys saw before. I mean, this is an actual house now with rooms all framed at. But here's the cool part. We kept basically the frame of the old garage. I mean,
Hey, good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, and we are right here for you. Ready to give you all hugs.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Do you like hugging people? You don't.
No.
Tell the people the truth.
No, a metaphorical hug.
Ah,
With my words.
that's nice.
I was going to say with my mouth, but that is...
That's something
would
else.
be-
Hugging somebody with your mouth
That
is
would
something
be
else.
inappropriate.
Something, yeah. Well,
Yep.
Let's all play Who's
With
in my
the
mouth?
words, nope.
Okay.
With the words that are, it's too early for that. With the words that are coming out of our mouths. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm on methamphetamines this morning.
Okay.
I took
great.
some Robitussin, and it's a whole new world. I don't know. I mean, this is why they lock that stuff up at CVS.
You're tussin' tripping?
I'm tussin.
They
dude.
locked the
Robotripping.
tussin up?
Yeah, dog.
Dang.
I
Is
bought
ever
some.
Robotrip?
It's a freaking nightmare.
No.
Are we allowed to talk about that on the air?
No.
As a kid?
I know about it. No, we used to take NyQuil and then try to, like, fight it.
Yeah.
Well, I was doing that last night, too. I got in bed at 7:30, and then
Nice.
this morning I woke up, took a little cough and chest congestion, Robitussin, and I am flying to the moon.
Flying high. They locked the Robitussin up, huh? Is that new?
Y'all are crazy people. That stuff scares me to death. I'm not scared of much, but I don't know. Anything that says drowsy freaks me out.
No, it's not drowsy. This Robitussin is not
Tussin
drowsy.
ain't drowsy.
Oh, then what's the point?
What this?
Tussin it's clearing you
Tussin
out.
is
Oh.
decongestant.
Oh, I thought. Did you say
NyQuil
something about
is-
tripping?
Well, it's
Well,
like
they call it Robotripping. Is that what they use in the scissorp?
that's right. The pink, the purple
I'm
drink.
sorry.
be.
I
No.
apologize
No,
for
that
saying
was
that
cool.
word.
Wait.
The lean? Is that what they use in the lean?
And what does that do? What does? How does the trip
You drink
work?
a bottle of Robitussin, which was a white trash kid's way of couldn't
That's
get our
like
hands on acid.
That's like a codeine alternative, right? Robitussin?
Yeah, they called it Robotripping because you'd like drink the whole, way more than the recommended dose, and then you start to get things get wonky because it does have like low grade methamphetamine
Oh, I see.
ingredients.
Yeah,
Robotripping, a guide for parents of teens.
Here we go.
Yes, please.
Bring the awareness.
Yeah, let's raise awareness.
What is Robotripping? Yes, these are for. Listen, the kids are asleep.
They are.
Or they're
Let
on their
'em-
way to school,
hey.
wishing they had something.
No
that would
kids
pep them
going to
up a
school
little
at
bit.
6:09.
You're right.
Okay, the alarms are probably going off right now.
Chinese kids are.
Parents, let them hit snooze for a couple times. All right, this is for you.
Mm-hmm.
What is Robotripping?
Go.
I haven't heard that term in a very, very long time.
Since the 90s.
Is this what that filter song is about?
Robotripping is a form of substance abuse that allows teens to experience effects such as euphoria. Because we don't want kids being happy, am I right? And auditory and visual hallucinations by recreationally using products containing dextromethorphan
That's right.
in doses higher than recommended. DXM, not to be confused with DMX.
No, and by the way, I didn't like overdo it. I just took a capful. I did the recommended dose.
I'm sorry. I am still
sorry.
reading about
Pardon me.
Robotripping.
It was a laundry cap full.
DXM is an opioid substance found in over-the-counter medications, such as those for coughs or colds, available in liquid, lozenge, or extended release. Tablet formats with over 125 OTC medicines sold that contain this ingredient. These medications are readily available and easily purchased, although some states require the purchaser to be at least 18 years or older.
Yes.
Additionally, DXM can be purchased in illicitly manufactured powders or tablets from sources found on the internets. One doctor says cough syrup is something that stays off an adult's radar. It's common in most homes, and you don't hear ads out there saying lock it up. Misuse of DXM started gaining ground in the 90s and our more formidable years, right?
That's right.
yeah.
What's up?
Our people were so good at being dumb.
According to the doctor, more recently, it's common for kids to hear about DXM in music, mostly in rap songs.
Rap
Oh,
Yep. It's also talked about a lot on social media, with some posts by teens even showing recommended dosing or ways to combine DXM with other substances to Robotrip.
Do your slow-mo voice, Rafe.
Slow-mo voice.
Say Robotrip in your slow-mo voice.
I don't know what you're talking about. Robotripping. Hey, I'm in the spirit world. I'm Robotripping. You guys like robotism?
Robotripping.
I think I heard my parents.
Oh, so on this website here, it just tells you, there's the different steps, what happens during your Robotrip, and
it's
What
the,
happened?
It's the Will Ferrell dart.
well,
in
I mean, the
the neck.
first
You got a dart in your neck.
Simon and Garfunkel.
the first plateau. They say the first plateau is your users feel mild effects and an uplifted mood, becoming more talkative and energetic.
Here I am.
Some say the effects are similar to using ecstasy. What?
Yes.
So you feel good?
I feel good.
You feel all right?
Second plateau, this stage is compared with alcohol
Hello,
intoxication,
Dad.
except with a more noticeable decrease in cognitive function and motor skills, feeling
Oh, for
euphoric,
sure.
as well as visual and auditory hallucinations are likely. Then you get your third plateau. Users will experience sensations similar to if they use ketamine.
I was in the office after you guys all left, and I was just blaring an Aerosmith concert from like the early aughts, and so I'm at that level
You're
of
there.
Robotussin, whatever level.
Are you now on the third plateau where it feels like you're on ketamine?
Yes.
You're
Effects
Aerotussin.
include disassociation, which refers to feeling disconnected from reality, loss of motor coordination, and intense hallucinations.
I'm there.
Yeah.
Do we have a ride or unicycle?
And
I
then
would
your
love to.
fourth plateau is effects are likened to taking PCP.
Whoa.
Good
Out-of-body
Lord.
experiences, reduced pain perception can occur, delirium, aggression, maybe violence.
Hey, throw me to the haters today. I choose violence.
So, yep, have fun on the Robotussin.
I will. I didn't take it yesterday. Yesterday I was on Dayquil. Decided to do something a little different today.
Well, yesterday was one hell of a day, I tell you that.
What happened?
Yesterday, well, it was, the weather was gorgeous.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I know I went
Yeah,
on a
all
walk.
of us were tripping.
Yeah, we were all tripping. I came home yesterday. My wife was out on the deck.
Tripping on sunlight.
With Tina.
They were doing work out on the deck.
I
they
saw
were
a
actually
post.
building. They were building a deck.
Yeah.
I saw that Tina had your wife's clothes on because Tina arrived in winter
You know
gear
what?
and then she had to change into Mills's clothes.
They're doing some social media stuff that I don't want to get into.
Well, yeah, we don't have to get into that.
There's a paywall and everything. It's an OnlyFans situation.
Oh my goodness,
Nice.
I'm jealous.
Anyway,
Well, I got a little bit of a bone to pick about that with you, but
what?
Wow.
because I decluttered our house all weekend, and guess where your clutter's coming to? She comes home with a bag. It's like, look at all this cool stuff. And it was like just knickknacks, baskets, like stuff going
From
back
my
in the
house?
house, dude. This is a constant. It's the ebb and flow of binge and purge.
Well, we like to shuffle our garbage from one house to
I
another.
know, and it's
So now it's your problem.
She's like, look at this cool.
Once it leaves my property,
That's
know.
sweet.
it's somebody else's problem.
I know. That proud person is me. I was like, wait, we just threw a bunch of stuff out this weekend to declutter.
Listen, Tina's helping my wife with some social media stuff because she's ignorant when it comes to it. And Tina's very good with social media.
Mm-hmm.
So she pays her in garbage from our house, which is great.
But also Tina,
pretty sweet deal.
you can
Sweet deal.
subscribe to Tina's channels, and like she does the thrifting, and so I mean it's not all from the Rizzuto
Thrift
house.
away.
I saw that she got a really cool pillow the other day.
Yep.
Not from my house. Anyway,
everywhere.
yesterday, the wife was working outside. I go, all right. The patio table being put to use in February.
Mm-hmm.
High temperature yesterday, 76 degrees. Broke an old record that dates back to some 130 years ago. Broke a 130-year-old record yesterday. Now, this is from Fox 2. Their records go back 150 years, so it was one of the oldest records that they actually had left in the books. Now, if you go back to the beginning of those weather records and count all the days of February, there have been 1,211 February days. Out of all those days, only 42 of them got to 75 degrees or higher. That's only 3.4% of the days. Now, as warm as it was yesterday, it's been a lot warmer in February's past, as recently as last year. In fact, the warmest February day ever was last year when we got to 86. Who remembers that?
Not me.
Dang.
Yep.
February 27th of last year was 86 degrees.
Jeez.
Now, working down the list, you have a leap day in 1972, 85 degrees. February 1st, 1911, 84. That was the earliest St. Louis has ever experienced an 80-degree day.
Most of those were late February, though. This
February 1st, 1911 was 84 degrees.
Wow.
The other interesting point about that year, after we hit the earliest 80-degree temperature on record, we went on to have 3 major winter storms later in February and March, and we are expecting maybe freezing rain tomorrow.
It's perfect.
Sweet.
So hope you enjoyed it.
I did.
I'm glad I didn't fall for it and wash my car. I almost did.
Mm-hmm.
Almost fell for it yesterday. I was like, I'm going to get my car washed and detailed and get it all done. And I go, don't do it. This is a fool's spring.
It's
my
full
man.
spring, man.
There's going to be another dusting and another salting. Well, not in Missouri. They don't salt, but, you know.
Yeah.
We're lucky here.
Yeah, hope you didn't fall into the whole full spring thing. And yeah, I tell you what, the car washes were crowded yesterday.
Oh, yeah, there's one by my house, and it was bumping.
Also, the parks, the kids were all out, which is great.
Yep, I went to Forest Park. I played out there.
You played? You
Hit
were
the
hit the
slides,
old
hit the
jungle
whole
gym, huh?
Oh, yeah. You and Al had a very romantic afternoon, I
Yeah.
saw. Cute.
You were out and about?
Yeah, we're out and about, just out on town. you know?
Out on the town. Yeah, yesterday was a day for the kids to be out in the park. Yeah, maybe a little muddy. You know, that snow from a couple weeks ago is pretty much gone, but it's still muddy.
Oh, yeah.
But still. Now, we all did a lot of park play when we were kids, right? And we remember the park equipment when we were younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
We were the last year for the playground at our elementary school because it was wooden, and you got,
Splinter.
railroad size splinters, dude.
splinter, sharp corners.
Yeah, it was made out of railroad ties for the most part. Like
Yeah.
the posts were.
Yeah.
I swear they were like treated railroad ties. Which, by the way, you can't make those. It's illegal to make
Oh,
those.
just imagine running your hand across.
Oh, dude,
across it right now.
I remember if you were playing tag, there were parts where you wouldn't run past just because you might, catch a log in an arm.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like just splinters this big. So we avoided those, but you make do with what you got.
Right.
And we did just fine. And then of course we get out of school, we go to middle school. We're now in prison basically because that's what middle school is, and elementary school gets this fresh new plastic, huge, beautiful playground.
Should we bring back the rusted out slides? I think we should.
It was a gauntlet. It was a gauntlet, and if you couldn't survive it, maybe you shouldn't be out here.
Should we put a pit of spikes below the monkey bars?
Yep.
Should we, Should we add more parking for windowless vans at
Why not?
playgrounds? I don't know.
Make a dedicated spot.
It was Running Man out there, right? That's the one where Arnold's.
Yeah, you go
all
through the
different
gauntlet.
games. Yeah. And if
that was the original American Ninja Warrior.
Yeah, if you don't
Only
get
no foam or water to fall in, you fell on the hard ground.
Yeah, now you got the ground up tires. If the kid falls down, it's fine. It might as well be a angel arms.
Yeah, dude, don't let your bully catch you on that all metal merry-go-round.
Yeah,
you ain't getting off.
Everything hurt. Everything was either metal.
You're pulling 5 Gs before you get off that thing, dude. It was like training for NASA.
It was metal or wood. The ground hurt.
Ours was just pipe. It was like a metal saucer that someone had lubed the ball bearing to the nth degree. There was a sinkhole because it was like coal mining country, so it was a little lopsided, which gave it pretty much the Earth's axis towards the sun. And if your bully caught you on it and started spinning, you ain't getting off, dude.
Well, the spinny merry-go-round thing.
Yeah,
and
where
if
they
you
just
remember,
like slap the pipe as it goes by, and you're trying to just like find something to focus on because the centrifugal force, you're pulling like 3 or 4 Gs, and you start to black out.
If you remember the perimeter of that thing, just from all the dragged feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, there may have been wood chips there at one point. Now it's like just rock.
Yeah.
Because of
nice
all the
rainy day, it's just mud.
all the dragged feet around it.
Oh yeah, you've exposed shale.
Somebody's little
that little path around the merry-go-round's ready to be fracked.
somebody's little sister is still under there.
Probably.
Yeah, dude. There's bodies like you're finding in the sediment. You're finding fossilized kids who never got off.
No, and if you look at those, the old playgrounds of yesteryear when we were, playing on them. At one point, there was like fresh mulch or wood chips. It wasn't mulch, it was wood chips.
Yeah, but it ruined it.
And those wood chips, which were never, ever changed or refreshed.
Yeah, I assumed it was the grinded bones of weak children.
That's right.
Those things hurt as well when you fall on those. But some parents think we coddle kids too much, and they're becoming too soft. And in the Netherlands, the country, they're trying to correct this by making playgrounds, and I kid you not, less safe.
I've heard this whole theory.
Oh, you have? And, well, they're enacting it in the Netherlands.
I'm not sure. First of all, the safetification of all this stuff, I don't think it was, some of it was done for the kids' sake. Most of it was done for the parents' sake. Because let's be real.
And for legality things.
Yeah, you're right. But let's be real. My parents were probably no different than most parents, that after the second or third or fourth hospital visit, they were pissed. So when I came home bleeding, I was apologizing. I wasn't crying. I was apologizing because I didn't want to be in trouble, because I knew that as soon as they saw that I was bleeding from my head, they'd have to
But did you blame
put
the
me
park?
back in a car. What?
Did they blame the park?
No, they blame me, because they would say, don't you come back bleeding.
Right.
And if I came back bleeding, I was in trouble. And this is not a joke. This is not an exaggeration. This is real. After the third hospital visit, every single time I came home bleeding, I would just go, listen, I'm sorry. I don't think it's that bad. I would try to downplay it.
Well, here's what the Netherlands is doing. And this is, I 100% agree with this. So a new policy proposal in the Netherlands would increase kids' access to open outdoor play areas to, quote, climb, play with water and fire, sword fight with sticks, build with hammers, ropes, or knives, and wrestle and fall. Now, it's not just about making spaces riskier. It's about making them less boring.
Amen, brother.
And they say more kids are sitting inside, being less active, because playing on their devices is more exciting than finding adventure outside. So what they're trying to do is make this stuff more exciting for the kids.
Yeah, that's good. It's a rebranding of the park.
Right, which is great.
That
and
is
one
great.
one mom says risk-taking play can be a good thing because it's learning about boundaries. Someone else says rough playing might lead to bumps or cuts, but it helps kids make social contact and learn to deal with risks.
Yeah, we're supposed, like, in our evolution, you see, like, anthropologists talk about how just like animal cubs, like little baby animals, our children are supposed to be playing, like physically going out and like walking on logs and roughhousing and having some sort of
Owies.
play and owies. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what a playground is for.
It's wild to think that owies are that's our lesson. That's a kid's lesson.
well,
like, oh my God, I just did that, and that really hurts.
The metal slide that's sitting in the sun in the middle of August, that's 195 degrees, that you burn the back of your leg when you're wearing shorts. It's just a lesson learned.
Yes, and
melt
owie,
your umbros.
And owie is nature's lesson, man. It's just the easy way to teach me that hurts.
Sure. Yeah. That's another thing too with the modern playground, how they use recycled tires and stuff like that to make it softer. It's causing kids to get hurt. Like supposedly it's causing kids to get hurt worse outside of those playgrounds because they don't realize when they fall from the tree it's going to hit the same way. And so they'll do that kind of stuff. They're more likely to break bones now and all that than they did in the past, supposedly. So people are pushing for wood chips and all that.
Uncles are more important than they've ever been.
Yep.
Because they are the person in your life who will allow you to do dangerous things safely. Because that's part of resilience, like Lern said. It's part of, and I think it is a concept of some kind, but it's like basically taking risk management where there's a chance of injury, minimizing it by having a little bit of supervision, but not helicopter parenting. Like I'll put my niece up in a tree, and I'm like, climb. I'm under the tree. If she biffs it, I'll try to catch her.
Try is the word.
Yes.
I'll at least break her fall.
I'll do my best.
I'll break her fall.
What's
I'll lay under her if I have to. But it's like I think that.
But mom ain't gonna let her do that because she doesn't want to deal with a
hospital visit.
With a hospital visit.
Yeah, well, and there's a leniency when you go into aunt and uncle territory. Like if you let your kid fall as a mom, that's bad parenting. You let your nephew fall as an uncle, uncle just wasn't there. There's a leniency to it.
I guess so. But I was thinking about some things from the past we should bring back to toughen up the kids.
I like this.
Totally off the top of my head, just things we should bring back from the past to toughen up today's kids.
I know one right off the
Go ahead.
Homemade ramps. Come on. Bring them back. Found a piece of plywood out behind out in the alley.
Anymore. Now, kids aren't riding their bikes anymore.
Hell no, dude. I ain't seen it. I'm talking like right out in the open. All right, in front of the house. Right on the sidewalk. Here's 3 cinder blocks and a piece of plywood that can barely support the weight. It bends as you go up over it, and it's probably going to fall off the blocks. Your front tire hits the cinder blocks, and you go flying over the handlebars. But you learn that ramps need reinforcement. That's right. Risky behavior, and you get a second shot at it. That's what all this is about.
You learn velocity.
Velocity, physics.
And you learn calculated risks. Like I took a risk.
Angles.
Yeah.
Right.
It's geometry in person.
Learning.
While playing.
I
was thinking more like, let's bring back candy cigarettes because looking cool never tasted so sweet.
Hey, those never went away.
Candy cigarettes?
You just got to know where to get them.
That's right.
Come out to St.
You have
Charles.
to go to one of those vintage candy stores.
Come out to St. Charles, man. We're about 45 years behind everything. I'm telling you, dude, they never went away.
The convenience stores and everything.
Because I remember the candy cigarettes. First of all, they looked like Lucky Strikes packs.
Yeah. Still do.
I love whenever they had the fake embers at the end because they went away. That was the first disintegration of the candy cigarette when they stopped lighting them. When the little ash at the end was not red anymore, then you knew something was up.
It was off-centered.
First, they were the ones that were actually rolled in paper.
Yes.
Yeah. There was ones that were,
that had powdered sugar in there where you kind of puff out and it would look like
Oh, yeah, those were the bubblegum ones.
Yeah, those are the bubblegum ones.
Never felt
cigar
closer
ones
to
are
my
still made
father
like
than
that.
us both smoking,
Yeah,
as a child.
Scott's right. They still have the bubblegum cigars.
Yeah, that have the smoke.
With the dust.
Yeah.
You don't see them out.
It's like talcum powder or something.
You don't see them out, though, anymore. Those used to be, like, on the candy shelf in a gas station.
Or in a gift bag at a buddy's birthday party.
Right. At Cracker Barrel, they used to have them.
They would sell them at Cracker Barrel?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Huh. So we got to bring back candy cigarettes and make them more mainstream again.
Yeah. And do a menthol version. We could be innovative.
Sure.
They got to be
Let's do a
candy
mint.
vapes now.
Yeah.
You got to have this is my candy vape.
Nobody's candy vaping.
It's like a ring puff.
Bring back the cigarettes. I think we should bring back lawn darts. What says backyard fun more than catching knives, right?
Love that.
Do they do sea monkeys anymore?
No, but I used to go to the science center and buy them, and then wasn't that the coolest?
Well, because the sooner the kids learn about death, the better.
Well, and that you can come back from the dead, because essentially a sea monkey was freeze-dried fleas. I don't even know what the hell it was.
Shrimp. I thought it was shrimp.
Was it shrimp?
Brine shrimp?
And then you brought them back from the dead, and it was so cool. And you had a little magnifying glass.
And you ordered from the back of the little magazine.
Listen, I think the sooner the kids learn about death, the better. Even if it's only 45 seconds after dumping them in a bowl of water, right?
Dude, the pictures they used to have in the back of comics for those
look so cool.
Because it would be like a little fleshy looking thing with like a crown on its head.
And a sexy one.
And then, there was like a sexy one.
It was a sexy sea monkey?
There was a sexy woman sea
comic
monkey.
book sea monkey ad.
I thought one was like Neptune.
Huge
Well, yeah, it looks like
monkey
made them look like
knockers.
they had a flesh crown. Like a crown, but it was actually their head,
Yes.
like Bart Simpson. It was kind of trippy looking, dude, and I wanted it so bad.
And I wanted them to look like that, and they never
too.
did. They looked bizarre.
Because you learn about disappointment.
Yeah.
You learn about false advertising also.
You did.
They look like, they look like a 60s version of Pinky and the Brain meets Aliens.
Yeah,
or
pull that.
Let me see.
It's weird, dude.
Look up sexy sea monkey.
Oh, yeah, that's...
Oh.
Yeah, that's
There's Bill
later.
Gates.
I'm talking like
you're talking like
here,
the comic
exit
book.
out of this and go
Yeah.
back and look at the images
the
down
Mad
below.
Magazine
the
or
back of the
something?
comic book ones.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
Trippy.
and how much were they?
They were cheap.
Right
like
there.
$20 right
Click
now.
on that Sea Monkey Ocean Zoo one. Look at the front of it. Look at these things. Nope. The other one, red. Yeah. They still got the old school ad, kind of. Look at those
Look at
things,
the sexy
dude.
one. See her?
Look at the mom on the ground, like
Check
with her
her
legs
out.
crossed.
She's
dude.
naked.
Yeah, she's naked, and she's kind of got like voluptuous hips. Love it.
Wow.
How much? $19 for sea.
Oh my
We should
God.
get sea monkeys in here.
Absolutely
Guaranteed.
guaranteed to grow.
Yeah, that's why I.
How long
need
do they
them.
last?
Just add water, instant life.
About 13 seconds, from what I remember. Not a
Yeah,
long
I
time.
remember like a 45-second lifespan for those things, and that's it.
You're supposed to feed them? Would that help?
I don't know how you. I don't remember how you care for them. We need to bring back easy bake ovens
Yes.
Yep.
because third-degree burns are like a free tattoo. Am I right?
And burning the house down because nothing says fire like I'm making brownies in my easy bake oven, Dad. Oh, so good. You could have it in your room. Nothing was more independence than that.
Did you had one?
Of course.
It's just a light bulb, right?
It's just a light bulb, and it was just like a packet. I mean, you're essentially making like, poor people brownies, like that you could just make in the microwave, like in a mug.
Right.
Yeah.
And it would take forever
Yeah.
because it was you were cooking with a light bulb.
Yes. And you'd get impatient and you just eat the mush.
Gum and baseball cards.
Oh, so hard, right?
Kids should know what it's like to chew a razor, right?
It would always break.
It was so brittle.
Yeah.
Plus, what we're doing it for. The flavor was just awful.
I'd eat it.
Disgusting.
I
I would
did
too.
I did every time.
Because you were supposed to. I mean, throwing it away felt like a waste.
I'd steal it on my cousin's because I never had baseball cards, but my cousin did, and I'd steal his gum.
Yeah, it would like just break apart in your mouth before it actually got soft, and it was a weird. There was a weird maybe 10 to 15 seconds where you're trying to get it going, and it would like powder out.
Yeah. Brittle.
But it was a weird. It was a weird texture, if I remember.
Well, and
Yeah,
it was
it's made
packaged-
from discarded baseball cards.
Yeah, it was packaged with the cardboard, with everything. So it was like,
And
who
it
knows
took on those properties.
I want to see, how you get to see how the sausage is made. We've seen how chicken nuggets are made, and we've seen how hot dogs are made, and all those kind of things. How was that made? I want to see
Nobody
a
knows.
Modern Marvels video of in the factory.
Nobody knows.
Cutting the gum sticks and putting them in
And
baseball
I'm
card packs.
sure it's really healthy because on top of that printout on that card, I'm sure whatever product they use for the paint or the colors and everything, I'm sure it's safe to eat.
Definitely.
Sure, yes. That weird shellac.
Yeah, it's fine.
Do kids still free play in the woods? Because
Yeah.
we need to bring that back.
Mine do.
They free play in the woods?
Yeah.
And listen, there's only a 5% chance your kid will get abducted while
Right.
doing this. And 100% of the parents are completely fine with those odds. Free playing in the woods. Let's bring that back.
Used to find alien rocks.
Sure. Used your imagination.
I talked about that a couple weeks ago. I don't think the kids walk alone through the woods anymore. Like, really go through, because of the fear. Learn to, be, even if it's just a little patch of trees. It doesn't have to be, like, a deep It doesn't have to be a deep forest. It can just be like trees along a creek. Just walk the creek, but you feel alone. You learn to be alone in wilderness. I don't think a lot of kids do that anymore.
We have woods behind my house.
Your kids ever go out there?
Never. And I tried to go out there with them. I tried to make it seem like it was like, look at what you guys have back here.
Couldn't wait.
Like, Dad, stop being weird.
Look, trees, dirt, leaves.
And there's like a little creek that run, and somebody built a bridge. And
There's a creek
my
there?
God.
Wow, you really handed them utopia.
There was a partially built tree house.
What?
That
All
could've
they had
been
to do
fun.
was finish it?
Yep.
You don't get nervous about your kids being out in the woods?
No.
No.
I'm upset with them now.
Go do something.
Like, I did it, but if I had kids, I think I'd be crazy. I'd be having an air tag on them or something.
No.
I don't know. That's a weird double standard to have, but I have it.
Give them a 22, let them go out and have some fun.
I don't know if
Stay
I
Get
together,
mauled by
take
a
your
big
gun.
cat.
22.
Stay together, take your gun. Everything's fine.
Get a bow and arrow, 22.
But I
go
tried
out.
to go out there to make it seem like, look what we got.
Right.
Like there's a clearing. Like you could just go.
Yeah, but you know what? That's the problem.
Look what I've done for you.
Think about it when we were kids. Like, my parents weren't like, go out in the field, Lauren. Like, I just did.
I think I may have ruined it.
Parents can't insist on this
I
stuff,
probably ruined it.
Yeah.
You know? They gotta
Because
find-
they needed to find it on their own.
Yeah, you should have said it the opposite way. Do not go
not
out
go in
there.
the woods.
If I catch you guys playing in the woods,
Because that's what my friends' parents used to say. They're like, don't you go behind that church in those woods. And we're like, here we go. And we would sneak over there,
they did that on purpose.
And we went into abandoned houses.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say that. I go, bring that back, dude. That was the best part of being a kid. If I rode around town, I go, whoop, that house is abandoned.
Haunted.
Dropping a pin. Go get the boys. We're going in there for sure.
Yeah, we're finding a way in.
We're going through the window. You just had to hang out with a bad kid for one day. Be like, hey man, I know you don't have any morals, so
Yeah, here's a brick and throw this through the window.
exactly.
You know it's
we need an
haunted.
entry point. I dare you. You dare me?
Yeah.
I'm like, thank you.
BuzzFeed had a list of things that have almost completely disappeared from modern society, and their number one thing was boredom. Like, kids don't quite understand what it's like to be bored. When we were younger, we had moments without electricity. We had moments where we couldn't watch TV. And that made us discover and try new things. A lot of my fun, I was not going to say all my fun, but a lot of fun came from being bored inside, so I had to take it outside.
I had a 90s weekend this weekend because I had to cancel all my plans because I didn't feel well. And Tim was working on Saturday, and I was at home watching my 90s shows, making collages like it was the 90s again. Like, just completely bored and, like, cutting things up and just making little dumb art. And that's awesome. And I don't know if kids do that anymore.
No. Again, these are a list of things that have almost completely disappeared from modern society. Physical movie rentals.
Yeah.
And there was a point, all of us,
That's never coming back, though.
where we rented our last movie.
I know. I wish I knew what it was.
I wish I knew that was
Try
that
and
was
think.
the time.
I used to-
I have no idea what.
Sure it
I
was
have no
great.
idea what the last movie I physically rented was.
It was high school, probably.
Redbox.
No, we were still
In college, no.
Does
Well, actually,
Redbox
no, I
count?
did.
maybe for me, for us.
When I
know
was
what
at
one-
Illinois State, we watched. Oh my God, I know what it is.
The last movie you physically rented.
Yes, Charles Manson Superstar. Because my roommate and I in college, we went to the movie rental place in Normal, Illinois, up at ISU. And we were like, really, this is when we were kind of getting into our serial killer phase. Like, what's up with all these weirdos? And we rented Charles Manson Superstar, which is essentially a documentary about Charles Manson being chained to a chair and being interviewed about the Manson murders. And that was, in fact, the last video that I ever rented.
So the last
checks
video
out.
you ever rented was a Charles Manson movie.
I know mine.
So you, honest to God, remember the last movie you rented?
100%. Yeah.
What was it?
Antonio Banderas in The Body.
Oh,
The Body?
The Body.
who else is in that?
No one.
Nobody, just he's the body.
He's a priest.
And where was this a rental from?
It was, I believe it was Blockbuster. And it was one of those where I was like, I was bored, and I was like, man, I'm gonna go down the road and I'm gonna rent a movie. And it was like a last minute plan. I was coming home from work or something, and I was walking through by myself, and I was like, this is gonna be just a movie for me. I'm just going to watch it and see what happens. I'm just going to pick something that looks interesting that I've never heard of. And I grabbed it, and I was like, The Body. Oh, this is interesting. It's like they think that they found the body of Jesus in this tomb, and it like sparks this, obviously a political war and a holy war and this and that and some other stuff. And it's Antonio Banderas as a priest investigator.
Yeah, I wish somebody would have told me, like, this is it for you. Like, this is the last time that you're going to walk into a Blockbuster, and you will choose your final film.
Yeah. So you didn't look like an a-hole because you're like, oh man, I rented like the knockoff Alien versus Predator monster.
I have no idea what it was.
I went out with a 13% on Rotten Tomatoes bank.
Tight.
That's it.
Yeah.
I would have no idea even when it was.
Tight.
Isn't that wild? Hollywood, because
That's never coming back either.
2001.
Never coming back.
That's when I did it.
And we told you last year they took, the vinyl red boxes away.
Yeah.
Those are gone.
I accidentally had a 90s weekend too, simultaneously when Lern did, because I went to the gym with no headphones on.
Oh, no.
Listen to what they were pumping in.
You ever done that, dude?
Yeah.
Raw dogging
that's straight
the
up
gym?
raw dogging 1994 style, the gym, where I'm just like, everyone's listening to the same song to work out, and it's not one you chose.
Yeah.
It's just what came on.
You just have to hope for a decent soundtrack.
Yeah, and you hear the sounds of the other people. Like, you don't realize, even at Planet Fitness where there's a lunk alarm, people still grunting. People still. And I almost feel like people are so used to being alone with their thoughts. It was like if an alien traveled, if a person traveled, if you time traveled and got dropped in the middle of a gym from 1991, people look like they have mental illness because they forget that not everyone has headphones in, and there are people walking past me, dude, just like, yeah, I was going to go over to that. I was going to go to the grocery store after this. They're just like talking out loud to themselves, or they're like singing along with the music in their head.
It's everybody's got the silent discos.
Yeah, it is like that.
Everybody's got their silent discos.
And I'm like, I'm hearing this guy have a phone conversation. He's just like walking around, talking to his girl about what they're going to do later, or guy, I don't know.
Well, because nobody's noticing, because 99.9% of the people have their own.
It was weird.
Their own thing going on in their head. Yep. But back to the physical movie rentals, was it not uncommon to rewind a movie immediately to watch it again? Because I remember having to get the most out of the movies, because you only had a certain amount of time with them.
Yeah, if it was a brand new release and it took forever you had to get there at the right time and, to get that movie before it was taken, you always had to watch it twice.
Yeah, or if you rented a game and it was gone on Friday when you wanted it, but you could get it on Sunday, you rushed home from school because I got to max out the minutes on this freaking game.
Right. Okay, so with the exception of sporting events, something we don't have to deal with anymore, live television programming. Like, we would organize activities around TV show times, because once the program was shown, there were no reruns the next day. Now, unless you set the timer on the VCR, there was no internet or streaming, nothing. It was a you snooze, you lose situation. How about the actor just ringing your friend's doorbell to see if they wanted to hang out instead of sending a text or calling? Mm-hmm. Like, straight up.
Our kids do that. Our doorbell rings every day. Every single day.
I love that. I love that you live in the 90s still, like your kids do.
The young boys in the neighborhood. And dude, the 11-year-old, he lucked out. Like, I swear, when we moved to the neighborhood, the older kids did not have the scene that the youngest has. It's like our neighborhood just kind of popped at the same time, and there's just kids everywhere that are around his age. So he's constantly outside playing. There's doorbells ringing all the time.
Do you think they're texting and be like, I'm coming over, and they're ringing the doorbell because they've arrived?
This is not.
Is this the
this
thrill?
is not even. This is no. I'm talking no texting, no calling, nothing. You just go to a buddy's house and ring the doorbell. And if a parent answers, is there a...
No, because the phones that they have, and most of them have phones, are just for emergencies. It's just for the parents to know where they are.
There's no better feeling than when you ride into your friend's yard and ditch your bike. Like, you get off your bike while it's still moving and just fall to the side.
Yeah.
You don't use a kickstand. You just ditch it right there in the yard.
Yes.
I guarantee you.
And you're coming off the bike, moving.
Yeah.
Foot going around, and you get into a brisk walk up to the door, and you're like, bing, bong, bing, bong, ding, dong, ding, dong.
Hey, Mrs. Williams.
And then you're like, please, kid, answer the door.
All right. I don't want to deal with parents.
It's still happening.
Or you go, hey, man, I saw your light was on.
You guys, oh, go ahead.
At any given point in our yard, there's a bike, and it might be ours and it might not be.
Let me ask-
Because some of these kids, they won't ride.
You are living in the 90s.
They
dude.
won't ride it home at night because they don't want to ride it in the dark. So I'll wake up and I'm coming to work and there's 2 bikes in our yard, and those aren't ours. They were left from the night before. It's
Get 'em
it is the
outta
90s
here.
at our house.
Did you guys climb in your friends' windows?
No.
Oh, I did.
Climbed out the friends' windows.
I used to have at my dad's house. He had these casement windows, so they like you cranked them out.
Yeah.
And I had a table and a chair right below the window. And so, like, my girlfriend, because my dad would, like, lock the door, and I never wanted to deal with that. And so I would just, like, climb out the window. So we took the screen out, and that's how everybody would get in and out of our house. It was so much fun.
I'm sure I climbed in a window or two.
Yeah.
Well, usually out. Usually out to escape.
Oh, at your house.
Or a buddy's house. Yeah, hey, I'm staying over Chris's, and then you sneak out. You go through a window. Looking up answers to questions in the encyclopedia. Like, did anybody have the Encyclopedia Britannica?
Yeah, my grandma.
I had the first 3. I had A through C. Dude, don't ask me something A through C, because that's when we ran out of money and couldn't afford the next one. But somebody came door to door selling encyclopedias. And my mom was like, that'd be good for us.
I remember the grocery store was giving away a letter for free if you spent a certain amount of money at the grocery store. It was a letter a week.
Wow.
That's sweet.
What a great promotion, right?
Yeah, you could have the whole alphabet in less than a year. That's great.
I remember distinctly, my mother going to the certain grocery store and getting the encyclopedia, spent a certain amount of money, and that was the encyclopedia set we had. I don't remember.
My mom must have hit a scratcher or something, because we got 3 weeks worth.
A, B, C, huh?
yes. I think it was a door-to-door person, because I used to do that. And I distinctly remember the 3 blue Encyclopedia Britannicas, A, B, and C. And I was like, man, I wonder what the D's are up to.
I just remember the commercial. Commercial was on all the time.
The Britannica ones.
Yes. They were constantly advertising for it. Don't you remember that? Like,
Yeah.
It was, and they made it so fun looking.
Well, and you looked up stuff in the encyclopedia. It was like, it was only a certain amount of things. Like, it didn't have everything.
Yeah, but they knew how to pitch it to me, because I hated reading. I didn't want to read books, but all of a sudden they're like, you could learn about rockets. Remember, it was like and then they would show this guy thinking about rockets, and I'm like, oh my god, I think about that already.
Rockets. I can't wait till R comes.
When people believed it, now there's so many. If you look up anything, there's so many differing facts.
Well, look at Wikipedia. You got to go, okay, it's kind of right, I guess.
But you believed, like, you saw those books and you read it and you go, okay,
It was gospel.
Fact.
It was gospel.
Yeah.
A free and open internet. Okay? That's a thing of the past, because everything is paywall today. And you know what? And I was thinking about this. We just let it happen.
Damn.
Oh, is that the Britannica?
Yeah.
Jacket,
and dude, and I just realized
that jacket is sweet.
they got this kid looking cool, and his
something you could have which would help
his
you a lot.
tennis shoes
You know
are
what
up
that
on the
is?
desk.
No, but I'm afraid you're going to tell me.
Yes, it's the new Encyclopedia Britannica.
Encyclopedia Britannica. Now you tell me. I've got a report due tomorrow.
On what?
On the exploration of space.
I told you, rockets.
The first beeps of
Guy's voice was
Sputnik to the
changing.
triumph of the Apollo moon landing.
Hey, I'm impressed. This way, I wouldn't have to worry about getting to the library. It's right in my own home.
Day and night.
All right.
Day and night.
Well, since this has turned out to be a Britannica commercial, I guess you're going to tell me how somebody could get a set.
Actually, I thought I might.
I
Yeah.
swear I can
suppose you're
smell
going
the
to throw one of
pages
those
right now.
800 numbers up on the screen. Am I right?
Some weird
Might
chemical.
as well.
And there it is.
Find out how you can own the Encyclopedia
6a-10a.
Britannica. Just call this toll-free number and we'll send you
Kudos
this
to
free
Encyclopedia
booklet telling you
Britannica for
everything you
breaking
need
the
to know.
fourth wall.
Hey,
And,
somebody call that number to see if we could still get a set.
Okay, give me a second.
1-800-268-6364.
Yeah. 800-268-6364.
I wonder if we could still get a set.
Oh, man, I hope we can. It better be the same
What if
damn
that guy
price,
answers?
too.
Hey, nobody's called this number in like 25 years.
Now you
Put on
tell me.
speaker.
Nope.
What is it?
Man.
Global payments.
Gosh
No.
damn it.
Damn.
Global payments.
The money grubbers have taken over everything fun.
She just yelled at me in French.
No.
Darn it.
Cool.
But how funny is that? I told you that rocket thing really
That looks like
really got me.
that looks like Jeffrey Dahmer, by the way.
He does.
I haven't
it's
seen
the
this.
glasses.
This was the 1988
Haircut.
commercial, and I still remember.
It's the glasses and the haircut.
Glasses and the haircut. It's like, hey, Is it? I can't wait for C to come.
It was like Stephen King in the 80s.
Yeah, he did.
All right, here's another thing
so.
that's pretty much disappeared from society. Red eyes in photos.
I was thinking of this over the weekend. Where is that filter at?
Red eyes in photos are gone.
Doesn't happen anymore.
It doesn't happen anymore.
Even for dogs?
No.
Whoa.
That was so fun. You'd get your photos developed and I'd be like, oh, grandma's got red eye. And then you had to buy the pen. Remember there was a pen that you could use to kind of black out?
Well, we were,
Yeah.
my wife and I were looking at photos of, that we had taken. My wife always had a camera with her. And we have, hundreds of photos
That's
of
great.
us when we were, first dating. 20 plus years ago. And going through half those photos, her eyes are, get the red dots
Yeah, your
in her
pupils.
eyes. And it's complicated to explain that concept to somebody in a smartphone world.
It is.
Like the red eyes in photos. It's not a thing anymore. But it was a big thing and it was a ruiner.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it.
I always had one red eye. I got like one pupil that dilates at a different speed than the other or something. I always look like the Terminator in every picture.
Right on.
I can imagine our grandkids going through some of our photos and seeing those and being like, dude,
Devil.
I think Dad was possessed back in the day. Or, yeah, like Grandpa had a demon at some point.
I took a photo of my friend. I'm sorry, Moon.
No, I imagine them not knowing that is normal
Yeah.
or what that is.
That
and
was
seeing
a
that for
normal
the first
thing.
time.
But there is a new thing with digital cameras or iPhone cameras because one of my girlfriends had just recently gotten Botox for the first time. And we went out to dinner later that night and we took a group photo with the girls. And her face, she looked like a demon. Like something about the Botox and the flash of the photo
Hit her the right way.
blacked out all of her face.
What?
And then made her eyes bright red. It was terrifying. I'm not going to out her on the air, but she's probably listening, and she
Is a demon.
every year I send her this photo. Yes, it looked insane because the rest of us who didn't have Botox that day, looked normal, and then she looked like a demon from hell. Like it was very
Amazing.
strange.
That's awesome.
Amazing.
And one more thing, hearing a song on the radio but not knowing the title or band name, where you'd have to wait until the DJ said, hey, that was
Yeah.
Hard to Handle by the Black Crowes. Now there's digital readouts on every radio, or you could Shazam something. I kind of like the mystery of it, but I'm old school like that.
I don't know. That was annoying, though, because in the 90s when you... I remember one of the first Rise Against singles that came out. I was listening to The Point in 90, I don't know when that came out, 99 or whatever. And I was like, what is this band? What is this song? And I remember going to Street Side Records on Watson.
Was it Swing Life Away?
Is that the first single that came out?
I think so.
So I loved that song, and I went into Street Side, and I remember I was trying to sing it to the guy, and I didn't have anything to record it on, and they were like, I don't know, lady,
I don't know what the hell. Then get out.
Right, get out of here.
Oh, yeah, dude.
So that was annoying.
That's like that's like that Mexican one that happened last year or something. You saw that? There's this guy, he calls up a station. It's in Texas or Mexico, it's English speaking, but they play different, pop songs, and this guy calls up and he goes, I don't know, man, this song is is it Reebok or is it Nike? And he's like, what? He goes, they're talking to the DJs and they're trying to figure out, yeah, the lyrics are, is it Reebok or is it Nike? And they think he's talking about the shoes, and they're like, is it Reebok or is it Nike? Okay.
Well, what was it?
It's the rhythm of the night.
Oh.
Is it the rhythm of the night? Or whatever that song is,
Yeah.
And it's amazing. They find it. The guy's like, that's it. It's an amazing thing that's kind of been going around these last couple of years. But I do miss those days when you would call a DJ and be like, yo,
What's
this song was yeah, and then something else. And you sing
I
it
was
to
on
him.
the other end of that line. I was the DJ that was answering those calls and trying to decipher what song they're talking about. Now you open up your smartphone and you got Shazam on there. You just hold it up and...
Yeah, or you can type in the lyrics to Apple Music, just what you can remember, and
Right.
it'll find it for you. It's amazing.
Or look at the readout on the radio, and it's right there for you.
Yeah, get that Point app.
Hey, speaking of smartphones, this is a funny email I saw on the interwebs. And the headline is, My Boyfriend's Annoying Phone Habit. And it starts this way. In the 8 months I've been together with my boyfriend, I have always wondered what is up with his cell service. Now, stop me if you think you know what's going on in the story. I have never talked to anyone who has had more phone issues than him. His calls are always dropping. He always told me how bad cell service was at his apartment. Then I started noticing he had calls dropping when he was at other locations, like when he was out with his friends.
Phone is garbage, man.
he then blamed his cell service.
Yeah, I think I know where this is going.
Where do you think it's going?
Android. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. God,
burn.
man, just making jokes.
Got him.
Where do you think it's going, right?
Cricket. I think that he's going to have selective phone service depending on the activity he's up to.
Selective outage.
Yeah, selective outages.
So she writes, then on Friday, it became clear to me. My boyfriend skipped out of work early to join me for a happy hour. Then he got a call from his boss. His boss was grilling him about a project he didn't finish. And as my boyfriend was talking mid-sentence, he just hung up on the boss and put his phone in airplane mode. Later, he sent his boss a text saying he was getting terrible cell service and that he'd call him later. In that moment, it became clear to me that was what my boyfriend was doing to me. Then, as I thought about the times when our calls would drop, and it was usually while I was pressing him on something.
That is
I gotta know.
What do you want for dinner?
Now, you got to be...
Who's Linda?
Yep.
What'd you say?
Can't hear you.
About laundry?
Yeah.
But if you're going to do this, first of all, you don't do it in front of the person you're doing it to.
Oh, you can never
That
do
you
it in front of
frequently do it to.
anyone.
No, you never do it in front of anybody.
It's got to be your little secret because the minute it's out,
It's
sparrows
over.
will talk, just like in Game of Thrones.
It's over. You can never do it again, you dope.
Especially don't do it in front of a person that you do it to the most.
Right. And he was doing it very well, too. He was doing it mid-sentence, dropping out mid-sentence, just hanging up the phone mid-sentence and putting it in airplane mode. Brilliant. She says, I confronted him about this, but he denied it. I know I'm right. Would this upset you? Yes, it would. Of course it would.
Yeah, I shouldn't know about this. Keep that secret behavior.
What's
to
more
yourself.
upsetting, though? The fact that he's doing it to you or the fact that he did it in front of you and he's so stupid to do it in front of you?
Yeah, that's the real
That's
red
the-
flag. I don't want to be with somebody that dumb.
And you probably made a lot of people upset today because that was their little trick they do. Like, don't give it away.
Dishonest and dumb.
Dishonest and dumb.
That's
Which is
enough to
good.
sink you.
Kick him to the curb, am I right, ladies?
That's right.
Yeah.
You
Bye.
ever be on a phone call and like be looking at your phone? Like on a phone call on speaker or something and you're like kind of
Half-assing it.
half-assing it and you realize you've missed a couple sentences
Oh, yeah.
and then you have to be like, sorry, man, I dropped my phone. My phone cut out. What'd you say? And it's like you have to.
Yeah, that don't
I've
play.
done that a couple times.
That don't play with my wife. She can detect that.
Like when you
in a
zone
half a
out?
second. If we're on the phone real
I-
quick, and I'm like doing something else, she'll be like, "So what else are you doing?" Like immediately.
Oh, yeah.
Mal, don't play.
Because she can tell. She's like, "Okay, so I'm gonna
get
call you
that
back because you're doing something else." I'm like, "Oh."
Are you looking at your phone?
Yeah, like
What?
if I'm on my phone,
crazy?
yeah, if I'm on my phone already and she calls, I'll put it on speaker and I'm finishing the email or something. She's like,
Oh, yeah.
"So what are you doing right now?"
Yes.
Because you're definitely not talking to me.
Yep.
Yep.
My
Been
wife
there,
does that to
brother.
me. I go, hey, you want me to call you back?
She go, "Okay, listen, I'll talk to you later. You're clearly busy."
Yeah. Hey. Here's another one. I've been dating this guy for a year. Otherwise nice, handsome, funny, good job. But he has a cat that he's had for years that I think he's way too attached to and affectionate about.
Uh-oh.
If the cat is sitting on his lap, he'll avoid getting up unless he has to, citing the cat being asleep or in his terms, quote, she's catting.
That's the cat laws, though.
That's a good man.
That's
a good man.
Like Tim and I, this is how we roll. Like Clover is a lap cat, and mainly on me. So she will, if I sit down, she's there.
Yep.
And then I will then be like, Tim, can you go get, X, Y, and Z? And
He's
he
asked me
understands.
to get him stuff from the kitchen when he could just move the cat himself.
No. You don't want to wake up the cat.
Nah, I'm with.
Sometimes he'll be at the computer, on the couch, or even lying in bed, and the cat will jump on him. Or he'll come home when I'm already there, since I have a key and sometimes get off of work before he does, and the cat will run to greet him. What bothers me is in these instances, he says, There's my girl. Referring to the cat, not her.
These are unwritten cat laws that you just have to abide by. I have no remorse.
Yeah, these are dog laws too.
Yeah, this is the same exact thing that happens with radio. Like when I get home, I go over and I kiss Mallory, and then I have to go over and I have to hug and pet Radio because she expects it, and if she sees me kiss Mallory and not like greet her, she'll think something's wrong. She gets up and like, hey, comes over and whatever. If she's sleeping on Mallory and she needs a glass of water, I go and get up and get the glass of water. That's my way of showing love to Radio to let her stay in her little comfy spot.
This is what she writes. This seems like way too much attention for a grown man to be lavishing on a cat of all things.
Oh, grow up.
This should be a green flag.
Get out of here.
This is a green flag to me. Like, you have someone that has love and empathy in your life that, like, cares about others. That's a good sign, I think, personally.
Yeah.
She's weird. Cold. She's insecure to me. I'm like,
she's 25. He is 27, by the way.
That means nothing. She's cold.
My 25-year-old boyfriend of a year. I'm sorry. My 27-year-old boyfriend of a year has a cat, and the way he treats it bothers me. Is the headline. Get rid of her.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Keep the cat.
If Bo's on the couch and he's like in between legs, pinning you down, snoring, same thing.
What's the point of having a pet if you're not going to love it?
I don't know. When I get home every day,
even if he's not allowed up there,
when I get home every day, my dog is so excited. And she comes and greets me. She hears the garage open. I'll see her at the door. And I see her big tail wagging.
I know.
And she jumps on me, and she's ready for licking my face.
Yes.
And
I'm like, yes. This some creature in this house is happy I'm home. Yeah.
That's my cat.
Nobody else is.
Exactly.
And I will give that dog a hug, and I'll look at my wife and go, hey.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, hey.
The cats greet both of us when we get home. They hear the garage door too, and they're right there. I love it. So cats get a bad rep. A lot of people think that they don't do that. They do. Some of them do.
Okay, so the woman is in the wrong here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get over it.
Why don't you get an animal? It sounds like she's just in need of unconditional
they need to break up.
love.
It sounds like they need to break up, actually. This is not going to work.
Why don't you jump in his lap?
It sounds like she has terrible parents. I mean, let's really.
Why don't you jump in his lap
really
and clean
figure this out.
yourself? There's my girl.
All right. You tell me if this woman is wrong or right in this situation. A woman in West Bengal, India. She spent months trying to convince her husband to sell one of his kidneys in order to find.
What?
To whom? To anybody? To the highest bidder?
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
Keep her.
Oh, dude, just wait till you hear this story. Just wait till you hear
I'm looking forward to the details.
Okay, so imagine, Lern.
Yeah.
You every day you come home and go, man, we need a new deck. Tim, you got to sell one of your kidneys.
Yeah.
You gotta, it would really help us out. You gotta sell one of your kidneys. Mm-hmm. And for months, you're just, every day, you're coming home and you're going, dude.
You gotta do it. You'll save a life.
Did you try to sell a kidney yet?
Right, let's do it.
Did you try to sell your kidney yet? We need that new deck.
You're saving a life. We're getting a new deck. Yeah.
And then finally he goes, fine, I'll sell a kidney.
Uh-huh.
No, but in this case, the wife is trying to convince her husband to sell one of his kidneys to fund their daughter's higher education and arrange her marriage in the future. And although reluctant at first, the guy was like, all right, fine.
Word.
Fine. This sacrifice, I have 2 kidneys. I need one. This sacrifice will improve our family's financial situation and secure our daughter's future. And this man, this father, loving, so far 2-kidneyed father, he spent a year looking for a buyer on the black market.
Whoa.
Because as you all know, selling human organs has been illegal in India for over 30 years. We talk about it all the time.
Yep.
Huzzah, the husband finally finds a buyer about 3 months ago. And after going through the painful procedure of having a kidney removed in India, he entrusted the money for his kidney to his wife. How much did he get for it? One kidney?
20,000.
Oh, it's got to be a lot.
1 million rupees.
Whoa.
1 million rupees, which is
Okay.
like 11
8 grand.
11 grand.
11 grand.
If you sold both, that'd be a lot.
11,500. And he sells his kidney. The procedure's done. Gives the money to his wife. And she steals the money and runs away with another man.
Oh.
In fact, she elopes.
Wow.
Fooled you.
There's some like cousin or brother of this guy that's going, I told you so. I told you she was bad news.
He figured out the real reason his wife had been pressuring him into selling, one of his kidneys had nothing to do with the well-being of their kid. Some time ago, she had met a man through Facebook. The two eventually became romantically involved. She planned to abandon her family and move in with this guy, and that's what she did.
Oh.
But first, she decided to squeeze every penny out of her husband.
Wow.
And after the wife disappeared, with the family savings, he filed a complaint with the local police, who then tracked the wife down to another city. The husband, the daughter, and his parents all went to confront the woman who had abandoned them. She would not be swayed. She didn't even open up the door. She told the husband, "You're free to do whatever you want. I'll be filing for divorce officially. Quote, do what you want. I'll be sending a divorce letter."
I mean, what can he do? Nothing. She's a monster, and that's how the world works.
The lesson here, ladies and gentlemen, is if your wife is pressuring you to sell an organ, just
say you first.
Just
Well,
you first.
Make your phone start having bad
Kudos
reception.
to India that 11K will cover a college education and a wedding. That's impressive.
that is impressive.
who's one? Was it George Lopez whose wife gave him a kidney and then he immediately cheated on her?
He did.
George Lopez? God, your brain. Where does this come from?
Somebody want to verify that.
There's a lot of
I
interesting.
think George Lopez's wife gave him one of her kidneys. And it was almost immediately he was with another woman.
In a good news about organ donation, did anybody watch the Musial Awards on the TV this weekend? Our friend Lindy Knoll, who used to work at the Blues, who I believe works up in Columbus.
She's a good friend of mine.
Yeah, she donated a kidney to a man and was a recipient of the Musial Awards.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And it was a beautiful piece on that. She's just so good. So organ donation can be really great. Okay.
Yeah, well, this is a guy selling his kidney on the black market.
And I'm sorry I missed that. She's we went to college together.
She's
She's
fabulous.
a very good friend of mine.
She's
Moon?
from Hannibal.
All right.
Show me George Lopez's kidney.
Show me.
Well, it does say, according to this article, in July of 2011, when most people divorce, they split the property they've accumulated during their marriage. It would be difficult for comedian George Lopez to split one small piece of property he received while he was married. Yes, it is a kidney. He got a kidney from his wife, Anne, from whom his divorce has now been finalized. While the kidney donation clearly wasn't enough to keep Lopez tied to his wife, it's reported that their split is amicable, one rather than rancorous. The couple was married for 17 years. Now, let's see.
Now, when did the kidney go to George and the divorce happen?
Anne Lopez donated the kidney to her husband in 2005.
Oh, okay, so 6 years. I thought it was more. I thought it was closer. Okay, my mistake.
your
I'd like to
mistake.
apologize
Thank you.
to the
Retract.
Lopez family.
Dude, that's a tough pill to swallow, even though it's the right thing. Because, I know a lot of people have gone through breakups and been like, I was in the heat of the moment. I left my big screen behind because I was like, I don't even care, Linda. Take everything. You took my heart. You might as well take my TV, too. And then, 2 months later, it's like, man, I should have taken that TV.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I
took
love that
two trash
couch.
bags full of clothes in my pride, and I really should have taken that
I love
TV.
that
It
couch.
still had a year warranty
Yeah.
on it.
Oh, dude, I know somebody he's getting divorced, and he's like, yeah, I just gave her everything. And I went, I would advise against that.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
But
Clean break.
Or there's they leave while you're away and they take everything and leave you just a mattress.
oh, how about leave everything except a pillow? I got a friend that had that happen to him. He was away. He came home. Everything was gone. He was looking around the house like, what the heck is going on? And
Was it a My Pillow?
dude, it was in the oh god, yeah, in the bedroom.
I know what you're talking about.
There was nothing except for a pillow and a note that said, "I left you the good pillow."
Okay.
And I just thought,
I thought they left a mattress too.
no, it was just a pillow, dude. The mattress was gone. The good pillow.
Savage.
Yeah.
Good riddance.
All right, what about this one? Technology has made it easier to catch a cheating partner, right? Although not always in the obvious ways. So this was a story that I saw all weekend, just making the rounds on social media. So last month, a woman went online to ask people for cleaning tips. She noticed that everything in her house was turning green, and she could not figure out what was causing it. Green coloring was showing up on her couch cushions, her bed sheets, her carpeting, her own socks, her phone charger, even her cat.
Weird.
And in her posts about it, she showed pictures where you could clearly see like a green hue showing up on everything. And that wasn't like solid green, but you could see like a discoloration. Like, what's going on here? And she tested for mold. It wasn't that. She tested to see if it was her detergent. It wasn't that either. And there were a lot of theories. But one person suggested it could be brand new jeans from Old Navy because they stain everything.
Yeah.
Does anybody know about this?
Jeans, just in general, dark dye jeans, jean jackets too. If you get a
that first wash or two, you do it by itself.
Because I've had that in a car seat where you wear brand new jeans and you're sitting in your car seat having a great time, and then you get out and all of a sudden you see the stain there.
I've never even heard of this.
Denim is goofy.
Yeah, sometimes there's little labels on it too that says like specifically
see the
do
blue
not.
on my boot.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Those are from jeans, huh?
It's from these jeans.
Are those new jeans?
I washed them.
These jeans.
They're relatively new. I washed them first and put them on, and then wore them out.
So one person
To show.
suggested to this woman, "Hey man, these could be new jeans from Old Navy. They stain everything." And the woman said, "Listen, my husband and I are not jean people."
Oh.
But somebody else said, "Hey, imagine this is how you discover he's having an affair with some Old Navy wearing woman."
Green jeans?
Gross, the worst kind.
Yeah.
And apparently, yep, that is what was happening. The woman later posted an update saying that she did not take the comment seriously at first, but her husband had been acting strangely. So she started looking at his bank statements for Old Navy purchases. She didn't say anything, but when she looked through his phone, she found evidence of an affair. And yes, the other woman was wearing jeans in a lot of her photos. I don't know if the jeans were Old Navy or some other brand, but the random commenter who jokingly suggested the affair saw the woman's update and said, I was the Old Navy jeans commenter. I'm screaming, sorry you found out like this, but glad the truth came out." And apparently the cat was turning green because she was, like, there was
Touching the cat?
No, the bed sheets were green, and the cat would go on the bed and kind of rub herself on where the stain was.
Well, at least her pants were on.
Okay.
Don't touch my man and my cats.
That's
okay?
a good point.
Thank you.
Hey, my buddy who showed up and she had taken everything, she left a note that said, "At least I left you the good pillow." And he said, "But it was very obviously the pillow that I hated."
Oh,
So
it wasn't even the good pillow.
No, she like double stabbed him. Yeah, he said he was exhausted too because he got back from traveling for work and was exhausted and didn't even notice it. He walked in, it was like,
You don't notice your house is empty?
well, he walked, the way he told the story, he's like, I was just so exhausted, man. I was just coming in and I was just looking to crash. And I passed one or two rooms and was like, I felt a little weird, but I didn't think about it. And then he got to the bedroom and there was no bed. Just the pillow.
How tired are you that you don't notice your entire living room furniture is missing?
Just saying, like, if I
Probably
walk
why she
in,
left. She's like,
tell
you're
you
not
what.
noticing anything.
No.
I'm out, dude.
No, he got.
that's
I
it.
thought it was
That's
a
why
little
she
weird
left.
when I went to get something out of the fridge and it was just a barren space.
Pay more attention to our relationship.
I don't think he was the one paying attention.
He goes to throw his keys on the table and they just hit the floor.
Yeah.
Still.
Like a TV show.
He's taking his shirt off, goes hanging on the coat rack, and falls
just
on the floor. Still not noticing.
Goes to jump on the couch and lands on the floor. And that's what he finally notices.
There's like squares on this wall that are whiter because the pictures have all come down. He's just walking right past them.
Yeah, he only finds out when he goes to sit on the couch and he hits the floor.
Yeah. Something is amiss.
And she left a crappy pillow.
Oh, all right, let's take a break. But first, and it is brought to us by Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill. Check out the all-new Hot Shots Lindbergh, your new home for sports in South County. Get all the info at hotshotsnet.com. From Labadie, Missouri, Lynn Gustafson is our team.
Yep.
I love Labadie. Lynn has been a day one listener of the Riz Show. She always makes sure to tune into the live show as much as she can, but always uses the podcast to catch up on what she may have missed. Loves the chemistry between the whole crew. Loves all our discussions. Lynn loves the female influence and voice of Lern. Rafe's hysterical jokes, Moon's truths, King Scott's input, and my leadership, which helps keep every show concise and entertaining for the audience. Lynn Gustafson from Labadie is our Team Riz member of the day. Get super sweet Team Riz member of the day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Riz. All right, we will take our first break in the morning. We'll come back with Crap on Celebrities. It is 7:16. It is Tuesday. First look at the traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. There's an incident 270 eastbound near Lindbergh on the north side. Your point forecast, partly sunny, high of 46. Right now it's 37 at the Point Studio.
All right, Lern, what do we got?
The demon of screamin' is back. Where's Dave these days? Tom Brady wants the hate to stop and the best hair metal singers. Let's trash this list.
All right, we got that. We got your crappy birthdays. We got the porno birthday. And can you guess the song by the drum intro? A little quiz we'll all play. All that and more next in your Crap on Celebrity. Stay there.
Look at this, your dream home. You're renting right now. How about buying a home and building some equity? Look at you, an adult buying a house, maybe your first house. So listen, there are so many pitfalls out there. You could go with the big out-of-town bank where they treat you just like a number, or you could go with Kevin Putney, the local guy who treats you like a human being. 314-862-0123. He's going to make the whole loan process simple and painless. It's easy. You call, you qualify, you close. 1, 2, 3. Call, qualify, close. That's it. Kevin Putney's going to find the mortgage that fits your needs.
Let's talk about Victory Men's Health. My man Moon just joined the train, went there last week, got topped off, got his oil completely topped off in one of those zero-gravity chairs, and he was like, man, that thing made me feel amazing. It also makes you have to pee because you're full of all the vitamins and nutrients and liquids, and man, you're just topping off your hydration. But the thing I love about Victory is that they have all sorts of different types of treatments, no matter what's going on with you. They've got treatments if you need to do some weight loss therapy. Maybe you need testosterone therapy. Maybe you just need a vitamin top-off or red light therapy or even help with problems in the bedroom. They've got ED medication, too. They got cardiovascular testing in Sunset Hills, and the list goes on and on. Not to mention a health and wellness podcast that the owner, Amy, does that addresses all the issues that can be a companion piece to your health journey that you take with Victory Men Health. They are there to answer all your questions and cheer you on every step of the way, which is what I think is maybe the most valuable part of being a member of Victory Men's Health. They check on you. They make sure that you're taking your medication, that you're adhering to your treatment, and they show you tangible, measurable results when you go in for your checkup. So don't wait. Take your health back in 2025. Go to one of their 4 locations. There's one in Echo Fallon. There's one in Town and Country. There's one in Sunset Hills. For more information and to schedule an appointment right now, go to victorymenshealth.com. That is victorymenshealth.com.
Dude, this sucks. Hey, welcome back to the farm. So a couple weeks ago, a storm blew through and knocked a big-ass tree down. So I got a tree that I need to kind of get rid of, or at least saw down a little bit. So, of course, I got the pro, Mark from Colonel Landscaping, with me. So, Mark, not only
yes, sir.
Do you put trees in,
yes, sir,
but you take trees out.
Yes, sir. Full service.
So you see what we got here?
Yeah. So I think it might have been dead before it fell.
Yeah. But who knows what kind of wind blew it over? We just came down here and it was it was felled.
Yes, sir.
So we need to cut it down. We need to kind of haul it out of here. So
We'll cut it into some manageable pieces.
cut it
get
into
up to
manageable
grill, and go
pieces
from
and
there.
then just haul it out to somewhere, a burn pile somewhere. So what should we do?
We're gonna get it into small enough sections, move it in by hand. Since we're on a pretty steep slope here, we're not getting anything else down there, so it's gonna take a little
elbow
hauling-
grease?
a little hauling ourselves.
How old do you think this thing is or was?
It's 60 plus.
60 plus years old?
Oh yeah.
So I guess we should just start sawing pieces off and make them manageable sizes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Buy a home because you've been renting this whole time, and maybe it's your first home. Oh, and you've heard so many horror stories about the whole mortgage thing. Working with the out-of-town bank where you're just a number, it's a nightmare. All the paperwork, you call up, you're passed around from person to person, you're just a number to these people. I'm here to tell you that if you call Kevin Putney at the 123 Mortgage Team, Kevin is local. He treats you like a human being. We bought our last house through Kevin. We refinanced twice. He makes the whole process as easy and as simple as it can be. It's as easy as 123. It's the 123 Mortgage Team. Secure your dream home with more affordable financing. Maybe you're looking to do a home improvement project. Access your home's equity for renovations or major expenses. He can get you your money within 5 days. And maybe now's not the right time to buy a new house, or maybe now's not the right time to refinance. Kevin's going to track rate changes to help you act at the optimal time. Thousands of satisfied customers. He is the man, Kevin Putney, at the 123 Mortgage Team. 314-862-0123. 314-862-0123. Online at 123mortgage.com. Kevin Putney, equalizing opportunity. All loans subject to underwriting approval. Restrictions apply. Call for details. Cross Country Mortgage, LLC. NMLS 3029. NMLSConsumerAccess.org. 123mortgage.com. 314-862-0123.
So let's start off with an easy one.
Okay.
You have this incredible career with Everclear.
Right.
Made all of these records. You've had, I would think, multiple opportunities to do like a solo record, but you're going to put out a solo record for seemingly the first time in your career.
For not seemingly the first time.
The first time in your career. Why now?
Well, I mean, you know as well as I do that Everclear has been my baby from the beginning.
Yeah.
It's my thing. So as far as doing a rock band situation, I never felt really a need to do a solo record. I tried to do one once, and it turned into an Everclear record. And I wanted this to be different. I wanted this to be just me playing everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's mostly acoustic guitar, acoustic bass, some keyboards, some drums, not drums on every song. I sing all the vocals. I play all the instruments. Co-produced it with a friend of mine who's a great engineer, producer. And, yeah, it's very raw. It sounds like it sounds like an Everclear meets Cat Stevens meets Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young.
Oh, wow.
But with some Elvis Costello in there.
All right, I like it. I look forward to that. One of the reasons that I've always liked you and liked your band is because there was always this sort of punk sensibility on those and not only a punk sensibility in the music, but you as well sort of have a little bit of that punk rock swagger.
Absolutely. I've always had that. I've always seen myself in the punk rock aesthetic.
Well, but you're
You know
buddies
what I
with
mean?
like Jim Lindbergh from Pennywise and those guys, right?
Well, yeah.
I don't mean to name drop.
No. We're all suburban dads, you know,
Right.
that live in Southern California that all grew up with a lot of the same music. You know, they went a lot more punk rock than I did. I'm older than those guys, so, you know, there's more of a sense of melody to it as far as I'm concerned. But, I mean, underlying, I've always looked at Everclear as a punk/hard rock band with a singer-songwriter. That's what we are.
Well, absolutely.
And it's not, you know, it's not reinventing the wheel, but it's unique in its own right. And that's what we are.
Yeah, agreed. There are some artists that we have that will play our way back show and will not want us to use the phrase way back when we're kind of speaking of them. You, on the other hand, you do the Summerland Festival. You embrace that.
Why not?
Yeah, that's kind of more my question for you. You know what I mean? Like, why do you think some other artists have like a hard time? Like, just people like it. No, they're coming out to see you no matter what it's called.
No one, a lot of people, especially people who feel a little insecure about where they are in the world, in my experience, seem to think that if they embrace any kind of, what's the word you want to use for it? Any kind of affection or acknowledgement of the old days, that it means that they're not relevant today. And to me, we define our own.
Today's the big day. I get to go over to Mountaintop Motor Company and get to talk with everybody and hang out and see what's going on over there and see all the new amazing vehicles that I know they have in their lot. Because you can go to mountaintopmotors.com and check out their entire inventory and see what's going on there. And the thing that makes them so special is they'll go across the country to find the absolute best vehicles, and they bring them right back here. So if you're looking for a sedan, maybe a first-time driver, you need to get a sedan for them. They got great options that are very affordable. And if you need a work truck, they got amazing work trucks over there. They got trucks, they got Jeeps, they got SUVs, they got everything you need. And if you go there and you're looking for a specific car, if they don't have it, reach out to them. They will actually go out of their way to help you find the right vehicle. So when you drive off the lot, you're in the exact car that you want, which is an awesome deal. And what I love about it is there's no pressure, easy going, just a wonderful environment. And when you go and you sign your papers and everything, they're not going to have hidden fees. It's all up front. They're honest. They're trustworthy. And that's why folks drive for hours around to go to Mountaintop Motor Company. And that's why they have over 1,000 five-star reviews. They are the best of the best. Go see my buddies over at Mountaintop Motor Company. It's mountaintopmotors.com.
All right, so the lead-off interview for Pointfest 2019, my guy Claudio from Coheed and Cambria. How you doing, man? Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
You know, I believe the last time that you were here, and I so wish that I could have talked to you while that it was happening. Coheed was playing a show at the pageant, and oh my gosh, the hubbub about your hair was on that day, man.
The program phone number 314-624-3833, 618-398-3833. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams, 1057thepoint.com/Riz. The socials at RIZZ Show. Your emails, RizShow at 1057thepoint.com. For the first time in 2025, matchup with Moon today.
Nice.
Excited.
Man, we got some great prizes, including tickets for Pointfest. We got tickets to go see Palais Royale. We got tickets to go see Disturbed with 3 Days Grace. And we got tickets to go see, and this has been announced already, right? That thing at the factory?
Just do it. Who gives a crap? What are you talking about?
Morrissey?
Oh, yeah, I saw that yesterday on social media. I was like, what?
No. Morrissey's at the factory. That's a big deal.
Yeah, it is.
You just reminded me.
What?
We talked about what it might take to get those tickets.
What, Morrissey tickets?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not a huge Smiths fan. I'm not a huge Morrissey fan, but I think the guy's a legend.
Right.
Yeah. That's a huge show.
Yeah, but does he do what you want him to do? I feel like he's one of those types.
I don't know what he does.
Right. I think you're going to go, and it's not going to be what you want if you're a Smiths fan, especially.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know what I'd be expecting.
Don't expect the hits.
Not happiness.
Well, I know he's very melancholy.
I think it's more dancing now, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah.
It's like show tunes.
He's a guy.
I don't think you're going to leave with a spring in your step feeling good about 2025.
No. Morrissey is a guy that gets aggravated very easily.
Yeah. Like, one thing goes wrong, he's out.
Don't you appreciate that?
Honestly, I do.
He's your flag bearer.
I'm looking at his last set list right now. Let me see if you recognize any of these songs.
He's your spirit.
Okay, God.
He's your general.
All You Need Is Me.
Don't know that one.
You're the One for Me, Fatty.
No. Well, okay, that sounds like something I would love.
One Day Goodbye Will Be a Farewell.
No.
He does this Smith song, Shoplifters of the World Unite.
Does he do How Soon Is Now?
No, he does not.
Get out of here.
So, yeah, if you're going for that, you are not a true Morrissey fan, and you are not getting anything you deserve. Yeah. He wants you to come to this show and leave pissed. Like him.
Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished.
If I gotta be miserable, you gotta be
Thanks for buying a ticket.
Misery loves company, and so does Morrissey.
Get a T-shirt on the way out, you jerk.
But I feel like Morrissey fans want that.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
You
that,
know what
he
you're
is
getting into.
he's your miserable king,
Yes.
and you're there to worship at the altar of misery.
Misery king.
Like that is no one's going there to be like, hope he sings "Wake Me Up Before You Go" cover. Like they want to leave in pain.
That's a great band name, actually. Misery King.
I would go just for the spectacle of it.
Uh-huh.
Because he's one of these guys that walks off the stage at any moment because something bothers him.
Yeah.
Like he's at an arena and he catches a whiff of a chicken finger frying, in the concourse, and he's out. Because he's such a anti-meat person.
Dude.
He's like, I'm out.
I'm looking at the last time, if this is legit, at setlist.fm, the last time that How Soon Is Now was performed by Morrissey, 2009.
2009.
He's due.
Hey, that's right.
He played
He's
it
due.
91 times in 2009. And then he was like,
And that was it. I'm done with this
Well,
song.
if we get enough people in the crowd to cheer it, maybe he'll play.
Yes.
That always works out nicely.
That would send him over the edge.
Chant something at the unprepared
Well,
artist.
we got tickets. We got tickets for this show. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
Morrissey at the pageant, and that is when.
It's Factory, I believe.
I'm sorry, the Factory, May 12th. What day of the week is that? Oh, Show Me Friday. Show me.
I don't think so.
May 3rd is a Saturday. May 10th is a Saturday, so that is a Monday.
See ya.
Show me not going.
Okay.
Oh man.
Morrissey Monday.
Or show me off on Tuesday.
Show me. Nobody else wants to go with you.
Oh, no, you would go.
We would all go.
I would go.
You would 100%.
I would go just to say I got to see him.
I don't know anything about anything of the entire last conversation. I really don't know anything. But I would go if I got off on Tuesday.
I'm not like a huge Smiths fan. Like Deftones did a cover of Please, Please, Please Let Me Get What I Want. And like that's and How Soon Is Now?
What kind of crowd is that? Is that going to be a mostly female crowd?
Goth female.
There was a dude in high school named Ben, and he had this super sick like leather vest thing, and he had Big Smiths thing on it. And all I thought was, well, I guess that band's not for me. So I never checked him out because whatever Ben liked, I probably didn't.
I mean, you know How Soon Is Now.
I do not.
It's a beautiful song. You do know this song. This was on the Wedding Singer soundtrack, so you definitely have heard it. Yeah.
I do not.
Come on, man. Hang on.
This is a beautiful. No, that is not at all what it sounds. Dude, the beginning of this song, I don't know how they made. Moon, you'll have to tell me. How did they make the beginning of this song? The sound. I don't even know. Is it a keyboard or is it a guitar?
Tears.
This.
Oh, that's just a trim. That's a tremolo.
It's beautiful.
Oh yeah, this song was awesome.
You know this song.
I love this song.
It is the Smiths.
I'm not sure I've heard it past. Nope. Lost me there. Now, this is the song that they're not playing.
No.
Oh man, this song is so
Offbeat.
good.
It's so good. Yep. What an era for this song.
I'll get to the chorus.
Very like the NXS era.
For sure.
This is cool. I would have liked this,
Oh,
but
dude.
like I said, if
Can you
Ben
look
liked
up-
it, I didn't try it.
Banger.
I know I did this to you last time with the Sleepwalk with the Deftones cover. Can you please look up, please, please, please let me get what I want with Deftones? Because it's so good.
What
Doing
is
a
it?
Smiths cover. Please, please, please let me get what I want.
You're gonna make me hate this.
I know. This was on B-Sides and Rarities.
All right, hang on.
It's a B-side at best.
B-Side at best.
I like when a band releases B-sides. You're like, it's that way for a reason.
Well, no, it's so good.
Or a rarity. It's a quote unquote rarity because
Check it out.
nobody wants to hear this.
I do.
Horrendous.
What?
He's just trying to poke in.
I love it. How could you hate this? You like the Smiths and the Deftones.
I know. I just can't. I can't see a situation where I'd listen
That
to
snare
this.
does not fit on a
Riz.
Deftones record.
I would listen to it if it's kind of background stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, what is this?
That B-Sides
Okay.
and Rarities, the release by Deftones,
It's okay.
was great. 07 or so.
And that's where they have the Sade cover.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I like that one.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Look it up.
Now, if I go to a Morrissey show, am I invading a woman's space?
Nah, we want you there. We want all the men where we are.
All right, let me ask you
You're
a
not
question.
going to be jerks.
Oh, really? You
Honestly,
want?
after
I
hearing
love
that, I'm
dudes, by the way.
curious.
Everybody calls me a feminazi on this show. I'm not. I actually have more guy friends than I do girlfriends.
You know-
and I love men.
There is an influencer in Miami that she's going viral after complaining about guys in their yoga classes
What are they doing?
existing.
No, they're not. They're probably making like fart noises or sounds.
Here she is.
Okay.
Complaining.
Just took a hot yoga class, and there were many guys in the class. Particular man, push-ups before class started, heavy breathing, grunting, slurping his water. It is a quiet, zen, peaceful yoga class. It is 7 in the morning. Why must you take up more space than you already naturally do? Why can you be seen and not heard? Demure, cutesy, you know? Like, you don't, we get it, you're a man. Like, you don't need to act like that, though. It's annoying, and we all secretly hate you.
We don't all secretly hate you, but hey, if the Planet Fitness has the alarm for grunting, I mean, that's not. Nobody had a problem with that. This woman's just saying stop
seems
grunting.
very annoying.
The irony of it is also funny.
That she's annoying?
That she's online, taking up space, trying to be seen, making a spectacle of herself.
She's just letting it out.
She's grunting publicly.
Yeah.
I will say,
We get it. You're a man. I'm on Instagram. Please like this post. Please like this post. For the
Trigger.
love of God. Please. Like it.
Who
triggered? Me?
I don't know. You guys seem a little triggered by it.
Me?
No, I
Are
think
you?
it's funny.
You okay?
I mean, she's obnoxious, but I do kind of know what she's saying. There's a lot of times, even throughout pretty much every day, where I kind of need some silence. And I'm sure you guys have witnessed moments where I got to get away.
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter if you're a man or a woman. If you're ruining it is a Zen space. If you've ever gone to a yoga class, don't talk. Don't be on your phone. Like, there's the rules to being in yoga.
There's no rules.
There's rules.
They told me there's no
Hot yoga
doping.
rules?
Yeah.
Oh, I can just imagine a hot yoga class just smelling like open beehole.
Dude, it doesn't. It smells like a sauna. It smells
Yes.
good.
And salt. Like, for some reason, I feel like there's
Ugh.
salt to the air.
Hot yoga put me down, dude. Hot yoga
we
was...
try?
Hot yoga.
That's
Should we all try
graduate.
it?
That's just so you know, that's graduate level yoga. That is not beginner nor intermediate. You need a degree.
Everybody's, like everybody farting in there.
Oh, it's so bad when people fart.
And you know what? It's like, we've all farted in the shower, and it hangs a little longer. It's something about the molecules.
Yeah, it's osmosis.
Steam pushes it down.
Listen, I'm not going to explain the science.
Okay.
The steam pushes it down.
I don't need to
Makes it
understand
hang.
it to experience it.
But your fart molecules, they attach themselves to the water droplets.
Yeah.
Something, it's science, man. I can't
By
explain
the way,
it.
hot
poop
yoga does
particles
not
on the
smell.
walls.
People smell, but when you go into a hot yoga studio, it does normally not smell.
Oh.
It
I
smells
think
like.
we should try it as a group.
Oh, please.
First of all, I would never do it. Secondly,
you
Don't
look good
say
in tights.
never.
But is it all zenned out and quiet? And
Yeah, it's
I mean,
beautiful.
Yeah, so that's what. So imagine some dude all slurping and gulping and crap. I'm upset right now, and I don't even know what hot yoga is. You know what I'm saying?
You're already in a kind of a vulnerable positioning, like you just want to. Everybody just be cool in hot yoga,
Be cool, man.
I went to hot yoga. The instructor was intense, dude. It was not relaxing at all. She was like militant. It's hard. And granted, maybe I took like the wrong one. I signed up because a customer friend ran the studio. They used to tip the hell out of me. It was like a chiropractor and his wife, and they ran this studio. And they're like, you can go for free. Please come. And I'm like, I finally went. I took my friend Laura. We went together. Neither of us had ever done yoga. And, dude, I passed out. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I threw up in the trash can. There was me and one other dude, and he had a unitard on, if that lets you know the difference. I was like, because they were like, wear as little as you're comfortable in. And I was like, all right.
Jeans.
I was like, jeans.
yeah, jeans and boots.
That's it. That's what I'm comfortable in.
Man.
The first time I did hot yoga, it was on South Grand at a studio that I don't think is any longer there. And I walked in, and Jimmy Griffin of El Monstero was in there
Sweet.
in like skivvies. And, I know Jimmy and stuff, and I was like, what's up? And, I was not prepared to, because you wear essentially like a bathing suit because you're so hot. And, your legs are sliding off of each other when you're trying to pose.
Oh, yeah. You can't. I'm already have no dexterity. And now they're like, what if we wetted you down?
Mm-hmm.
I saw, you ever watch that Bikram yoga documentary?
Yeah.
Yes.
About the guy
Wild
that
Country or
property
whatever.
out-
the
created it?
guru
Out by San Francisco or something?
and the guy who created hot yoga.
Yeah.
And he would have these yoga studios and it'd be carpet.
Oh, that's wrong.
Even those videos, when it would show all these sweaty people listening to him, I was just like, it stinks.
It's got to stink in there.
Through my
It
TV.
doesn't stink.
Oh, it smells like beehole.
No,
and
it smells like a sauna, like how the burning
yeast.
in a
It's
sauna
very
smells.
yeasty.
There's no
Ugh.
yeast.
I'm down with that.
And it's on carpet.
But if I'm that
Ugh.
physically uncomfortable, I don't want my brain to hear some dude take a big old gulp and do that. Gloop. If I can
The
hear
whole
some
thing is
dude
disgusting.
swallow, I'm just gonna walk out.
Right next to the
And
bathroom.
you're all getting weird rashes, right?
Ringworm.
You're all
no.
getting ringworm.
Dude, when I did hot yoga, I was in the back because I didn't know any of the poses. And Laura was back there she was one person away from me. We were independently having a terrible experience. And afterwards, because the lady teaching it was walking around and she had huge fake knockers with the hardest nips I've ever seen, dude. And which is fine. Good on her. But I'm just like,
man, it's warm in here and those nips are hard.
and I'm like, I'm having to refer to her for the poses, so I'm trying not to look at her. And she's walking the aisles, and she's like, at one point, I'm like, she's like, get into baby doo-doo pose or whatever. And I'm like, all right, and it looks like this. And I'm trying to just mimic the people in front of me, you know? And I'm like, and she goes, eyes front. This isn't a flesh exhibit.
What?
To you?
She just said it into the air, and I'm like, she's talking to
I got
me,
busted.
dude. She thinks I'm some perv who took this class. I was already self-conscious. Then I get out of the class, and I'm talking to Laura, and I was like, man, I feel like she was they tried to get us to do some kind of back bend. I passed out on my mat. No one checked on me. I literally blacked out for a second, and I was like, holy balls. I went and threw up in a trash can. It was me and this other dude in a unitard. He was puking out. It was...
My
and he goes,
God.
think of all the toxins we're shedding. I'm like, I'm going to punch you in the face, dude. Get away. I just am. Because they told me, I go, what's a hint for hot yoga? They go, drink at least a gallon of water. Great hint. You're supposed to do it after. So I woke up in the morning, dude, and housed a gallon of water before I went into this hot studio and started doing all these crazy poses. And I just threw up water into a trash can. It was terrible.
All I imagine is it smells like a youth hockey bag.
No, it doesn't.
It's not that bad.
That's open sweat. That's closed sweat.
This is false advertising. It does not smell bad.
There'd be oils and stuff. My wife and I, we've been doing yoga, and the instructor decided to bring in this little light that that shines on the ceiling, so it's like a peaceful color light and everything.
Yeah.
but it was right next to where I was at, and I realized that my hand kept doing it, and it was turning my fingers
Making
real
shadow
big.
puppets?
So I started doing puppets the whole time.
That's on
She's
brand.
never brought it back.
I know.
She's never brought it back.
She probably went online to complain about your shadow puppet.
But anyway, I will say this. When I got out, Laura said the same thing, so it made me feel better. I go, I feel like she was yelling at me. She thought I was some pervert. She goes, that's what I thought. She's like, I was looking. She's like, I was staring at the lady in front of me because I didn't know any of the poses, and I feel like she was staring right at me when she yelled that. And I go,
Which means it's not her.
yeah, it's
maybe just a statement.
That's what I said. I go, well, I don't know. It's probably a statement she makes. We both took it. We both insecurely took it personal. It was, I am sure, dude, it was a workout. I will say that. And I'm not disparaging people from doing hot yoga. Just do regular yoga first. Learn the poses.
How about fellas, you just stay out of the woman's space, okay?
Hey, that's a man saying it, not a woman. So let it be known.
All right, hey, before we move on to Crab on Celebrities, let's do this Guess the Song by the Drum intro quiz.
Okay.
All right, this will be fun. So I'll play a couple seconds of a song, and you tell me what song it is. All right, so we'll do your name is your buzzer, okay?
Okay.
Scorekeeping?
Yeah, keep score. Keep score. Some of these will be easy. All right, what's this?
Lern.
Moon.
We Will Rock You.
Is it We Will Rock You?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Hang on. Okay. Moon gets one. All right, what's this?
Oh, Rafe.
Rafe.
Pretty Woman, baby.
Is it Pretty Woman?
This is
It's some stupid. Would you have gotten it if they hadn't had that boom 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 boom?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. I think I would have, but I also did hear it.
Learn. Oh my God, it's Led Zeppelin, and it is.
Oh.
I can't play it again.
You've got 2
Hold
seconds. It's over. You lose.
Been a long time in a rock and roll.
Nice.
I shouldn't have given it to you.
Yeah, she got it when he sang it. Oh, Moon.
Moon.
That is ring. It's aha. That is. I blew it. What's the song title?
Take on Me.
Take on me.
Yes, Take on Me.
Why are you helping him?
I'm giving him the point.
I lost it. Nope. She stole it.
I give him the point.
She gets the point.
All right, what is this?
I blew it.
Learn.
Moon.
Scott.
Learn.
Blur song 2.
Nice.
Oh, Tootin' Darns.
Tootin' Darns.
Sorry about that.
Okay, hang on. Is it
Well
Blur
done.
song 2? Oh, now a commercial.
Oh, jeez.
I like these commercials.
That's AT&T fiber.
It is.
5G.
Okay, what's this?
Rafe. Sympathy for the Devil. Rolling Stones.
Yes,
good, Ray.
that's a good one. Okay, is he right?
Never would have got that.
Let me please introduce myself.
All right. Oh, come on.
Learn Toto, Africa.
Yes.
Dang it.
Is my mic on, Scott?
Did you? I didn't hear. She was definitely first.
I was, Scott.
That's all
Chuck
right.
it.
Scott, were you first?
Yes, a full
Do you
step
have any
ahead.
points, Scott?
Okay, give Scott a point.
Moon.
Moon.
Chop suey.
Okay. Okay, is that chop suey from?
Rafe, the music they put on when I got a spa massage. Oh.
What are you on the wall? How you on the disorder?
Okay.
Rafe. Motley Crue.
Wrong.
No.
Man.
Anybody?
I thought it was a trick. I thought it was a Harley Davidson.
Learn
No.
Hopper Teacher.
Oh, there we go.
Nice.
I knew that.
Oh, I don't know that
That
one.
could be a plethora of things.
Yeah, I don't know what that
Would you
is.
say a plethora?
How do you say plethora?
I mean, it's too slow for lump. It's not a cool.
A lump's a good guess.
Not cool enough of a
Here,
snare.
here it is
for,
again. I don't know this one.
I mean, it's not. Are you going to go my way? Because it's not. It's not the good enough snare.
What is?
Almost like Pearl Jam, almost, but I don't know what that is.
I mean, that could be the start of 7 or 8 singles.
It could be AC/DC.
It doesn't sound like a
Okay.
snare either.
The Stone Roses. I don't know.
Nobody knows what the hell that is.
What?
And that's why I don't know. What the
Yep.
fumph was that?
Anybody know that one?
That sounds like some bare naked ladies.
I love this.
Still don't know.
I gotta guess. The Stone Roses.
Rasputin.
Everybody knows that one.
All right.
Learn. It's the Sweet. It is.
Are you thinking Ballroom Blitz?
Yes.
Or it could be Katrina and the Waves.
Oh, I want it to be the Sweet Ballroom Blitz.
I am not good at this.
Here it again.
You ready, Steve? Rafe? Yeah. Riz? All right now.
What is it?
Come on, Ballroom Blitz. What's the man at the
Oh, Lern. Nice.
Nice work.
Huh.
I think
Cool little
owned to that music.
taparoo.
I don't know. That could be anything. That could be 70s, 80s, or like that 90s sound.
Okay, here it is one more time, and this will be the last one.
Sounds like just room mics.
It's like Coldplay or something.
Oh, that's a good guess.
Oh, Radiohead. Get out of here. Get out.
You
Get
should
out
have
of
known
here.
that.
One more. I can't out on Radiohead.
Yeah, dude, you just trolled yourself.
Oh, this is CCR. Learn CCR.
Come on.
Come on to do.
Rafe.
Fortunate son.
That's
There you
right.
go.
Come on, Lern. You're
Brain
officially.
stuff. I'm on Robotripping.
You've been fired from Casey. All right, one more.
Again.
Groovy.
Anybody?
Dang.
Wish it was
Sounds
Mad
familiar, but
Oh no, man. Blue Oyster Cult?
The Beatles.
The Beatles.
Beatles.
Tomorrow never knows. All right, one more.
Was that AI Beatles?
Spinal Tap.
Okay.
Big
It
bottoms.
ends with this. The Smiths.
Where were you guys on that
I
one?
don't know.
Yeah,
circle.
Riz.
Had the S right.
That's
Full
great.
circle.
All right, today is February the 4th. Back in the day, 236 years ago, in 1789, George Washington was unanimously elected the first president. 87 years ago, 1938, Disney releases Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. 48 years ago, 1977, Fleetwood Mac releases Rumors, the album that would win a Grammy for Album of the Year. 42 years ago, 1983, Karen Carpenter dies at the age of 32. She had anorexia. 38 years ago, 1987, Liberace dies at the age of 67. He had the AIDS.
Remember when Bill Murray used to dress up as Liberace on Letterman? Wasn't that it? He would dress up in the big white costume.
I just remember that Michael Douglas played him in HBO's Behind the Candelabra.
Oh, that's right.
I do know that a friend had a
That
pet
movie was
hamster.
good, dude.
That movie was really good.
It was
It's
weird.
Matt Damon, right?
Yeah, Matt Damon was like his on again, off again that like got plastic surgery to look like him.
Right.
Or whatever. It was so crazy, man. Got the butt chin.
Yeah,
from
got the
then or
butt
whatever.
chin.
I had a friend that had a pet hamster, Liberace, but he was crushed by
Pet hamster?
weightlifting weights.
What? The friend or the hamster?
The hamster.
The hamster died after being crushed.
So you were very callous
Crushed
and
by a-
dismissive if you're
by a weight crush.
Weightlifting. Yeah, but I'll tell you what.
31 years ago, 1994, Ace Ventura: Pet Detective hits theaters. 21 years ago, 2004, a website called The Facebook was launched
Still
by
funny.
Harvard sophomore Mark Zuckerberg.
Ace Ventura. I was a little late on the Still Funny, but Ace Ventura 2 was on the other day, and it just was on, and me and Tina were sitting there, and she's like, it was like that scene in Tommy Boy, like, change it if you want. I was like, I'm good if you are.
Yeah.
And then we're like, next thing we know, we're like an hour into the movie, and I'm like, this is still funny to me.
Dude, the
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
Tommy Davidson scene.
It's hilarious.
Number 2 is good. Number
Still
2, it was almost one
It's
of those
great.
where number 1 was so good. I was expecting so much from 2 that I was let down when I first saw it. But then on second watch, I was like, I respect it.
Yeah.
You did all right.
And finally, 18 years ago in 2007, the Indianapolis Colts beat the Chicago Bears in Super Bowl 41 with a score of 29-17. Peyton Manning was the MVP, but the halftime show for me was where it was at. That's the one where Prince performed. And he did a medley of his hits in the middle of the rain. Let's Go Crazy, Purple Rain. And I remember he was behind that big curtain. He just saw his like silhouette.
Mm-hmm.
And he was had his guitar like it was his dong. And he was thrusting it.
I watched that the other day.
Prince?
The backup dancers that he had with him on stage were sweet. Their outfits, I'm like, God, I want to replicate that.
One of the best halftime performances. And that's what happened back in the day. All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with York Rap on Celebrities.
And it's brought to you by Cordell & Cordell. Don't let divorce take more than it has to. I was very surprised this morning when I woke up and was tagged a million times in this. Steven Tyler returned to the stage Sunday night in Hollywood for his first public performance since rupturing his larynx in 2023. The occasion was at his 6th annual Jam for Janie's Grammy Awards viewing party, which I heard kind of fell through. I guess the part that fell through was Joe Perry wasn't there. He had a family matter that he couldn't make it for. But the footage online of Steven singing with Nuno Betancourt and Mick Fleetwood, he did Extremes More Than Words. We have a little audio of that.
I watched this morning.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good. And this is a guy that had some severe problems with his voice.
Right.
Had to cancel the whole tour, basically retire from touring. So here's Steven Tyler, More Than Words.
Sounds good. He did 6 songs, which I think is a plenty set list. He did Toys in the Attic. He also did Dream On with Lainey Wilson. We have a little audio of that, too.
Hey, Steven Tyler. strong.
Sounds good. God, it made me so happy. He also did Sweet Emotion, Walk This Way, and Led Zeppelin's Heartbreaker. So the proceeds benefit Janie's Fund, which Steven Tyler founded to aid young women and girls who've suffered abuse. He's had that for a long time. So I'm glad he got out there.
You know the story. He was very close to becoming the lead singer of Led Zeppelin.
I remember that, yeah. He could have done it.
It got pretty far along in the auditions when they were looking to move on with that, without Robert Plant.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what happened.
I don't either.
They tried a lot of people out, though.
They did.
A lot.
By the way, you know what's been living rent-free since Fire Aid is Pink's version of Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You. Did you watch this?
I did not.
Oh, my God. So Hart doing the Kennedy Center's honor back in 2012 for Robert Plant, like the members of Led Zeppelin.
When they did
Stairway
to Heaven, and
Which
brought
is-
the band to tears.
Brought the band to tears. Pink doing her version of Babe, I'm Gonna Leave. I watched it this morning. It's so damn good. If you haven't checked it out, please do. It's right up there. David Lee Roth was in Thailand in mid-December for a group biking excursion through the country, and he shared some of his experience in an 11-minute video. And he says 900 miles on an e-bike across northern Thailand, out into the rice paddies, up into the Golden Triangle, smoking pot and listening to Tom Petty.
Yeah.
David Lee Roth is exactly where we need him to be.
I want to go bike riding in Thailand with David Lee
I
Roth
do
and listen to
too.
Tom Petty.
He's right where we need him to be.
Yes.
In a rice paddy on an
He
e-bike.
is. Yeah, smoking weed and just jamming to Tom
That's
Petty.
where I need. That's where I need David Lee Roth. Honestly, we need him there.
Out in the Thai wilderness.
You know he had a katana on his back, too.
Yes, he did. He doesn't know who's going to show up. Up next for David Lee Roth is the return to the stage at the M3 Festival in Columbia, Maryland, where we may all be there. This will be his first public show since 2020. The 50th anniversary of Saturday Night Live is going to happen in a homecoming concert on February 14th at Radio City Music Hall. Performances from Miley Cyrus, Lady Gaga, Bad Bunny, Post Malone, Jelly Roll, David Byrne, Eddie Vedder, a million people. And guess who else is going to be there, guys? Dave Grohl is going to show up. He was not originally part of the lineup that was originally slated, and now he is going to be there. I think this is a good thing. I think he was in the SNL 50 that aired last Monday on NBC and is on Peacock. That was footage that they recorded a long time ago. He was at the Fire Aid benefit, and now Dave Grohl's coming out of his Grohl hole for SNL 50.
And he's going to have a baby Bjorn
He's
with
going
his
to.
illegitimate child on the front.
Exactly. I like it. I think it's a good sign. King Scott sent me this yesterday. Alison Krauss and Union Station announced their first album in 14 years. They shared a new song. Arcadia is due out March 28th via Down the Road. Your thoughts, Scott?
Well, the song is really, really awesome, but I'm in hopes the rest of the album actually hits the bluegrass world.
Okay.
This just kind of sounds like a nice adult contemporary pop song.
It does. Okay.
I
hope to tour it.
Needs.
And they don't have Dan Tyminski, so that also
really?
worries me a little bit.
Well,
But
that's-
Everybody knows that.
I'm okay.
Well,
I hope they tour it. It's still to this day the best live show I've ever seen.
They are touring a
Yeah, they're coming to St.
75-date
Louis.
North American tour that will run through the end of September.
They're coming to town May 14, 15, something like that.
Very good.
Best
Where?
live show I've ever seen.
At the amphitheater.
Oh.
Yeah.
So check it out. In TV news, New England Patriots owner Robert Kraft released a powerful new Super Bowl ad via his foundation to combat anti-Semitism. In it, Snoop and Tom Brady break down how the reasons for hate are stupid as they sound. Here is Snoop and Tom Brady.
Okay.
I hate you because we're from different neighborhoods.
I hate you because you look different.
I hate you because I don't understand you.
I hate you because people I know hate you.
I hate you because I think you hate me.
Because I need someone to blame.
Because you talk different.
Because you act different.
Because you're just different. Then I hate that things are so bad that we have to do a commercial about it.
Me too.
And they made love.
And then they made love.
And they made love. Right
They
there.
kissed
Thank you, Robert Kraft.
slowly. Oh my God.
I caress. I wish.
I visualized that very vividly.
Now, this is the a foundation that Robert Kraft has had for a long time, since 2019. And it's
A long time,
A long
yes.
time, you guys. And the foundation is steadily growing. They've
Does
raised
that
over $150 million.
Does that coincide with the time he was caught with a prostitute?
We don't want to talk about that, okay? We're talking about stopping hate, not what happens after a massage, okay?
I hate that massages aren't private business.
I hate that when I got that one massage that it went out to the press. Mel B is back as a judge on America's Got Talent. She's going to replace Heidi Klum, who is leaving the show after 11 non-consecutive seasons. I'm sad to see Heidi go. I love her on America's
When was
Got
the last
Talent.
time you watched that show?
It's been a few years. I used to watch it religiously, like in
Maybe
2012.
if you would have watched, she would have stayed.
When Howard Stern was on it, I watched it every freaking time it was on because it was so good. That was the favorite era.
That was your favorite era?
It was great. You didn't watch it?
I did. It was one of those shows where we would watch as a family. It was like one of the kind of the last shows we all watched together before everybody was doing their own thing now.
Yeah.
Everybody now does their own thing. We have no. Actually, no. We're watching that Beast Game show all together. But that's one of those. You want to watch that show? Okay.
Who are the current judges now that she's been added?
That's a good question. So Heidi Klum, AGT
Howie
judges.
Mandel.
Howie's still in?
Simon Cowell.
Yeah.
Simon Cowell's still on it?
Sophia
Yeah.
Vergara and Mel B.
And
Mel B's still
what's
there?
his nut?
No, she's coming back.
Coming back. And Terry Crews is the host.
Oh, I like Terry Crews.
Yeah,
I do
she's awesome.
too.
The new season of AGT premieres on NBC on May 27th.
And, it makes me sad that the Riz family, we have no show other than that Beast Game show where if everybody happens to be home at the same time, somebody suggests it.
Yeah, at least you have that, man. It's all gone for us.
The cat's
We got
in
nothing.
the cradle and the silver
It's all
spoon.
Nothing.
gone.
Guys, really sad news. Lily Allen and David Harbour are calling it quits after 4 years
Damn
of
it.
marriage. I know you're upset. Her marriage has been crumbling, an insider tells People magazine. They have split. They got married in 2020 after meeting on a celebrity dating app, Raya, in 2019. And Lily shares daughters Ethel and Marnie with her ex-husband, Sam Cooper. So this is her second marriage.
Raya? Is that the celebrity dating?
It is. Yesterday, we were knocking Jaden Smith for wearing that big old castle on his head to the Grammys, and now we know a little bit more about it. Interested?
Sure.
No.
Okay. It was actually a piece of wearable art from a legit design house called Abodi. And you can get one too, Moon. You can get one for $4,600 if you'd like one.
It was a commercial.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, it's just like wearing jewelry.
All that
And,
stuff is a commercial. Who you wearing?
yeah, it's like a design
Donna
thing.
Karen.
Donna
Yeah, but
Karen.
we're not-
DK.
I'm
We
wearing
have houses on our face.
Versace.
Does the home have shingles and stuff?
It
Because that'd be
does.
nice
You
if
can
it's
get
raining.
New gutters.
Sarah Michelle Gellar is in talks to return as Buffy the Vampire Slayer in a sequel series for Hulu. The show was going to focus on a new Slayer, but Sarah is going to have a recurring role. The original series ran from 97 until 2003. That's kind of cool. I never got into Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the show, but the movie from the 90s
With Christy Swanson?
with Christy Swanson.
Dude, it's so dope.
I loved that
It was
movie.
a great movie.
Great.
Actually, I think I didn't get into the show because I was upset that it wasn't the movie.
I agree.
I was
Same.
like, yo, you can't, like,
Where's
you
Donald
can't
Sutherland?
recast.
You can't take this.
You can't recast Buffy.
Right.
You can't take this from me.
That's
I'm,
right.
I'm not going to
We
support
had Pee
it.
Wee Herman. We had what's the guy from 90210? Luke
Yeah, yeah.
Perry,
Dylan?
hot ass Luke Perry.
Dylan?
Dylan.
Dylan.
Moon sent this to me. Rest in peace to Lee Ju-sil, the Squid Games actress. She's dead at the age of 81. She played Park Mal-soon, the mother of the undercover detective. And so she was diagnosed with stomach cancer last year, unfortunately passed away. Moving into movie news, there's more than one public domain of Mickey Mouse in a horror movie now, and it's called I Heart Willie. Dropped yesterday a trailer. It's a chilling origin story presenting genre fans with a sinister reimagining of one of the most iconic cartoon characters in history, along with one of the most horrifying love stories of the year. And Mickey Mouse looks insane, so good for you. And finally, UltimateClassicRock.com has put out a list of the top 15 best hair metal frontmen of all time. Who do you think is on this list?
Dee Snider.
Dee Snider is number 10. Good job,
so
Moon.
let's go Brett Michaels,
Bret Michaels is number 7 from Poison.
Vince Neil,
Vince Neil, number 8 of Motley Crue.
Joe Elliott.
Joe Elliott, number 4 of Def Leppard. What'd you say, Rafe?
No, he's on a roll.
Alice
good.
Cooper.
Alice Cooper, not on the list.
Would he be considered hair metal?
He's like shock rock.
Janie Lane from Warrant.
Janie Lane of Warrant, number 13. Go off. Keep going.
Wow. The guy from Warrant.
Sebastian Bach.
Sebastian Bach, yeah. I'm trying to think of all the tapes I had.
Sebastian Bach is number 5 of Skid Row.
Give me Michael Sweet.
Michael Sweet.
What is he from?
Striper.
Not on the list. Striper not getting any
Okay,
love.
so
that
what are we-
Christian
what are we
metal
missing?
band. You are missing
He's
one
missing
through
number one.
1 through 3.
David Lee Roth.
David Lee Roth is number 2.
I was like,
Who
what are we
was
doing
number
here?
1?
I will say
You guys are missing a lot.
there's Axl Rose on there.
Axl Rose is the number one singer, frontman from Guns N' Roses.
Axl Rose, yeah, Guns N' Roses is borderline hair metal.
Borderline, but it counts.
So you're missing 3, 6, 9, 11, 12, 14, 15.
All right, 1 is Axl. 2 is David. Who's 3?
Hint?
Not
No.
needed. Not needed.
Not needed.
Who's 4?
You're missing.
David
4 is
Coverdale.
Joe
Okay.
Elliott of Def
So
Leppard.
what bridges
David
the
Coverdale.
gap?
David Coverdale is number 9 of Whitesnake.
What bridges the gap between David Lee Roth and who's 4? Joe Elliott?
Joe Elliott.
There's got to be somebody. This
Oh,
our
there
wheelhouse.
is, and this is controversial.
It's not Vince Neil.
Controversial.
It's not Stephen
Okay,
Pierce.
it's gotta be-
Controversial whether it's a hair band.
James-
You said Stephen
Steve
Piercy
Piercy
of
from
Rat.
Rat.
That's number 11.
What'd you say,
Yikes.
Scott?
Metallica, James.
James Hetfield?
No, that's not considered
Chris
hair metal.
Angel.
No. You guys are
Michael
missing
Bolton.
some big. There's a couple. So like
Was
Kevin
Kiss hair metal?
Kevin DeBro of Quiet Riot is number 12.
Okay.
Jack Blades of Night Ranger is number 14.
Oh, Klaus from
Klaus Meine from Scorpions.
Scorpions.
No. Don Dokken is number 15
From
Dokken.
Dokken.
Rockin' with Dokken.
Kip Winger.
So you're missing
Good- that's a
6
good
and
one.
3. Kip is not on the list.
6.
6 and 3.
Oh, the twins.
Is Bon Jovi
Nelson?
hair
John
metal?
Bon
Oh,
Jovi
Bon
is number
Jovi.
6 and number 3.
number 3.
You
I
guys
thought
are
Bon Jovi's
losing
gonna be
your
3.
damn
Wait, this
minds
is
right
hair
now.
metal?
Hair
And
metal.
Bon Jovi is considered
This
hair
is
metal.
controversial.
Bon Jovi's definitely hair metal.
Yeah, they're definitely hair
Definitely.
metal. Did they look like chicks? Yes.
But was it metal in any sense?
Is it Kiss?
Yes.
Is it a
the lead singer
female?
of
Oh,
Kiss?
100%.
It's going to piss me off.
Okay.
Bruce.
This is weird that
No.
this is, but it also makes sense. It's just not.
Let me ask you questions. Are they still touring?
Yep.
Is it a lead singer that we would all know?
Yep.
The name?
Big time no.
Big time no.
We talk about this person
Ozzy?
all the time.
The guy from Jackal.
No, Jesse James
Tyler?
Dupree, no. But very good
So
guess.
it's not Ozzy because you could throw Ozzy in the hair metal category as far as the solo
It's
stuff.
not Ozzy. They did not throw him in here.
And you said it's controversial.
This is controversial.
We already said Brett Michaels, and he was where?
7.
7. They put Brett at 7.
They put Brett at 7.
That's. I would argue that one.
When you
He
look
should
at
be
this
higher.
list, and Rafe is onto something, David Coverdale, Vince Neil, Brett Michaels, John Bon Jovi, Sebastian Bach, Joe Elliott are behind this guy.
I know. That's why it's
Dude from Extreme.
No.
It's going to be something dumb.
Gary
like
Sharon.
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
You're in the ballpark. You are
Steve
in.
Perry.
You are in the ballpark. You are almost there.
Samuel Hagar.
Sammy Hagar.
Get the out of here,
3.
dude.
Number 3. Now, David Lee Roth did beat him at number 2, but isn't that kind of
Get outta
strange? Like
here.
that era of Van Halen to me is not hair metal. I don't, for whatever reason. I don't know why.
Out of here.
He still beats half of the people that you said, though, to be honest. Come
In
on.
hair metal categories,
Hair metal. We're
though?
talking about, you named at least 6 bands that had one song. One song, one video.
I don't know,
who?
man.
Like who?
But they,
Like half of them that she said.
like
Rap,
Twisted Sister has one real
Warrant.
huge song.
2.
Warrant. At least Twisted
We're not going to
Sister.
take it in what else?
At least Twisted Sister had like a
I
place.
Want to Rock.
Okay.
Twisted
2.
Sister had a place in the culture that Warrant and Rat did
Brett
not.
Michaels goes ahead of him for sure.
I agree.
Rat is one song. Warren, I'll
Vince
give you-
Neil goes
Warren,
ahead
I'll
of
give
him.
you
Rat's a
couple
couple.
songs.
What a
Look,
That's
dude.
Wanted Man.
Sammy's not third. If he's on the
Body
list,
Talk.
you got to at least put no argument. Brett Michaels goes ahead of him. Vince Neil goes ahead of him. I would say probably Gary Sharon goes ahead of him.
Brian, good call. Jack Russell from Great White.
Not on this 15.
Yeah, and
Which is
probably
crazy.
There were some hair
belongs
bands
to
with
be
like
there.
major strings of hits in there.
Cinderella.
Yeah, but a couple of them, for some reason, just because of their name or something, they had no relevance in the culture. They were just derivative hair metal bands, and they shouldn't be in these conversations. They had a guy that
Warren.
could maybe.
I
say,
More
would say
derivative
Warren
than
had-
replacing
Warren had a
the
couple
other
decent
guy.
songs.
What are you talking about?
Sammy Hagar replaced number 2. He wasn't even the original lead singer of a hair band. He was
And held his own.
but it's still that's the definition of derivative to me.
I hope you get to meet him one day and tell him that you are the biggest Sammy Hagar
I'm not
loyal
a Sammy
fan.
Hagar loyalist.
You are.
I'm a Van Halen
You're an
loyalist.
apologist for Sammy
He's a
Hagar.
Dave Contrarian.
Because there's some weird thing.
Different.
that
You're a
used to, like,
Dave
write him
Trarian. You're
off.
a Dave Trarian. You're not a Sammy Hagar. You're not a Hagar head.
No.
You're a
I'm-
Dave Trarian.
I'm a Van Halen
He's a
fan,
Hagarite.
and I appreciate what they both did to make them span multiple generations, like very few bands could even pull off.
Let's get to birthdays.
And that dude had some huge major part of that. You guys.
Clearly, a Van
You
Halen fan
guys.
did
What do you
make
mean
that
by
list.
you guys?
What do you mean, you guys?
I don't know.
Why you people?
You just pit us against each other for your own entertainment.
Bon Jovi should
I
go
love
ahead
them
of
both.
Hagar, too, and that's hard for me to say.
Bon Jovi ahead of Hagar.
Yeah.
In the
On that
hair
list.
metal
On the hair
category.
metal,
Yes.
big time.
Yes.
I mean,
Like if you're
dude,
talking frontman, I understand Sammy
Bon
is up there
Jovi-
because he is a great frontman.
You know what,
but
to be
hair
honest,
metal frontman?
I agree with you.
Bon Jovi with hair metal. I mean, he was the definition
That
of hair
puts-
metal.
Okay,
back in
I'm
the
thinking
day.
that through. Yeah, I don't think he should
Sammy's
be
in the
number
back
3.
half of 10 if he's on there at all.
And Sebastian Bach was a better frontman.
He also goes ahead of him.
Sebastian's
I'm
ahead
sorry.
of him.
For
You're
sure.
right. You're right. Honestly, if I
Now he's
thought,
at 7. We already got him down to 7. Let's get him out of 10. Let's keep going.
As long as we can agree that Warrant and whoever fronted that band and
I'll
some
give
other
you
bands
that.
like
Warrant
that
pretty
shouldn't
much
even
is
be
a one-hit
talked about.
wonder.
What are we
Janie
talking
Lane.
about?
And Brett Michaels got to be in front of him. And
We
so
already
does
put him
Vince
there.
Neil.
We put Brett, Vince, Bon John Joji, and I mean Gary Sharon. There's an argument, I think.
Where?
Extreme.
The biggest single was an acoustic ballad.
You might be right about
All
that.
right. Birthdays.
All right, birthdays. Kyla Kennedy, 22, whoever that is. Hannibal Buress, 42. By the way, Dan, a shout out to Dan Cummins and the Time Suck on Bill Cosby. He's been nailing it. He did a Dolly Parton one and a Bill Cosby
dude,
one.
Hannibal Buress basically opened up the door for Bill Cosby's downfall.
Yeah, and he kind of he goes from scratch, from Cosby's birth and his parents and all that to the Hannibal Buress stuff and all that. It's very, very interesting. Hannibal Buress, 42. Lauren Ash is 42. That's she's on Superstar. Gavin DeGraw is 48. Natalie Imbruglia is 50. Oscar De La Hoya is 52. Rob Corddry is 54. Gabriel Anwar, Fiona from Burn Notice is 55. Clint Black is 63. Lawrence Taylor,
LT.
one of the greatest defensive players of all time in the NFL, is 66. Alice Cooper, who missed this list somehow, but we're talking about...
Alice Cooper's not hair metal.
Nah, he's shock rock. He's just classic rock. 77.
Yeah. Alice Cooper's just classic rock.
I love Alice.
classic. But but Bon Jovi's candy rock. So
They started as hair metal.
Both
though.
ends
We did
of-
watch like the first 4 Bon Jovi videos, and him and Richie Sambora had like hair down to their ass. I mean, they looked like.
But hair metal doesn't exist without Cooper and some of those 70s guys.
Maybe not. It might be the precursor to it, but I mean, that's
maybe
like
the precursor,
If Kiss isn't hair metal, Alice isn't.
The Coop is 77. Dan Quayle is 78. And John Shuck. Munsters today, McMillan and Wife. And the movie version of MASH, he's 85 years old.
All right, today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Sahara Knight. And that's Knite if you're scoring at home. Today's birthday girl has been in 219 fine films, including The Arranged Marriage, Bangladesh Booty 2, Bitches in Heat 3, Blazed and Confused 3, The Chloroformed Assassin, Cougar Town Sluts, For Your Thighs Only, I Only Love ... Hookers, and who could forget her role in 2005's She Is a Dirty, Kinky Indian Bitch.
Holy smokes.
That's the name of the movie. Sahara Knight is 50 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back, and for the first time in 2025, we're going to play Matchup with Moon.
Fantastic.
All right, so King Scott has the questions.
Mm-hmm.
You guys give us a call, 314-624-3833, 618-398-3833. It's Team Moon or it's Team Riz. We got tickets to go see Disturbed with 3 Days Grace and Seven Dust, March 2nd over at Enterprise Center. Tickets for Pointfest featuring 311, The Urge, Toadies, Finger 11, Ludo, and many more. Saturday, May 17th at the Amphitheater. Tickets to go see Palais Royale just a couple weeks from today. Sunday night, February 16th over at the Pageant. And we'll get tickets to go see Morrissey playing the Factory on May the 12th. So who will get the most questions right? Myself or Moon? It's up to you. Give us a call. Your chance to win. 8:14, Tuesday, traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Left lane blocked on the left-hand shoulder, blocked due to a crash 70 eastbound just before Bryan Road. On the southern side of things, we have a right lane blocked on a right-hand shoulder, blocked due to a crash 270 northbound just after Gravois. Your point forecast, partly sunny, high of 46. Right now it is 37 at the Point Studio.
Time to save some green. Go visit my good friends over at Mountaintop Motor Company out there in Troy. They have an incredible lineup of cars, trucks, SUVs. In fact, you can see the whole inventory right now at mountaintopmotors.com. And to top it off, no payments for 90 days. They have some of the best financing around, all kinds of ways to save some money. And what's amazing about them is they're just down to earth. It's a no pressure environment. So you're gonna find the right car. You're gonna enjoy the process because they're amazing. So aim higher, go to Mountaintop Motor Company. It's mountaintopmotors.com. Wake up! It's when you gotta go on the table. And then
You know what? Maybe you got a birthday today. Maybe it's tomorrow. Maybe it's anytime this week or this month, and you're looking to celebrate. You go out to Fast Eddie's Bon Air. Legendary for so many different reasons. And if you've been out there, you know. If you know, you know. But if you haven't been out there, you've heard about it. You've probably heard about it your entire life. And you're like, man, what has taken me so long to get out to Fast Eddie's Bon Air to try out that big Elwood on a stick, marinated tenderloin and peppers, or the Cajun hot stick on a hot chick on a stick, or you know, just the legendary atmosphere that is the biggest and best bar around. This is a legendary, world-famous place right here serving our area for more than 40 years. Fast Eddie's Bon Air in Alton, Illinois, the cheapest eats and incredible best eats, the most amazing and coldest beer ever. The only rule is you got to be 21 and up. 21 and up and in the mood, and bring your credit cards or your debit cards. No need to bring cash anymore. Fast Eddie's is now accepting credit cards. Music 7 days a week. Live music 7 days a week. You got that huge heated outdoor patio. They bought the street next door and built a giant patio. This is a one of a kind atmosphere and a one of a kind place. If you know, you know. Opens daily at 11 a.m. Get out to Fast Eddie's Bon Air. Celebrate your birthday out there this week or this weekend. Fast Eddie's Bon Air in Alton, Illinois. If you're 21 and in the mood, head over to Fast Eddie's Bon Air.
Look at this, your dream home. You're renting right now. How about buying a home and building some equity? Look at you, an adult buying a house, maybe your first house. So listen, there are so many pitfalls out there. You could go with the big out-of-town bank where they treat you just like a number, or you could go with Kevin Putney, the local guy who treats you like a human being. 314-862-0123. He's gonna make the whole loan process simple and painless. It's easy. You call, you qualify, you close. 1, 2, 3, call, qualify, close. That's it. Kevin Putney's gonna find the mortgage that fits your needs. A loan is like a fingerprint. One fingerprint, one loan specific to everyone. Make that call. The process is simple. 314-862-0123. Online at 123mortgage.com. I'm going to my house.
Hey, it's Jeff Britton backstage at the pageant, and Nick and Peanut from 311 gracing us with their presence yet again. Thank you guys for taking the time. Appreciate it. St. Louis absolutely freaking loves you guys.
Yeah, how fast did this sell out? It sold out really
super fast.
Yeah.
Super fast.
We're stoked. We heard about that.
Yeah, so thank you for coming in, man. I was looking up, especially you, Nick, before you guys came up here, 49 turning 50 in 2020. You guys have been doing this forever, and I'm the same way. I'm 52. Just a quick story that nobody cares about. First time I ever saw you guys was like 91 in Springfield, Missouri. Blacktop of a parking lot of a place called the Regency Showcase, under a tent. No, you would remember that?
Yeah, what was that band we always used to play with there?
It wasn't Big Joe Carr, but something Royale.
Slugworth,
well,
maybe?
Slugworth was like a Springfield band, yeah.
That's crazy, you guys remember that stuff.
Legendary.
And so I started
Legendary. Dusty memories.
I started in radio in Springfield down there in '87, something like that. So I'm one of the relics, and I'm the guy that loves radio, and I'm the guy that has struggled through everything, and now I'm doing okay. You guys went from doing parking lots to arenas to amphitheaters like the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater to selling out places like this real quickly. Do you guys remember the struggle, and is it cool to know where you are right now because of that struggle?
Yeah, I mean, we put in the legwork. You know, we always wanted to be more of a grassroots thing that wasn't a media creation, but just having a direct relationship with our fans, building it up through touring. And, you know, we weren't embraced by the industry at first, which I guess was a blessing in hindsight, because now we have a really good foundation from touring, and so we don't have a lot of ups and downs. But yeah, those were great times. You know, as we're going into our 30th year here, crazy. You know, we've got on June 10th will be the 30-year anniversary of our very first show, which was in Omaha, opening for Fugazi. So we're planning a bunch of special things to commemorate 30 years together.
Anything that you can tell us about now, or do you want to keep it under wraps until a later date?
Well, the only thing that has been announced is that the 311 day is now expanding to 3 days in Vegas. So come join us.
Yeah, and there's a lot of information about 311 Day every year on Twitter and social media and stuff, and especially you, Peanut, a great follow on Twitter, at least. I love the stuff that you retweet, because I find things that are in your brain that I would never know without social media.
It's weird, right? Like we're if it's one big mind, it's fun having conversations with everybody, and then we all spit it out and we all kind of relate in one way or the other, you know, if it's direct or not. But yeah, it's so much fun. I love did you see the Cybertruck animation that I threw up?
Oh my gosh, I was going to bring that up.
Yeah.
So I love it so much.
Like, that's perfect. Yeah, that's how I want to go to school.
And you know,
drop the kids off.
And speaking of the evolution from 91 or 87 to now, social media makes it so much easier to be with your guys' fans, and you guys take advantage of that. That's amazing.
Yeah, you know, we just keep creating content, and also we've sort of our guitar tech that handles me and Peanut's instruments. He runs the 311 Tour Instagram, which does a lot of the backstage stuff. So for the hardcore fans that want every little nugget, that's another good follow there. But yeah, it's just it democratizes the culture, where before you had to wait for a record deal and stuff like that, but now people can just do it from the ground up.
But have you noticed that since it was, now that it's not, let's put out a record and try to get a record deal, and then once that record deal is there, everybody thinks you made it once you had a record deal, right? Everybody thinks you made it. Is it more fun now that you guys have to do a lot of the legwork yourself?
I mean, that's what Capricorn, our first label, told us would be the plan anyway, is just go out and put on a great show. And it was pretty much just keep doing what you're doing, because we love being on stage. We love getting the reaction from the audience. We love egging each other on to higher heights. So that's always been the main focus. That'll always be our best attribute, I think.
When I think of you guys over the years, I always think of festivals. I just, for whatever reason, that's the vibe that you guys give off. And I'm sorry if I use the word vibe, but that's just the friendly,
Just the month for love. And when was the last time you gave your carpet the love and attention it really deserves? When have you gotten down on your hands and knees and adored how clean or refreshed it was? Or maybe you're scared. You're scared of what you might see or smell. Not only is your carpet one of the biggest investments in your house, but it's also the biggest air filter in your home. If your carpet has not been professionally cleaned, you are breathing unhealthy levels of nasty dirt, dander, bacteria, germs, and all that stuff is recirculating again and again and again. And what's worse, you're going to be stuck inside. It's wintertime. Now, lucky for you, Zero Res is going to spread the love to you and your home with their Love Your Rug special. Zero Res has over 5,900 Google reviews with a 4.9 rating. So this month, get 3 rooms, Zero Resified, starting at just $119 plus a 4th room clean for free. And don't forget Dirt and Dander's favorite hiding place, your air ducts. This month, take $75 off when you get your air ducts Zero Res clean. Give them a call, 314-474-2020, or book online anytime and say you want the Rizzuto special at ZeroResSTL.com. Spell forward or backward, it spells the same at Zero Res.
Backstage at Pointfest, and this is, I gotta say, of all of the interviews that I've done, as far as the placement in conjunction with the show, this one is a little different, because there's not going to be a show here tonight, but we've got Highly Suspect here to join us. So, gentlemen, hello, and I'm going to make this probably pretty awkward for all of us.
Happy to be here.
Grateful to be here.
Well, it's absolutely wonderful to see you guys again, and it has been a...
Absolutely nothing you can do about it. Happy birthday, Riz. See ya.
All right, welcome back to the show. It's time for Matchup with Moon. That's right. I just said that. And it is sponsored by
CarStar. Check out your local locations there at carstar.com.
Dropped call.
My computer is it's about as fast as my brain is right now. Now that it's time to play.
Oh, good.
You're in good shape.
All right, so we've got tickets to go see Morrissey at the Factory, tickets to go see Disturbed with 3 Days Grace. We got tickets to go see Pointfest, and we have Palais Royale tickets. So it's going to be Team Moon or Team Riz, up to you guys. Scott's got the 5 questions. Yep. And let's go to the phones, and we'll go to Mark in Eureka. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, good fellas. How you doing?
Doing well, Mark. Team Riz, Team Moon.
Moon, you better get the hamster on the wheel, buddy. It's me and you, buddy.
All right, Mark is going Team Moon. Hang on.
All right.
Ryan. Hello.
Yeah.
All right, Team Riz or Team Moon? What do you got?
I will do Team Moon.
Okay.
Oops.
Feeling good.
All right, 2 Team Moons.
Wow.
Yeah, baby.
All right. And I should have said this earlier, but this is kind of a Valentine's Day edition.
Oh,
So you guys are really
Day themed?
There's a few of them in there that are it's mixed in, but
we discussed this during the break.
Changing.
you, dude.
Moon's going to go into isolation first. I will answer the questions for round number 1.
Mm-hmm.
No one picked you.
Nobody picked me.
You're a spoiler.
Really sad.
Man,
I am.
You could wreck them.
You're a spoiler.
I'm insulted. I'll be
Our
honest
audience
with you,
had
but
no faith in you.
That's fine.
And now, vengeance is yours.
And they both have their thinking caps on. So.
This is my chance to prove these 2 idiots wrong.
I believe in you.
All right, time to spoil.
Time to shine, Scott. Here we go.
Start off with a banger. What do yellow roses symbolize?
What do yellow roses symbolize? Yes, they symbolize something great. Something.
Hippie roses.
They symbolize loyalty. Said with 0 conviction.
Wow.
What do the M's in M&M's stand for?
Mike.
Mike and Mike.
Okay.
Cool.
Mike and Eminem. Mike and Mars.
Okay. Endless Love is performed by Lionel Richie and blank.
I think it's Donna Summer. God,
The theater-
killing it.
The theater in London where William Shakespeare produced his famous plays is called what?
Globe. No, that one. No. Diana Ross. Or not Donna Summer, Diana Ross.
Okay.
Changed it.
What language did people speak in ancient Rome? Don't look at me like that.
Greek.
And a tiebreaker. Saint Valentine was said to be martyred in what year?
This tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Saint Valentine. He was a man of the 1200s, I believe. So Saint Valentine, 1232. 1232? No idea.
Wow.
Yeah,
Zero.
Looking good for the callers.
0 idea.
Well.
Okay. All right. We shall see.
How'd you do?
I'm not going to say anything.
You just
It's up
did.
to you, buddy.
You just. I think.
Did
you
I
said
say
a
it
lot.
all? I got my own.
Oh no, dude!
I'm earbutting
You got to
it.
go with my
I'm
playlist.
earbutting it.
Whoa.
No, because you know why?
my
Because you
son-
play stupid things.
First of all, my
You
son
play
found-
stupid things, and it gets in my head, and it's all part of your scheme to throw me off my game.
That's a good point.
I'm not playing this game this year.
You've already done this round. You've
Homie, don't
already
play.
played this
Doesn't
round.
matter.
Listen, I told my son that I played him your playlist, or that I played you his playlist, and that you were really upset and said it was crappy music. And he goes, Riz doesn't know anything. Fine, play him this the next time. And
What is it?
I don't know. Big X the Plug.
Oh, now you got your son involved in this too?
I don't know what he picked.
It's all part of the grand
He
moon
just said-
scheme.
he just said,
of
"Here's your
throwing me off my
playlist."
game, and I'm not playing it.
Wow.
Here we go.
All right,
All
5 for
right.
5, baby. Here we
Yep.
go.
You got a lot riding on this one, Moon.
Okay. King Scott.
What do yellow roses symbolize?
Let me go back to that.
Okay. What do the M's in M&M's stand for?
Holy crap, I don't know. I don't know. Can't be Mars. Milk and do I have to name both M's?
Yes.
M and M's. Milk and money.
Yes.
Milk and
Very good guess.
milk and mold. Milk and God, dude. 0 for 5. Here we go.
Okay. Endless Love is performed by Lionel Richie and blank.
Oh man, he's gonna know this. You know this is right up his alley. Lionel Richie and some gal. You know that some old gal. God, dude, 0 for 5. Sorry for picking me, dudes. Holy crap. Oh,
You got any guess, or you want me to go on and we'll come back?
no, I don't have a guess.
Gotta say something.
I have no idea. Patti Smith.
Okay.
Oh, my.
Oh, that's nice.
That'd be a type.
How nice of you to get in my head right now.
The theater in London where William Shakespeare produced his famous plays is called?
Yeah, I have no idea. No idea. We'll say I don't know.
Throw it out there. First thing that comes to mind.
No, this is a really, really hard round. Thanks for starting our year off like this.
Well, it's Valentine's
I'm
based,
sure
and I
you're
thought you
being
guys
very
would know.
kind to our egos.
Okay, let's ease it up a little bit. What language did people speak in ancient Rome?
In ancient Rome. Yeah, I assume Italian. Is there a... Well, I mean, it was Greek. Was it Roman? I mean, is there a Roman that turned into Italian? Gee whiz, dude. Ancient Rome, I'll just say Italian. Let's go back to the other one, and I'm going to just throw out Oxford, even though I'm sure that's not it, for the theater.
Okay.
Okay.
Or is it Cambridge? I'll say Cambridge. That sounds more like a theater name. And then what was number one?
What do yellow roses symbolize?
Let's say faith, like long love or something.
Can we also
And-
go back to
Yeah, what
M&M?
was number two? Oh yeah, milk and misogyny. Let's
Sorry about that.
Milk and misogyny.
And now
For
for
that green M&M, you might be right.
for the tiebreaker, Saint Valentine was said to be martyred in what year?
Why would you do this to both of us? Like,
Well, you guys know Valentine's.
This is a garbage. This is a garbage. This is a garbage. We'll say 1435.
Okay.
This was dumb.
All right.
Take them off. Take them out.
That's your win, dude.
Wow.
What a round.
That was the dumbest round I think we've done in 10 years.
King did not come to play today.
Not today,
Oh,
huh?
I thought you guys look sharp.
This is not a happy Valentine's Day for you.
Yo,
No, it is not.
I will guarantee you that you're going to win, and it's going to be on the duet.
Let
Because
me
I have
tell
no
you
idea
this.
what that chick's name is.
I changed my answer to that.
He did.
Meaning you got it, I'm sure.
There's a couple.
And hit me.
There's a couple you're going to kick yourselves on.
All right, here we go.
I don't know if either one of you are going to win, to be honest. Like that, I feel
Collectively, St. Louis lost.
Yeah,
I think
collectively this sucks.
Maybe
We all lost.
total
That might be the worst.
one correct answer.
Yeah,
Maybe.
and it's his duet one.
No. I know I got at least 2 right.
No, 2. There's 2 correct answers.
You know that you
you're
have 2 right, then you know you won.
Okay, well, let's go. Let's go.
2 correct answers, I heard.
You do this all the time. You wind up guessing.
Brother.
Moon's going to go 5 for 5.
Brother, I assure you,
honestly, for
I
once,
assure
no,
you,
he's
it
not.
was 0.
This was a disaster.
I don't know if I even answered a question.
What's your name?
I'm embarrassed to be here right now.
Let's go.
I feel bad now. All right. What do yellow roses symbolize?
Riz said loyalty and Moon said long love.
Which is the same thing.
Friendship.
Friendship, you guys. I knew that one.
Me too.
Valentine's.
Yeah, you're looking at Mr. and Mrs.
Bros.
Flower over
Come
here.
on, man.
Peace and love. Peace and
Mr. and
love.
Mrs.
You guys been married a
Flower.
long time now.
Rafe said pee-pee also.
Yeah, I mean, what's more friendly than?
Learn, can we get a score update?
0.
Looking good, guys. Looking
Everybody's
real
losing
good.
right now.
Okay, what do the M's in M&M's stand for?
Riz said Mike and Mars, and Moon said milk and misogyny.
And it's Mars and Murray.
It is Mars. Oh, man.
0 to 0.
There, that was a hard one.
Can I get a half a point?
No.
I thought it was a Hershey's product.
You get nothing.
It was originally a Mars product.
Yep.
I didn't know
I first
that.
said Mike.
I think it was
Mike and
I don't
one
know.
of the
I don't know
sons
where
or
the
something,
Murray
right?
came
One of
I
the
knew there was
sons.
a Mars in there,
I
but
did,
I didn't know the
think
other
it was
One of
Mars,
the
and then I was
sons
like, well,
Mars?
it's a competitor.
That was a good
Bill Murray.
trivia fact, though.
Thank
I
you.
didn't know that.
Endless Love is performed by Lionel Richie and blank
Riz said Diana Ross,
Oh,
and then
that
Moon
sounds
said
right.
Patti Smith.
/ old gal.
I said, you know, that old guy.
First, Riz said what?
I said
And-
Donna Summer at first.
He said,
Yeah.
Donna Summer, this was either going to make you or break you for changing your
Yep. And the correct answer is Diana Ross.
Point for Riz.
The theater in London where William Shakespeare produced his famous plays is called what?
Riz said the Globe, and Moon said Cambridge.
And the correct answer is the Globe.
Which, that's right. But I first thought the Apollo. Like, that's what first came up into my head.
Yeah, it was.
But, yeah, the Globe was it.
Love be tripping.
That's right.
Globe.
Sorry, contestants. I wasn't going to get any of these. I knew,
How many we have
Well,
left?
there's, still,
I knew-
there's one
2
left.
to 0, Riz.
Oh, I win.
I knew
Yep,
none of
you
these.
did it.
Oh, bye, Mark. Bye, Ryan. Bye, guys.
You chose poorly.
Yes.
It was
Now let's see if there's any redemption.
garbage questions.
What language did people speak in ancient Rome?
Riz said Greek, and Moon said Italian.
This is one you're going to kick yourself
Yep,
on.
it's Latin.
Oh, damn it.
Yes.
It's embarrassing.
We're on all our
Oh,
money.
you're right.
Wasn't thinking
everything.
about it.
I know. Damn it.
I didn't know that
I
one.
think if I had heard that question first, I might have got it.
I thought
but I
for
was
sure
so just,
Moon
Yeah.
was gonna, I thought for sure Moon had that. I was like, it's going to be a tie because I thought he'd get that one.
I was so
damn it.
atomically destroyed by that point, I didn't care.
Latin.
Okay. And the final one is the tiebreaker. St. Valentine was said to be martyred in what year?
Riz said 1232, and Moon said 1435.
And the correct answer is 1430. Oh, wait, no, sorry. It's 269.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah, so Riz would've got that.
269s.
I said,
I'm surprised because Latin is on the cross. And re.
I know.
And they still speak it.
Okay. Once now you say it.
Yep.
By the way, I said St. Valentine was a man of the 1200s.
I will say I thought Italian was a good guess.
I said 14 because, February 14th and all, and it's an idiot's guess.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Listen,
That was tough.
No idea. Tough
I'm
round,
happy
Scott.
for you. I'm not
Hopefully-
upset with you at all. You deserve that round. I was
I
totally.
think this next one's easier, I hope.
Okay.
Totally
I
ill-prepared
apologize, guys.
in
That might have been
knowledge.
too rough.
Don't apologize for nothing.
Yeah, he
Okay.
doesn't want you to apologize because he won
Don't
the round.
apologize. Now, if I would have gotten 0 correct,
I like it better when I like a 2-1 victory better than I like a 5-4.
You're right. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a 2-0 victory. Let's just,
2-0, take it. Chris, hello.
Good morning, gang. Happy birthday, Riz.
Hey, Chris. Team Riz, Team Moon.
Well, let's go with the guy whose name's on the wall.
All right. Michelob Ultra. He doesn't work here, but I will. Nathan, Team Riz or Team Moon?
Let's go with Team Riz. He knows a thing or two about a thing or two.
Man, all the pressure now.
Now it's flopped.
Now it's gone.
Now you're the spoiler, baby.
Interesting how this
One
works
time
out.
Moon doesn't perform well, they all abandon you, man.
pendulum.
That's messed up.
Has gone the other way. All right, I'm going to go into isolation.
I mean, at least for this entire year, whatever happens, the trophy is still on my desk.
Okay.
I like this. Oh, sorry. You're
This
supposed.
is the beginning of the year.
You're supposed to be in the isolation.
Hang on, putting my earbuds
Take your
in.
time. You didn't know this was coming.
I was listening to Neil Young during that last.
Oh yeah.
in the last round.
Lucky.
Hear that?
Very close to Morrissey as far as being very grumpy.
Oh, dude.
Oh, for sure.
Neil Young is
Yeah.
one of those guys. Like
He was rock and roll emo.
he just seems like a dick.
It's just everything
Neil
around
Old Man
us.
Winter.
Neil Young. Okay,
Garbage.
going back in. All right. Okay, stand by and go.
All right.
Okay, trash bag. Let's see what questions you pull out this round.
I'm not Riz.
King Scott.
Okay, here we go.
King Scott.
You ready?
No.
Get it going. Okay,
Nope,
you got your
I'm-
thinking cap on.
I feel terrible
What
about myself.
do the X and O in the term XOXO mean?
Hugs and kisses.
The first antibiotic was discovered in 1928 by accident, and we still use it today. What's it called?
Penicillin.
What element are diamonds made of?
Carbon.
The imaginary line that divides the Earth into a northern and southern hemispheres is called what?
Equator.
Where was the Declaration of Independence signed?
Oh, man. Philadelphia, I suppose. Yeah, that's something I should know. I'm gonna, for lack of a better guess, educated guess to go. I'll just go Philadelphia.
And for the tiebreaker, how many countries are there in the world?
Holy crap!
It's common.
Holy crap! Okay, let me do a little counting. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
That old Valentine's Day question.
Yes.
Holy smokes, dude! How many countries? Sovereign countries. Man, I'm gonna say 100 and. Gosh, man, I've been to a lot, but I know when I tracked it before, it said I only been to like 11 or 12%, which means it's a lot more than I think people realize, or that I realize. Yeah, I'm gonna go with 159. Oh, dang, that's gotta be low. That's gonna be low. 167.
Whoa.
Wowie. Okay, so we're good?
Good.
All right.
Well,
Well, huh?
so it goes.
Boy, all the pressure on me, I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
For sure.
real different.
Tickets are on the line.
This is a big one.
This is a big one. Maybe the biggest.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
Let me,
Could have no winners.
no winners. Yeah, that's
be-
right. Yeah.
could be a
Blow
big
this.
day.
No winners today.
Okay. Here we go. Round 2. Matchup with Moon.
All right, Riz, what do the X and O in the term XOXO mean?
Hugs and kisses.
The first antibiotic was discovered in 1928 by accident, and we still use it today. What's it called?
I'm sorry?
The first the first antibiotic was discovered in
Penicillin.
Okay. What element are diamonds made of?
Carbon.
The imaginary line that divides the Earth into the northern and southern hemispheres is called what?
The equator.
Where was the Declaration of Independence signed?
Philadelphia.
Here's the tiebreaker. How many countries are there in the world?
Man. I feel like you've asked this before.
I have.
Damn it. 74. Okay. Here we go.
All right,
How'd you do? How'd you do? How'd you do?
That's none of your damn business, and I
Well,
think
we're
you
gonna
can stay out
find
of my
out.
personal affairs.
I think I did okay.
Yeah.
I think I did all right.
You look like a new age Mark Twain today, Moon.
Oh,
baby.
Samuel Clemens, huh?
Well, Samuel Clemens.
Stop hitting on me. I'm playing games.
The old rail splitter, huh?
I love it.
That's Abe Lincoln, you goof.
What?
Oh, over there chopping down his cherry tree.
Yeah, okay.
Never tells a lie, huh?
That's right. All right. Twoeth by sea, oneth by land.
Yep, the British are coming.
Yeah, there you go. It's all Mark Twain.
His best.
All right, here we go.
What do the X and O in the term XOXO mean?
You both said hugs and kisses.
And you're both correct.
Happy Valentine's Day, buddy.
Killing it.
Valentine.
also
Hold
with you.
hands for the rest of the day.
The first antibiotic was discovered in 1928 by accident, and we still use it today. What's it called?
You both said penicillin.
And you're both correct.
Nice little Valentine's Day.
Yeah, and a sweet one. I thought that'd be
That's
a
very
good
cool.
one.
Valentine's Day the 14th, penicillin the 15th.
Yes. What element are diamonds made of?
You both said carbon.
And you're both correct.
3-3.
Ooh, it's a tie. The imaginary line that divides the Earth into the northern and southern hemispheres is called what?
You both said the equator.
And you're both correct. So it's a tie going into the fifth one here.
Oh, fifth question.
Where was the Declaration of Independence signed?
You both said Philadelphia.
You're both correct. It was a
Calm us down to the tiebreaker.
Yes,
we
it
go.
does.
And what a wildly different set of questions from the first.
Right. What the hell happened
And-
to you, Scott?
The advantage for Riz here is he remembered this is a question I've asked in the past.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
There's no advantage to that because I don't.
How many
remember
countries?
Anything.
How many countries are in the world?
Moon said 167. Scott Daniel Rizzuto said 74.
And the correct answer is 195.
Damn it.
Oh, maybe.
Moon wins.
No prize.
No prize.
We don't do
74.
That's what you
I
get.
don't know. I thought the 74 was what popped in my head.
74.
Good year, by the way.
I was thinking 200, but I guess.
What a moronic answer.
I know.
What a
didn't
dumb.
know
At least I
there's-
was close.
What a dumb answer.
Well,
What a stupid idiot.
you didn't go over.
Dumb.
You're calling yourself
There's
an
been
idiot.
a lot of-
You got 5 out of 5, and you're calling yourself an idiot. I got 0
Yeah, but that
out
was
of 5. I don't
logic.
even have an
A lot
answer.
of countries trying to buy other countries right now.
Logic.
It's confusing out there. So
Yeah.
maybe that was
Logic
it.
could have led me to a better answer than
Yeah.
74. Sorry, guys. No prizes awarded to anybody.
Sorry about
today.
that.
Yeah. All right, Scott, you did it.
Yeah,
you got through it.
I got an
Well
easy
done.
one in there, I guess.
Well done.
You guys crushed that second
Scott,
one.
you did it. You embarrassed us all.
We'll take a break.
I'm so disappointed in myself.
We'll come
now.
back with some emails. Also, do you think you could pass the FBI's sit-up test?
I'm not sure these days.
Do you think you could pass the FBI's sit-up test?
Is there like a trap
Depends on what it
involved?
is.
Well, I'll let you. We'll chop it up next. All right, that and your emails. 8:46 Tuesday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. We got delays 55 northbound between Union and River City Boulevard. Your point forecast, partly sunny, high of 46. Right now it is 37 at the Point Studio.
So let's start off with an easy one.
Okay.
You have this incredible career with Everclear.
Right.
Made all of these records. You've had, I would think, multiple opportunities to do like a solo record, but you're going to put out a solo record for seemingly the first time in your career.
For not seemingly the first time.
The first time in your career. Why now?
Well, I mean, you know as well as I do that Everclear has been my baby from the beginning.
Yeah.
It's my thing. So as far as doing a rock band situation, I never felt really a need to do a solo record. I tried to do one once, and it turned into an Everclear record. And I wanted this to be different. I wanted this to be just me playing everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's mostly acoustic guitar, acoustic bass, some keyboards, some drums, not drums on every song. I sing all the vocals. I play all the instruments. Co-produced it with a friend of mine who's a great engineer, producer. And, yeah, it's very raw. It sounds like almost...
What's up, everybody? Don't be a victim of Fool's Spring. Let Universal Windows Direct help you kick off the year with a warmer, cozier home because you know second winters are coming and you need incredible savings. Universal Windows Direct is offering an amazing deal right now. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. Doesn't matter how big your house is. For every 2 windows you buy, they get you 2 on the house. And there's no limit. Plus 36 months, no interest financing means you got 3 years to pay it off without a single cent of any kind of interest. That's money in your pocket and all the money that you'll be saving in your energy bills. And if you have a quote from a different company, bring it in to UWD and they will beat it. That's their commitment to giving you the best quality and value for your home. Universal's tech is so space-aged, it was developed by NASA. It's called Super Spacer Technology. Okay? Scientists, all right, worked on this. Scientists! And they have a true lifetime warranty. Coverage as long as you own your home, plus a 20 additional years to the next homeowner. You can haunt the next homeowner with your responsibility, and that's the kind of ghost I want in my house. So call them today for a free in-home estimate at 314-334-2522 or visit universalwindowsdirect.com. And like me, you will be saying, I love my windows.
Well, there's a big tour, big show coming to St. Louis, April the 1st over at the Chaffetz Arena. And I am very stoked for the very first time to be chatting with Co Wetel. Co, you'll be at Chaffetz. It is the Road to El Paso Tour Part 1. And we're playing the song Creeps. And it's really nice to meet you, Co.
Hey, man, I appreciate you having us on. Thank you for jamming the music, dude.
Now, no problem at all. And we got a lot to get to here. But I, as somebody that's kind of new to you and what you do, what was the first music in your life that caught your ear, that made you, that started to like kind of lay the foundation for you being a very passionate music fan?
I would probably have to say Nirvana. I grew up on all kinds of music, and then I found out who Nirvana was in the 8th grade or 7th or 8th grade, and I don't know, man. They kind of grabbed me. Kurt's voice and the way that they put all the music together was unlike anything I'd ever heard, and I was like, oh hell yeah, I got to do this.
And so was it that record? Was it Nevermind and In Utero, whatever, Nirvana in general? So that was the one that was like, all right, I want to do this.
Yeah, absolutely. I grew up playing music, but it was always country.
All right.
And stuff like,
So then on top of that, Co, when did you? Yeah. Oh, sorry to interrupt. I apologize. But so when did you feel like, you know what, I can do music for my life? Like, this is something that I can do. I want to do this. I want to make a living doing this.
Yeah, I think it was more in college. I played and I wrote through high school, played gigs through high school and stuff. But once I got into college, I was like, screw school, I played football for a little bit in school. And I was like, I'm not going to make it to the NFL. I'm not going to become a doctor. So why not go get some free beer and, make a little money doing it, So
I saw that post I think you made yesterday about your grandma on the Dallas Cowboys. And and I found that to be so funny. So are you a Cowboy fan to this day because of grandma?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Like, I think, not even 24 hours after I was born, I was in a Cowboy onesie. So I'm a day one.
That's so awesome, because I remember it was so funny reading that post of yours, because I remember my grandmother also chain smoking what must have been the cheapest cigarettes known to mankind, and then chirping at me about why I even played sports, that I should just be working on my school, and why weren't my grades better. But I could still remember her at her back porch just chain smoking and then yelling at me at the same time.
Lighting one with the other,
Which I always thought, like, when I saw my grandparents do that, and I've never wanted to be a smoker, but I was like, man, that's kind of badass. It shouldn't be, but I thought they were so cool for doing it. So Co, one of your buddies has become a huge fan favorite on our radio station, and that is Jelly Roll. And one of the things that Jelly and I had the opportunity to chat a couple of times, and one of the things that I really like about him and what he's doing, and I think the same goes for you, is that I feel like we get all, and music people, radio people, label people, we get way too into the weeds about genres, about it being this or it being this. And Co, I don't know anybody that just listens to music in those kinds of narrow sort of terms. So honestly, I just love that you guys are bringing a new style, which is all of the styles kind of back to the forefront. I feel like it's just good for all of us as music fans. Am I nuts?
No, you're completely right. What Jelly's doing, and other artists as well, is, it's, as an artist, I feel like you don't want to be labeled as a genre. You kind of want to, just kind of play music, and whatever comes out, and so Jelly's, man, he's killing it, absolutely crushing it. One of my dear friends, but to mix, the country with the rock, with the kind of hip hop, and man, whenever you're able to do that and be versatile like that, man, I think fans really appreciate it, instead of, listening through a record that sounds the exact same all the way through. You have these ups and downs of different styles of music. The fans definitely, can get behind it.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, Co, you're going to be here at the Chaffetz Arena on April the 1st. Also, too, I know that if we ever have you play a show for us and Jelly Roll is around, we need to lock up every golf cart that we can in the in the immediate area. That was one of the best videos. One of the things I wanted to ask you, when you get to a point where you're able to headline a tour and to do arenas, and you're able to choose, I would assume, have some kind of choice in your openers. And in St. Louis, you've got the Cadillac 3 and Dylan Wheeler opening for you. Can you kind of talk about those artists? Because I don't know much about them, and I'm always one to get there for the openers.
Yeah. So Dylan, he's a Texas cat, man. He's leaning more towards the alternative rock, sound. And man, the kid can sing his ass off, man. He's one of my good buddies from Texas. And then Cadillac 3, man, they've been around forever. I don't know if you're familiar with Whiskey Myers at all. They toured around with Whiskey Myers a little bit, kind of
Yes.
the same sound as well. Man,
Home mortgage loans, they can be complicated, but Together Credit Union is here for you throughout the entire process as your hometown home loan provider. Together Credit Union has a home loan solution for you, for every buyer, no matter what's going on. So get in on the action. Now, maybe you're trying to buy your first home. Maybe you're downsizing or sizing up. You need some more space. Maybe you need a second mortgage. Together Credit Union is there for you, and they can take care of all of those. Fixed rate, adjustable rate, conventional home equity, and jumbo loans. They're the pros. They have it all. They even have specialty loans, FHA, union member mortgages, community contributor mortgages. So again, your hometown home loan provider, Together Credit Union, has you covered. They understand that mortgage loans can be complicated, so they make it their entire goal to make the entire process easy for you. It's handled all in-house right here in St. Louis. Together Credit Union has experienced lending teams to handle the underwriting, the servicing, and everything in between locally. So remember, Together Credit Union is your hometown home loan provider. Also, Together Credit Union, federally insured by the NCUA. Go to any of the 14 area locations near you and talk to their member advocates. They're incredible. And check out the rates at togethercu.org.
Backstage at Pointfest, and I'm completely honored to be joined by Ed from Live. This is one of my childhood dreams, to always talk to you every time you're in town.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Been following you. I was telling your tour manager, I've been following you guys.
So I asked this question before the break. Do you think you could pass the FBI sit-up test?
What is it?
So the FBI applicants, okay, to be accepted, you need to be between 23 and 37, so we're all out.
Yep.
Although veterans may qualify for an age waiver. So besides a background check.
And psychics.
Besides a background check, you need to pass a physical fitness test, sit-ups, push-ups, a 300-meter sprint, and a 1.5-mile run.
This is easy.
And you need to do all that stuff with only 5-minute breaks in between. So there's a minimum amount of sit-ups. I think you do the sit-ups first, if I'm not mistaken. So, and these aren't sit-ups that you phoned into, gym class. So these are, you lie on your back with your shoulder blades touching the floor, arms crossed over your chest, fingers. Mm-hmm. A partner, holds the person's feet.
It's a military grade sit-up.
Knees are 90-degree angle. You raise your upper body until your elbows touch the mid part of your thigh before returning back to the starting position. Hips must remain in contact with the ground during the motion. Everyone gets 1 minute to complete as many sit-ups as possible. If you pause, test is over.
Ooh.
What's the minimum?
They don't tell you.
No, minimum.
They just say you don't need to run.
So between those, between the push-ups, the sit-ups, the 300-meter sprint, and 1.5-mile run, you need to get 12 points to pass. And depending on how you do...
This is the Army PT test except the sprint. I've never heard of the sprint being part of it.
So you're telling me if I clock 100 legit sit-ups in 60 seconds, I got the 12 points. I don't even need to run. Thank you. I can sit this part out.
Well, if you fail any portion of it, you...
Right. But you said it was point-based, right? So
well, yeah, but there are minimums, though. There are minimums you need to run.
Is there a maximum?
No, there's no max. So 1 point is awarded to a woman who logs 35 sit-ups in a minute. That's
Wow.
1 point. That's
only
minimum.
1 point? Holy smokes.
And men who do 38, that's only 1 point.
In a minute.
38 in a minute?
Yeah.
I mean,
and you cannot pause.
I mean, you can crank them out.
Well, the quicker you do them, too, the easier it is.
It's tough, though.
If you pause, you fail, test over, you don't even have to do the other stuff.
You mean because the
Done.
momentum? Like just kind of slang?
Anything less than 38 for a guy, 35 for a woman, anything less, fail, test overall.
Do you think you could do this right now?
Let's do it.
I'm looking at
38?
Yeah.
Yes.
You think so?
Now, if you do 57 sit-ups.
I don't know if I could. When I was in the Army, I did.
If you do 57, that's 10 points.
I'm not doing it.
I'll time you, man.
happened?
I'm definitely not doing
I don't want to lay on this hard-ass floor and do sit-ups.
I'll try. I don't think I can do it. I'm not.
All right, Moon, you want a 60 seconds?
Hold his feet.
I'll do it if you try.
No, this is your idea. I don't want to lay on this
Hold his
hard
feet.
floor.
Well, hold his
Hold
feet.
your feet.
All right.
Really
Bring that microphone over.
60 seconds on the clock. Here,
Lauren,
let me
bring
give-
this microphone
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Stop it, Scott.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I have your hat. I don't think. No, I don't want my. No, give my hat.
You need to do 38.
Dude.
Yeah, you got to keep your hat on.
High school.
All right, here we go.
38 in a minute.
3, 2,
Wait,
1.
wait.
I just did one.
No.
Wait, I got to get ready.
Oh, okay. What's up with you?
My butt hurts, dude.
Told you.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. What are you doing?
3,
Yeah.
2, 1, go.
2.
3,
Riveting content.
4, 5.
My spine is.
Follow our
6,
show on 1057 The
7,
Point's YouTube page
8,
to see what actually is happening in here
9,
right now.
10.
Curious George's
11,
man in the yellow hat is doing sit-ups on the floor.
13,
I'm not going to the
14,
FBI.
15, 16,
24 seconds in.
18,
No pausing.
19,
Just got into TSA.
20, 21.
22.
Keep
Drive a
going.
school bus now.
I'm impressed.
Mailman. 24. Cross your arms. 25.
25.
You're out.
You're out.
You got 25 and 40 seconds.
That's pretty good, man.
That's very good.
I bet your tailbone hurts so bad.
That's very
Good
good.
job, Moon. That was good.
I tell you what, it's my quads.
And you're probably in the best shape of all of us here.
I tell you what, dude. I think I could have done it if I wasn't so sore from Saturday's show at Schlafly.
You need a mat, too, man.
Can they let
That's
us do
tough to on a
crunches?
hard
When in
floor.
doubt,
That was a
blame
dumb idea.
Schlafly.
Your tailbone's going to hurt so bad tomorrow, you're going to want to jump off a bridge.
My spine was like
Where was he at on seconds?
cracking.
40 seconds.
Okay.
You're on pace.
You
I
kept
could-
going.
I could have done it if my quads didn't fatigue.
Yeah, I think you could have.
So if you get 57 sit-ups in a minute, it's 10 points.
You should be heading up some department if you get 50.
Wait, that was
something.
38.
Yeah.
Oh, they have it measured out. You don't have to double it?
38 is 1 point.
I'm telling you.
57's 2?
57. If you get 57 in a minute, it's 10 points.
Okay.
I don't know how they calculate it.
That's harder than you think when you're out of shape.
Also, you could just get good at. You were kind of right, though, Moon. If you get really good.
Yeah, but you have to do minimum 29 push-ups.
That's fine for me.
Minimum 59.0 seconds in a 300-meter run, and then run 1.5 miles in 12 minutes and 29 seconds. All that stuff with 5-minute breaks between.
The push-ups are fine. It's not. It's. I need a bacchiotomy. It's my back on this.
I think they should do
sit-ups that hurt so
pull-ups on that.
It also depends on how hardcore your counter is. Sometimes those guys are jerks. They'll be like 1, 1, 1, 2, 2.
That's
Because you're
hard,
like
man.
not glocking it out or something on the way.
Anybody else want to try it? That's
No.
way harder than you think it is.
No. By the way, the
I
CIA
ain't get on this
requires
hard floor.
is the CIA more or less
More.
Less.
It's a secret.
as far as passing the physical fitness test. Does the CIA? Those are the FBI numbers. As far as sit-ups go, does the CIA require more or less push-ups in a minute?
I know a few people in the FBI. I don't think I know anybody in the CIA. And the guys that I know in the FBI, I'm not sure they could do 5 sit-ups right now. So I'm going to say it's easier for FBI. I don't know why.
And I bet you do know CIA people. We
don't know. You're probably right.
I'm gonna say, yeah. I guess I'll go with more.
So CIA requires more.
Yeah.
Wrong. CIA
Really?
requires less.
Sweet.
Haven't you seen
CIA
Homeland? They're
27.
way better shape than my
What about
buds.
the Department of Homeland Security?
Oh, 12.
I don't know anything about that.
32.
You have to know what it is.
32. You still have to do 32 to
What
get in.
is a sit-up?
Wait, this is a requirement.
This is to pass the physical fitness test for the
cool.
CIA, FBI, and Homeland Security. Now, if you want to dramatically improve your sit-up count, you need to practice. So, a former Navy SEAL recommended multiplying the max number of sit-ups you can do in a minute by 3. So, do this for a total of 10 consecutive days. Aim for 20 to 25 sit-ups per 30-second set.
Man, I should have.
Man, I wish they'd let us do crunches.
Told you.
Dude, what am I thinking?
I'm going to be honest, man, and this ain't a knock.
got up
You
at
did great.
3:50 today.
I could hear your bones cracking.
I
could hear your hips like cracking, and I go, man, he is going to regret this show of
total
strength
mess.
tomorrow.
Total mess.
Let's regroup. We'll take a break. We'll do emails after.
I'm telling you, it was that show. Like, I haven't played a show in a month or two, and like, I was fully going. I was
Get this
headbanging,
man
I was
some
jumping
Bengay.
all over the place, and I woke up these last couple of days with my legs just frozen.
Good effort.
Good effort.
Very
Thanks.
good effort.
All right,
Yeah, that's
9:04. 9:04 Tuesday, traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. The traffic is clear. Your point forecast, partly sunny. High of 46. Right now it's 38 at the Point Studio.
Joined in the Point Studio now by the mastermind behind Ghost, Tobias Forge. How are you, man?
I'm good, thank you. How do you do?
I'm doing really well. It's an absolute great pleasure to have you here, and the absolute ferocious fan base of Ghost has me completely petrified that I'm going to screw this interview up because they
Then don't.
Right. Well, that's the idea. But it's one of those really great things in getting to talk about Ghost right now because you can just feel all the excitement and everything kind of not starting to come together, but just continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger. That has got to be an amazing thing for you to see on your side of things.
Of course it is. I mean, I've done many records in my life that did cause nothing, you
Right.
know. So it's you never know how many times you will have this feeling. So I'm trying to sort of absorb it and enjoy it whilst it's here, and yeah, no, it's a fantastic feeling.
When I had read, and again, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I had read, kind of when the process and the thought process for this was beginning, that you thought that you would have a certain audience that would dig it, that would enjoy it, and that it might even be kind of like sort of an art thing that you could potentially see at like an art installation. Are you yourself a little surprised that it is grown into what it has become now?
Yes. I mean, obviously everything is a gradual sort of, these epiphanies of what you can achieve obviously comes gradually. And now obviously I know what took us here, but there was definitely a thousand things that I could never have predicted back in 2008 or 9 or 10 or 11.
Sure.
And so yeah, it's mind blowing, but yeah, I don't know what to say really. I knew I liked it and the material in the beginning, and whenever I played it to people, it seemed to have caused a reaction that seemed that indicated that there was definitely a crowd for it.
Absolutely.
But going from there to here, it's a long way to the top.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to specifically seeing you tonight at you guys tonight at Peabody, because the theater is just beautiful. Like it is completely perfect for this type of show. As the shows get bigger, I'm sure the work putting into the show gets greater as well, but the end result has to be unbelievably rewarding when you get a little bit more room and you get more bells and whistles that you can incorporate into the show. It has to be a really great thing to be a part of and see as it goes along.
It is. As a perfectionist, it's also very grueling because everything is a work in progress all the time, and a lot of the things that I have in mind right now are, since we're doing a few arena shows this fall, and that's where we intend to sort of keep it in the future. There's a lot of, moving parts that needs to go. And we just started the album cycle as well. This tour that we're on right now is, technically it's like a pre-album sort of warm-up tour.
Sure.
And, there's still a lot of things in progress. And as a director of all this shit, I see a lot of flaws. I see a lot of things that are not done yet. I won't bore you with that, obviously, but, that's part of being in a movement, I guess, that's going forward and upwards. You constantly, what you present is basically something that is in progress. And since I know where we're going,
right,
I'm never fully content with what I see right here, right now. I'm a little bit more like, well, wait till you see the next thing.
Right. So you're just, it's almost like you're kind of continually sort of proving it to yourself, right?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
We're now doing a lot of the things that I had on the to-do list 10 years ago.
Right. And I heard that you know what's coming up in 2 years and in 3 years, and what you're doing now is what you were working on 3 or 4 years ago, or what have you.
Yeah, more or less that has always been the case with Ghost, especially, and that is not a bad thing. It's not. I'm not complaining. I'm just to sort of to answer your question.
Yeah.
I very seldom sort of just sit my ass down and just like, oh wow, I'm done.
Right.
I'm there.
Right.
We made it.
Right.
I'm trying to not to do that, but and then again, you try to stop at a few seconds every day into like, life is really fucking good.
The first time that I heard this song Rats, for one, I just love guitars so much, and being in 2018, it seems that there is, a lack of guitars in a lot of places. So that when I first heard that song, I mean, it had just initially just grabbed me, and then the video on top of it is such a great companion, with the song. It just gets me excited to hear more of this record, which is going to be out 1 week from today. Correct?
That is correct.
Yeah. And I'm going to screw up the title because I've listened to 34 interviews and everybody says it different.
Do it.
But I think through the Steve Jones interview in LA, I think Prequel.
I try to say prequel, but you can say prequel if you want.
But I just want to say it right, man. I want to do it the way that you want to do it. But you say it's French, and it's French for prequel, right?
Yeah. It's just spelled in a French way, but what I mean is prequel.
Very good. All right, well, good. I just didn't listen. I didn't want to mess it up. You know what I mean? With you here, that would be very embarrassing. So let's.
Paper's Jewelry, NinjaBling.com, the exclusive jeweler of the Riz Show.
Within the last 24 hours, I was actually talking to a friend who went to Moritz Reusch to get the ring that he put on his lady's hand.
Oh, nice.
And he heard it all here at the Rizzuto Show. And
he has chosen wisely.
That's right. Well, it feels good. This is one of those things where not only does it feel good to give the gift, it feels good to get the gift. And I mean like the purchase, like the actual process of getting a custom piece or whether it's a ring or a necklace or something like that. It feels good knowing that you're getting the biggest bang for your buck. You're working with experts. And then now you have an experience where you can share with others and be like, oh, you're looking for jewelry? I got a guy.
And listen, I expect you to do your due diligence. I mean, making an engagement ring purchase is huge, but do yourself a favor and go to Moritz Reusch first. Let them try to get you something, and then go to the other place. You'll be back. I guarantee that. They're the best in the business. Been around for 40 years now. You have to make an appointment. They're in the big tall office building right across the street from the Galleria, 15th floor. It's Moritz Reusch Jewelry, NinjaBling.com, the exclusive jeweler of the Riz Show, where you get the jewels and not the shaft.
I gotta say once again, thanks to Herb Equipment for bringing some toys up here to Riz Farm. And we gotta do some mulching.
The Point.
All right, the number 2 show is back today. New episode drops at 4 o'clock.
4 p.m. today. That's right. We're going to go film it as soon as we get out of here. 818-532-1420 is the Papa Squat hotline. Call in. I got a lot of good calls over the weekend. Just anything you want to talk about, need advice about, more legitimate. Don't ask me what my favorite place to poop is or nothing like that. I'm probably not going to use that. You can say it. I'm just not going to use it. But call in if you got a secret you want to get off your chest. You got a confession or something like that. You don't have to leave your name, or you can tell me to leave your name out of it. But whatever it is, call 818-532-1420, and we will be in there today, and there'll be a brand spanking new number 2 at 4 p.m.
All right. Let's get to some of your emails, rizshow@1057thepoint.com, or even your instant feedback through the 1057 The Point mobile app.
All right, we're going to start with entertainment reviews, then we'll go to some food news, okay? But this one we're going to start with, since you're talking about the number 2 show there, Rafe.
Okay.
This person just says, Severance. We need a spoiler-filled discussion from Rafe and Moon on the number 2 show. This is the most important thing I've ever asked for. Please, boys, talk about Severance.
I mean,
Love you.
why not throw me in there, too? I've seen it.
I've seen it.
Caught up? What?
And Lern is...
Why am I left out of this?
Quote-unquote caught up.
I'm caught up.
Hey, Riz, you and I could discuss it in the hallway, then they'll
I'm
be
going to do
really
it
sad.
on the number 3 show with Scott.
Yeah.
The men are upset with me because I watched the first episode of season 1, and then I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to sit through this. My husband goes, why don't you look at all the plots on Wikipedia and just read, and then we'll start season 2. I go, perfect. Did that, started season 2. I'm up to date. I know what's
So
going
you
on.
read through? You don't really. I mean, you kind of know.
I know what happened.
You know
I didn't
the
see it,
basics.
You have
but
felt
I know what's
nothing.
happened.
You have felt nothing.
I don't know why I'm not into this show. I can't.
Because you haven't watched it.
I can't. But I tried to watch it, and I'm like, like even season 2, which I've watched every episode of season 2 so far, and I'm still like,
It's very good.
it's like claustrophobic for me or something.
Yeah, and that's what it's meant to be.
Yeah, but I don't like that. It's not entertaining
I
to
don't
me.
like being claustrophobic.
I don't like being in Mark's brain, okay, at Lumen.
You know, there is a Lumen building that I pass every day on 40.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
It's Lumen is a
Oh,
company.
that's right. That's
It's not spelled the same.
right. And it's,
Yeah,
it's like a
Lumen.
tutoring. It's like a tutoring place or something, right?
I don't know what it is.
They better be having severance parties there, though. You know what I'm saying? Like company parties.
How do you spell the Lumen from Severance?
It's like lemon with a U.
I thought it was Lumon.
That's it.
Is that what it is?
I thought
But the Lumen here is Lume.
Praise Kier.
Yeah.
Praise Kier.
It's just got a real, it's an open invite, bud. Come on.
I don't want to work on the severance floor. I don't want to be severed.
It's wild. It has a good moral question, and it does have a claustrophobic. It definitely is made to make you feel a certain way.
Dude,
And it works.
spectacular.
It's supposed to make you feel uncomfortable at times when
And
you're
it
watching
does.
it, and it makes you want to smoke cigarettes.
It achieves
And
everything it sets out to
Makes you want to
achieve.
work in an
I
office.
feel like had you given the first season a chance, there are moments that cannot be read on a script
Hook you.
where you would feel anything of how it was delivered. And I'm specifically talking about John Turturro and Christopher Walken.
Yeah, and their love affair.
We don't want you watching it. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
You're killing me.
Get out.
Well, I apologize. I just can't do it. It's too medicinal or something. I don't know. There's something about it that I don't like.
Learns out.
I'm out.
You're killing me.
I'm gonna still watch it because my husband watches it. But.
All right, next.
All right, like I said, we're going to jump down to food news. Sweet Lern. All chip bags are filled with air for shipping purposes. It keeps them from getting crushed. You'd get a bag of dust otherwise. And they are sold by weight, not volume. This is the best radio show ever. 3 out of 5 stars. Sent from Big Chip headquarters.
Thank you for that. Yes, I
Just wanted
understand.
to fill you in.
I love that email. Yes, I'm aware that we need air in chip bags. I was complaining yesterday because of the nut thins that Rafe was
the nut thins.
talking
Which
about.
come in a box.
But there's a bag in the box. And I was complaining because I like those too, that there's, for the bang for the buck, there's not a lot of quantity
You
in
know,
there.
it's on some bags, and I don't know what company does this, but there'll be a line on the bag that says there's at least this amount of chips in there.
They probably had to start
That's
doing that because
awesome.
people are complaining.
I know with some pasta boxes.
Yeah.
No
with
way.
with the Checo, the brand, which is a good pasta brand. DECCEO. There's a line that says the pasta up to here.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Interesting.
Whatever Johnny Googled it, emailed in. We've all opened a bag of chips, air or not. That was light, guys. You
I
know
think
you've
that's
opened a bag of Lay's, you're like, what in
I
the
think that's
hell
been
is
proven,
this?
actually. They're putting less and less in.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Yes.
Or even just less than previous bags.
Your air is
what I mean?
heavier
we
now.
accept that there's air. We accept that there's settling, quote unquote, in shipping, whatever. But I've opened a bag where I'm like, this is some.
BS.
This is
I
going
got
to get
hosed.
this might get an email. I've opened a bag of barbecue Lays where I'm like, there's like a small bag, lunchroom bag's worth in a big bag of chips where I'm like, how did this happen at the factory? This isn't about breakage. This is about swindling the common man.
Mm-hmm. Because I remember as kids, you get a bag and it was pretty full. And now it's less than half.
Yeah, it's shrinkflation, right?
Shrinkflation. That's a thing.
It is a thing.
Shrinkflation is real, guys.
It is. It's the rise in the general price of goods per unit brought on by the reduction in the weight or size of the actual item sold.
Shrinkflation is real, folks.
What is it called?
It's shrinkflation.
Will you read the definition again?
It is a rise in the general price level of goods per unit of weight or volume, but the actual reduction of the weight or size of the item sold. So they're raising the price and they're shrinking up the amount that you're buying.
Well, I have a perfect email to follow.
God.
Please.
I thought shrinkflation is when you're a grower, not a show.
when you go to the pool.
Well, to follow up that definition, how about this email? And we talked about this before because I was on the other side of the camp. Do you guys try your grapes before purchasing the bag? I feel like I've heard this conversation before on this show, but everybody in my circle is telling me that I am the crazy one for trying a single grape from the bag before buying. My entire family, though, says that it's normal. Is this just my family? LOL, sent from my banana phone in the produce section of Schnucks.
Normal to
test the grapes. You guys said that you do this, and I was appalled.
First of all, I never said I did it.
Well,
I don't buy grapes in my house.
Well, y'all said that it was normal.
I'm not the grape buyer.
And I freaked out.
I said I'm not opposed to it.
Thinking that it was stealing.
Right.
But then I went home and said that you guys said it's fairly normal. You're not trying to steal. You're just trying to try the grape. And my wife agreed with you guys. So now I'm like,
it's putting miles on the car. It's taking the car out for a test drive.
Yeah, as we should.
You softened your position just now, too.
What?
You're kind of a flip-flopper on
No,
this
I'm
grape
not.
issue.
You
You
are
are definitely. You said you don't do it and you're not opposed to it.
I'm not the grape buyer in my house. My wife is the grape buyer.
But what do you feel morally here?
You were very adamant about it.
Is it okay to
But
try
it
grapes?
is okay.
I agree.
I just said it's okay.
I feel like we've exhausted this topic. We've talked about this every year since I've been on this show.
Which is 1 year.
Which is exactly 1 year.
Go ahead, try the grapes.
To be honest with you, this is what I do. I just pull out a bag of grapes, I put them in my cart, and then I just have one.
With the price of produce, try one.
Yeah.
I sneak up on the grapes and suckle at the vine like a little piglet suckling his mom's teat. I just suck a grape right off. I don't touch them or pick them up. I just go, I suck it right off with my mouth. And
You're
then
like
I
Caesar.
and then I make eye contact with someone in the department. I go, that's a good one.
And then you say,
and I skitter
I'm not
away.
buying these.
No, I skitter away like a goblin.
Throw it on the floor.
Take that.
I like that about you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Take that, Schnooks.
I'm the Schnooks goblin.
You know what? Come and take it, is what I'm going to say to any grocer employee. You see me having myself a little grape that's all full of pesticides, that's on me. Like, I'm still buying it.
You can't be taking bites of apples.
No, you cannot. Although, maybe you can. And you bring
you can't.
the core to
Slippery
the
slope.
checkout.
You start
You
with
can't.
grapes, you end with bananas.
No, no, you don't.
The grape is the gateway fruit.
No, for sure. No, you have one grape. There's still a lot left. One grape weighs how much?
Nothing, dude.
Nothing.
Hey, stealing is stealing.
It's not. You're trying, and you're eating, and you're buying.
You're graping.
Next.
5 grams.
Okay, let's go with this one. Hey guys, I saw this on Reddit yesterday and I wanted to hear your answers. If you could inflict one minor inconvenience to happen every day to somebody that you hate, what would it be? Mine would be they would never hit a green light. Hope you have fun with this. Love you guys, Tim.
Hi, Tim.
Thanks, Tim.
I
That's
would
a
like
nice
to inflict the wedgie on my enemies. Just riding them up big time. Really uncomfortable. Having to pick it in public, you know?
Yep.
Maybe a little doo-doo on there, too, when you pick it out and it gets on your pants.
Doo-doo.
And then everybody's like, oh,
Wait.
man, he's got a skid mark. That's what I want.
Was the minor inconvenience, or can we have them poop their pants every day? 'Cause that's like that feels like more than a minor inconvenience. to me.
It's minor.
No,
It's gotta
you
be
will
minor.
stub your toe at least once a day. You just don't know when, but it's gonna happen.
But you feel that's minor? I actually kind of feel that gets into some
Well,
harsh
you're not
territory.
breaking, you're just stubbing.
Stubbing, I might as well break it.
Plantar fasciitis is what that leads to.
You're
Stubbing
you gotta
toe.
Stub it. It's gonna be when you stub your toe. What is it? Maybe 30 seconds of excruciating pain, and then it goes away.
But it's immensely disproportionate pain for what it should be. You're just stubbing a silly toe, and it is horrible pain.
Horrible.
Horrible.
Abhorrent.
Horrible.
I'd like it if they stepped in dog crap every day. That'd be fun. That's a hilarious
that's a great
thing.
one.
Because that's just something that,
I
like,
think that's way worse.
because that starts to get in your head. Like, what if, because you know what I mean? Like, if you're, that's a thing that's a thing happening outside of you where you're like, what is going on?
Even
like,
if
they
you're-
start to think they're cursing.
Even if
and then
you're
in their
looking
head.
for it, even if you're looking for
Still get it.
you still get it.
It's going to mess your brain up, dude. You're going to start
Still
to
get
think the cosmos is punishing you because it is. I am.
I like that.
Scott?
You're
I'm trying to think.
inflicting-
Maybe they attract horseflies.
Mm.
Oh, nice.
So
They
they
bite.
walk out. They always have a horsefly and annoying them everywhere they go, and
See, yeah, well, yeah.
or
Yeah,
they
see-
bite the lip everyone.
See, you're inflicting pain. This is calling for a bit more creativity. It's talking about minor inconveniences, not pain.
It's not painful to step in dog crap.
Oh,
It's
yeah, no, I'm
annoying.
not talking about you. I'm talking about the stubbing the toe.
Okay. All right.
I feel like if I had to inflict this, because I would feel like this is karma going to bite me hard. If I put this on somebody, put any sort of evil on me, Ricky Bobby. But it would be something as tiny as your shoes don't stay tied. So you're
Okay.
either
How about
Velcro for
this?
life or you're just
Every time you
constantly
get in the
going,
car,
"Oh, no."
every time you get in the car, it's a quarter tank of gas.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It's so annoying.
Every time.
Or
Every time
less
you get in
than
the, you could fill for the day.
But even when you get back in your car
But
from
even when you
filling
get
it
back in
up.
the car, like
costly.
if you got a road trip, you could fill your car up. But every time you get back in the car, it's a quarter tank.
Expensive, too.
It costs a lot of
It
money.
sucks.
That's pretty good.
Your
We'll
car
take a
horn
break.
goes off randomly.
We'll come back with sports. Yeah, Jim Edmonds, huh? Jim Edmonds out as a Cardinal color commentator on the TV side, and he had some stuff to say yesterday. 9:24. Tuesday, traffic and weather, Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. The highways are clear. Your Point forecast, partly sunny, high of 46. Right now it's 40 at the Point Studio.
Hey, we're the Interrupters! And we're here with our new friends Sarah and Donnie from The Point. We're at Music Record Shop and we're gonna go get some records.
Record and ska. This record is going to change your life. It really is. This is nightclub, gangsters, Rudy, A Message to You, Rat Race, man, Ghost Town. So we come, Interrupters, before we come out on stage, we play Ghost Town, and it's on this. You just have to get, this is, I insist that you get that one. Okay?
If you were gonna get a Ramones record, are you?
Valentine's Day is right around the corner, but maybe you're a single lady, so DraftKings at Casino Queens thought of you too. Ladies, don't miss Galentine's Day, a special event. It's a pop-up event Sunday, February 16th with hourly seating from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's an exclusive covered in chocolate takeover. Create a floral arrangement with Noon and Moon. Craft custom bath salts with Mama's Rehab. Snap selfies with AWS balloons. Photo ops and enjoy a decadent brunch complete with elaborate charcuterie display. And you know I'm a charcuterie fool. It also has a dessertini station, which is the best kind of teeny if you ask me. And the bubbly, baby. You still get the bubbly bar. You still get a little bit of champagne in you. And each attendee can enter to win a Michael Kors purse set to give away, valued at over $1,000. Space is limited. Purchase tickets in advance at DraftKings at CasinoQueen.com. And every Saturday in February from 6 to 9 p.m., win a share of the $60,000 in royal free play. Start earning entries from 8 a.m. Sunday, January 26th. You can activate your entries from 4 p.m. each Saturday, and the drawings take place from 6 to 8 p.m. So don't wait. Go to the website right now. Make yourself an appointment and celebrate yourselves and your friends and the love of good, special, feminine friendships on Galentine's Day. Go to DraftKings at CasinoQueens.com. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-BETS-OUT.
It's 105.7 The Point. Donnie Fandango backstage, way back Pointfest, Goldfinger, and we got everybody. How you
whole
guys doing?
band.
It's great to have
Woo! Thanks for having us.
Well, and welcome back to St. Louis. I know specifically people were absolutely stoked to see you guys and have you guys back here. And, our buddy Moon is waving that Goldfinger flag when you guys aren't here, man.
Moon rules.
Yeah, pretty much.
I've known Moon way before Moon.
Thanks, buddy.
He's a really good man and an incredible musician, and it's an honor to have him in the band with us. Really, really incredible.
And I say this, and we're going to do this. We're going to make him feel uncomfortable. We're going to talk about him right in front of him. All right. But you have access to probably thousands of musicians. Moon, we see what Moon does with Greek Fire and things. What was it about him that you wanted to bring him into Goldfinger? Obviously, he can do a lot of stuff, so I would assume that. He's a good-looking dude. There's that, too.
The first conversation I think I ever had with Moon was, would you make out with Sting? And his answer was, of course, yes.
Yeah,
of course.
in an instant.
Yeah.
Can I get an autograph, too?
And we both were in agreement that we would both jerk him off. And that was actually what we were talking about.
That actually is
It wasn't
true.
about making out.
Yeah.
It's about...
Yeah, you had the poster above, and I was like, that's my dude, man. Him and Garth
And you
Brooks.
slept in the studio and wanked every night to Sting.
Yeah, I didn't even tell you that. How did you know that?
My camera. I had my camera on you.
Man.
So I was wanking to you, wanking to him.
One question that I have is, we see you guys do these little pockets of tours here and there, and I know you guys all have day jobs in which that you do with other bands and producing and things, but why don't you guys do more? It seems like when you do, people are freaking pumped when you're playing shows and putting out a record. Is it just a matter of timing, I would assume, with all of the other projects that you have going on?
Well, I mean, look, there is a bunch of factors, including my knees are not 18 years old anymore. And we all of us, I mean, I'm probably the oldest guy in the band. I mean, our boy Nick Gross here on drums is our youngest member who's got
16.
very healthy knees, but only one testicle. And that's okay, though.
Yeah,
it's
it's
all
a
right.
big testicle.
It's hard. It's large and in charge.
Hey, that's good,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
It's just good that you make use of whatever it is that you have.
Yeah,
you know
it's
what I'm
true.
saying?
It's true. It gets the job done.
And that's all that matters.
He's about to have a baby, so it works perfectly well.
Yeah, it worked great. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yesterday I was mowing the lawn, listening to The Knife. What a freaking great record. What an absolutely amazing record. How long did it take you guys to put that together? And when will we hear any more new music from Goldfinger?
It's a great question. I mean, look, that record was 10 years since Hello Destiny, 8 years, maybe 8 years since then. So I had written a bunch of songs that I knew I write for a lot of other groups, and I knew that these songs specifically would not work for these other artists I was producing, and I kind of held them in my back pocket. And then in the end, I kind of wrote maybe 7 songs that I felt like could round out a record, and then Mike and Phil played on the record. Charlie just rejoined the band, Charlie Paulson from 1994.
Charlie Paulson.
Good to have you back.
Charlie
Love
Paulson.
you, Charlie. He's played, how many shows have you played now with us?
Back 5.
I know that I've said this to you guys before. I was talking to you here at this venue when you got arrested at the Warped Tour back in 95 or 96 or whatever.
We were just talking about that
You
earlier.
guys gave us passes, me and my college radio buddies, because nobody else would. Thank you for that. And before your set, we'd interviewed you. You said, come back after the set. So we did. And we were talking to you guys. And as I'm talking to you, I can see the Maryland Heights police and a golf cart coming up. And I was like, oh, I know what's going to happen here. But it was legitimately the first time I'd ever been backstage and thought, this shit happens like this all the time. I have to have this job. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was unbelievable. Do you remember that
I
day?
totally remember that. Yeah, absolutely.
Did you spend the night in jail?
It wasn't John or I, it was our drummer.
Right. No.
And Fletcher, the guitar player from Pennywise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, because I remember he was telling people to pull the barricade down that day. No big surprise there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, after Guns N' Roses and Axl, we figured this was the place to get arrested, and we nominated Darren. So.
Wow.
They were just talking about it on the way here and saying that we need to relive that moment. I think it's Mike's turn.
No one's going to jail tonight. We're all parents and husbands and all that.
Nobody needs that. All right.
He's only got one nut.
We're good to stay hydrated and get a good night's sleep tonight. I think that's really what we should all be focused on. All right.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, thank you as always. I know you're busy. I know you got a lot to do, but we just wanted to get you back and say hello and thank you very much for
No,
playing.
thank
our
you
show
for
tonight.
having us. It's awesome.
It is Goldfinger backstage, way back Pointfest. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
That's correct. Yeah, we don't want to do anything to scare your children. That's the last thing we want to do. We don't want to scare anybody.
Fans, great news. Underdog is available to play here in Missouri. Now, the best app for the big game party isn't on the TV. It's on our phone. Underdog is the easiest way to get in on the action and cash in on our sports knowledge. Just pick higher or lower on player stats, yards, touchdowns, even interceptions. And you could win up to 1,000 times your money. And I've been using Underdog all season long. And for the big game, I mean, we're talking Patty Mahomes, we're talking Saquon Barkley. If you think you know what's going on, who's hot, who's not, make your picks in just a couple taps and ride along, baby. And with Underdog's cash out option, you could win. You could win now, whenever you want. Just tap that button. Plus, if an early injury ruins your entry, Underdog Rescues has your back with a promo refund. Underdog is the best place to play champions. Sign up now with promo code Riz to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. And if you are here in Missouri, you get an extra $50 when you play your first $5 entry. Must be 18 and older and present in the state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. $10 deposit minimum. See UnderdogFantasy.com for terms and conditions. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. All right, we got a couple minutes left. Let's do sports. All right, Moon, what do we got?
Well, first we'll cover what happened on Saturday night at the NBA trade that shocked the sports world. Dallas Mavs have sent their superstar Luka Doncic. Doncic to the Lakers, and this is a guy that everybody in Dallas thought was going to be in Dallas forever.
This was a big deal.
Dallas got the All-Star big man Anthony Davis. Other players and another team, Utah, were involved in the trade, but the story is Davis for Doncic. Pretty surprising. Shocking all over the place.
Saw a very good tweet from someone that was like, explain this to me in girl terms. I don't watch basketball. And someone's like, Destiny's Child just traded Beyonce to TLC for Chili. I said, yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Perfect.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it is.
I understand now.
It's interesting. The article that I read basically talked about how it shows that Mark Cuban and...
Mark Cuban's not the owner anymore.
I know. They're saying, but remember, even though he went to minority owner instead of majority owner, they said that he was still supposed to be in charge. But it shows this is the proof that he's not in charge.
Wow.
Kyrie put home a great pass from Robert Thomas from behind the Utah net for his 22nd goal of the season to help the Blues beat the Utah Hockey Club 2-1 over the weekend. Hopefully this gets us pointed in the right direction. Blues play the Oilers tonight at 7 p.m. here in St. Louis. Now, the STLtoday.com article about Jim Edmonds says, obviously he's been one of the team's television broadcasters for the past 12 seasons. He will not be back this year. FanDuel Sports Network officially confirmed when asked on Saturday. The company said this: Jim Edmonds will not be returning to our St. Louis Cardinals telecast this season. We want to thank Jim for his many contributions to our Cardinals coverage over the last 10 seasons and wish him the best. Edmonds could not be reached for comment at that time, but then he was on McKernan's show yesterday. And he threw out a lot of information, honestly. And what's crazy to me is all that, his tone and everything would probably not be received very well, except for the fact that there's a ton of Cardinal fans that are really upset from these last couple of years that are kind of like, Edmonds is saying it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let me just play. So this is from our sister station, 101 ESPN, the morning after with Tim McKernan and Martin Kilcoyne.
Nice.
And Doug Vaughn. So this is Jim Edmonds yesterday.
Yeah, that goes to that story right there. That's basically all that needs to be said. And spring training, I haven't gone really down to spring training in the last couple of years. It's just not. It's not fun anymore. The baseball is, they don't make you feel like you're wanted. Be around the stadium. I love Ollie, the DeWitts. I have so much respect for Mo. Everybody's great, but somehow indoors in the inner circle, it's just not the same. It's not the same organization. It's not fun to be around. They make it pretty obvious. Even the security guards, like, hey, it might not be a good time. I'm like, fine with me. I don't need to be in there. If you don't want me to tell your pitchers that they're tipping their pitches or this guy's pulling off, then I don't really give two shits about it. So I'm gonna take my talents out here to Tennessee and learn how to be a gardener and a farmer.
Damn, savage.
Dang.
Yeah, it was interesting too, and he also said an unnamed third baseman was even trying to get Mark McGwire in the in the organization.
clubhouse?
Yeah, to try to like help with some hitting and stuff. And he was saying that it's not an inviting place for like the old alum to kind of rub off on the younger players. They're just not doing that anymore. It's a different culture.
I heard Fred Bird was giving him the cold shoulder too.
Fred Bird. Follow that bird. I'm Moon and that's Sports because doing the bull dance. Fred Bird.
Fred Bird.
Fred Bird.
All right. We'll take one final break. We'll come back, wrap it up.
All right, so here we are backstage, the Stiefel Theater. Mr. Nathaniel Rateliff, how you doing, sir?
I'm great. I've heard there's been some going back and forth about the pronunciation of the theater, because this used to be the Kiel Auditorium, right?
It was Kiel.
Right.
Then they changed it to the, oh gosh, what was it before this? It was the Peabody.
You know, I think it's time for you to talk to your neighbors and find out why they seem so happy. And I have a feeling I got the inside news right here is that after 3 years of inflation and all that debt that's been crushing them, for the first time in ages, they've actually had cash. Now, this cash they use to secure their retirement, pay off bills, and even plan their future. And they didn't win the lottery. No, they did a great financial strategy called the Sell and Stay program with Truehold. It's absolutely easy. Their home value had rebounded so greatly and it sold quickly to Truehold, and they got to bank all that equity in cash. But since they weren't ready to move, they could stay with an easy, affordable lease, and Truehold even will take care of their property taxes, home insurance, and all those essential home repairs. Truehold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life, so get a Truehold offer right now where your home values are high. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out your home's value without moving, that's Truehold.com.
Will there be celebrity guests on this show? Who does number 2 work for? Have you ever wondered what your boss's bathroom routine is like? Well, me neither. But we might find out today whether we like it or not on the number 2 show. In the wild ecosystem of the workplace, there's a unique species we've all encountered and have to navigate. The boss. Ugh. Just as David Attenborough would guide us through the behaviors of lions and gazelles on the African plains, let me take you on an office safari. You won't need binoculars, but perhaps a strong cup of coffee or a sneaky sip of the flask you keep in your top drawer, Frank. That's right, Frank. We all know about the whiskey. Get a handle on things. From the prowling micromanager to the elusive Captain Cryptic, here's a glimpse into a few of the bosses you're bound to run into during your 9-to-5 jungle adventure. Hey, can we get a cool graphic right there? Like a cutaway to like a guy in a safari hat that's like, welcome to the jungle! And it's like, rawr, like a big jaguar noise? No. Okay, moving on with the monologue. The micromanager from hell stalks your every click like a digital big brother. If they could, they'd probably control your mouse pointer from their office. Personal space? They ain't never even heard of it. They want to camp out in your ass like it's Yosemite. The Ghost Boss. Paranormal Edition. Woo! Sightings are rarer than Bigfoot, but their cryptic midnight emails haunt your inbox and are damn near as blurry and unclear. You may never see them, but their passive-aggressive notes are proof enough that the truth is out there. Woo. The Parent Boss, but not really. They drop outdated slang, dab unironically, and think that TikTok is a brand of smartwatch. They're hip, they're cool, and they're dying to tell you a dad joke that will toe the line of getting HR involved. In a world where your boss could be a friend, a foe, or a complete enigma, navigating the workplace becomes a dark comedy in and of itself. Each day is a roll of the dice, a game of chance, or a slow descent into corporate madness. But welcome to the jungle, and don't forget your coffee. Welcome to the jungle! Rawr. What the hell, man? Where was that graphic when I asked for it at the beginning of the monologue? Well, today we're flipping the script. We're trading in that luxurious radio studio for something a little more intimate. My guest is the voice that wakes you up, shakes you up, and probably makes your morning commute bearable. It's the one, the only, the man who usually is number one, but today...
All right, fellas, if you feel like you're running on empty, Mentality Health is here to help you out. Let's talk about why you might not be feeling like yourself, and maybe it's low T. Low energy, low motivation, you're tired all the time, you gained a lot of weight, you lost muscle, especially that belly fat. You feel anxious, you're moody, you're irritable. Low libido, you're not the same man you were in the bedroom that you once were. Mentality is a local healthcare facility that specializes in helping men feel and perform at their best. They offer FDA-approved testosterone therapy combined with semaglutide to target fat while maintaining muscle. Your energy comes roaring back. Your belly fat burns off. Your muscles strengthen. You feel like yourself again. Confident, driven, and ready to tackle life. Be the dad who can keep up with the kids. Be the husband your spouse knows you could be. Feel and perform like you did 10 or 15 years ago. Stop settling for a fraction of your potential. Take back your numbers. MentalityHealth.com/radio. MentalityHealth.com/radio.
All right, so I got the gig of the day here today, like no doubt about it. We are here with the guys from the Revivalists and Becca, our grand prize winner. We are here at Music Record Shop, and what we get to do today? Record shop.
I would just like to point out one of the all-time great record title names by Ween, 12 Golden Country Greats.
Oh, that features the song.
There are 10 songs on this album.
But it features the classic Piss Up a Rope, which is like an amazing freaking song. That I have that record. That is a really, really great record.
Good stuff.
And I'm not even the biggest of Ween. And I don't get all the Ween stuff. Normally that's like my brother's thing, but that one I love.
Yeah. They got some great songs too.
I love that this store has Angel Olsen and Roy Orbison together because when I first started listening to Angel Olsen, I was like, this reminds me of Roy Orbison.
Yeah.
And I just love her records. And in general, and Roy Orbison as well.
This is Coming Home With Me. This is one of my all-time favorite records. Yoshimi Battles the Pink Robots by the Flaming Lips. It's a masterpiece. Do you realize one of my favorite songs of all time? I need this on vinyl. This has become a part of my collection.
And that's one that you got to have, like you got to listen to that where you can hear all of the sounds.
Yeah.
Because there's so much going on in the production.
This CD lived in my car for about 3 years. My high school Jetta, Volkswagen Jetta.
Oh, very nice. I'm gonna get this on vinyl because I don't have it, but I had this on cassette, CD twice, bought the digital, digital version on iTunes or whatever, and don't have this on vinyl.
It's funny because when we were in the car on the way here, I was thinking maybe I'll get some Beastie Boys today.
Yeah.
Science. I have this already. It's surprisingly good to cook to.
I would have never thought of that.
Science by Incubus. It's just like weird, heavy space metal, I guess, kind of.
Do you remember how long those dreads got from Randy Boyd? Oh man, that could not have been easy upkeep for that man.
Yeah.
Maybe it was because there was no upkeep. I don't know.
Missouri sports fans, great news. Underdog is available to play right here in Missouri. Now, the best app for the big game, it's not on a platter, it's on our phone. Underdog is the easiest way to get in on the action and cash in on your sports knowledge. You just pick higher or lower on player stats, like yards, touchdowns, even interceptions, and you could win up to 1,000 times your money. If you have no skin in the game, like you don't care who's going to win on Sunday, let's make it interesting. Who's hot? Who's not? Make your picks in just a few taps and ride along. And with Underdog's cash-out option, you could tap the win now whenever you want. Plus, if an early injury ruins the entry, Underdog Rescues, they have your back with a promo refund. Underdog is the best place to play champions, and sign up now with promo code RIZ and get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. And if you're in Missouri, you'll get an extra $50 when you play your first $5 entry. Must be 18 and older and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. $10 deposit minimum. See UnderdogFantasy.com for terms and conditions. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
The great battles of our time. Man versus nature, intellect versus instinct. Burrito versus butthole. Here in this fortress of solitude, we reflect and ponder tough questions about life and ourselves. And the toughest question of all may be, what do I wish I could accomplish before I die? Mine eyes have seen the glory. The proverbial bucket list. Why is it called that? Do you have one? Should you have one? If so, what should be on it? Let's dive into those questions today on the Number 2 Show. You know, they've always said to think outside the box, but here, inside this box, we've had some of the most profound reflections. They say inspiration strikes in the most unexpected places. Sir Isaac Newton, an apple tree. Archimedes, a bathtub. Me, well, let's just say there's a reason I'm broadcasting from a bathroom stall. The bathroom. More than just tiles and toiletries, a vault of solace, a chamber of reflection. Ever think about how much history, philosophy, and yes, even strategy have been contemplated in spaces just like this? I'm pretty sure when Bill Shakespeare wrote To Be or Not to Be, he carved it with the quill on a bathroom stall before he put pen to paper. How many of you have had those aha moments in the restroom? Think about it. You're all alone, free from distractions, and suddenly the answer to that problem you've been mulling over becomes as clear as the bathroom tiles. Recent studies, and by studies I mean a quick poll of a few of my friends, reveal that bathrooms are like unsung brainstorming chambers of the household. I'm pretty sure if we placed whiteboards in showers, we would have solved world hunger by now and probably perfected teleportation. But today we are switching gears to contemplate life's big picture, the journey. Which brings us to today's main topic. Follow me through the glory hole as we explore the bucket list. It's a concept most of us are familiar with, but how many of us truly understand its origin? The phrase kicking the bucket has been around longer than we might think. But why a bucket and why kick it? Historians theorize about a grim tie to execution, public hanging, to be more direct. With kicking our own bucket away as the last thing we do before we die. That's a stark contrast to the delightful and daring dreams we jot down in our little dream journals before we go night-night. Eventually, we flipped the bucket over, took a seat, dropped a deuce, and got to thinking, what do I want to do before I die? Take my pal Rizzuto. He's always dreamed of drop-kicking a mofo. His dreams may be violent and small to us, but they're big to him, and there are plenty of people running around out there that could use a nice Double Dragon Van Damme-style drop kick right to the side of their temporal lobe. Or my pal Lern.
So, are you feeling a little tangled up from that date you put over the holidays and you're still messing with that right now? Well, let me help you out. You got to go to First Community. They always have incredible options for you to help you in your financial situations. And here's one thing that is awesome. By using the equity in your home, you can actually consolidate that debt into one monthly payment. And you only advance what you need when you need it. And then you just pay that one monthly affordable payment. And you can pay that balance off at any time with no prepayment penalty. But your line of credit, it will stay open. So you're going to save a ton of money. And it even gets better because right now over at First Community, they're offering a first-line home equity loan with the amazing introductory rate of only 4.99% for the first 12 months. And the current rate on that loan is 8.24%, but you won't have to pay that for a full year. Again, only 4.99%. And those are obviously a fraction of what you're paying on your high-interest credit cards. And with no closing costs, no application fee, you're saving tons of money, and you're going to get yourself out of debt way quicker, and it makes sense. So go to First Community, ask them about their home equity line of credit, and swing by any of their convenient locations. I mean, they have over 40 throughout the area, so it's very easy to get to a First Community. Go to firstcommunity.com. That's firstcommunity.com.
Of Pain on 105.7 The Point. You are live with Liv, and I am backstage at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater with Breaking Benjamin, getting all of our swears out so we don't do that on the air right now. Gentlemen, how are we?
We're good. Great. It's good to be here.
Good. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here. And I'm going to start off by saying something I said to Brent Smith a couple days ago of Shinedown. I'm a fan before, being a DJ and having a cool job. And I'm sure you guys can relate to that too, that you're a fan first with so many of these acts. What does it mean for you guys to be out on the road with Bush and Alice in Chains?
Well, we grew up with them, you know, so it's like surreal, They go back before our musical endeavors into our real life as, whatever you want to call that. So it's really surreal to be talking to them and hanging with them, and they know who we are, as people, oh, hey, Ben, or hey, Jason. We're like, oh, my God.
It's still getting used to it after 2 months.
Yeah, and it's been 2 months.
Yeah, I mean, there's a moment of breakdown, I would think, between being a fan and they seem so distant, and now they're a peer. And I think that probably takes a while to digest.
That's your word.
Yeah, it took some liberty with that word, but
closer than maybe the average.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Quiet and respect. We're getting all the fans set up here because it's
toasty.
It is hot as.
Good thing it's not hot today.
Yeah. It's fine.
Because that would be uncomfortable.
It's fine. You can still get your tickets. It'll cool down when the sun goes down.
True. Hot and no swearing.
Where's all the fun in
Why
that?
am I here? I'm just kidding.
I will say, again, as a fan, some of my favorite concert experiences have been at Breaking Benjamin shows. And I saw you guys last winter for your Unplugged tour. And that was cool as hell to have such an intimate experience with you guys after seeing you guys on such a huge stage like this. So what is that like from you guys to go from a tiny venue to a big venue? What's the pros and cons of each?
I think every band will say the same thing, It's more intimate, like you said. And then this is just
will you be doing the same thing, making the same amount of money in 5 years, or are you kind of stuck? This sucks. I'm sitting in traffic right now, going to a job I hate. Well, you could change your life and career in just 4 months. Yeah, career in technology. And you'll have unlimited growth opportunities. Now, you've heard about Centric for a long time. I've been talking about it for a long time. But why have you not done anything yet? And graduates of Centric are always saying, man, I wish I would have done this sooner. Don't wait for something bad to happen to let somebody else make the decision for you. Make the decision to change careers your decision. I mean, maybe you tried college, it didn't work out. Now you're stuck at a job that you don't like with nowhere to go. Look into Centric and a career in technology. Again, you could change your life in just 4 months, not 4 years, 4 months. And your new life starts at centric.com/Riz. That's CENTRIQ.com/Riz. And make sure you ask for Patrick Nealon.
All right, first big summer show of 2018. We've got 30 Seconds to Mars and Wellesley Arms and Walk the Moon and K-Flay. How are you?
I'm doing great.
It's really great to see you. I got to tell you this, though, kind of changing up the interview from where I thought I was going to go. I want to know about the fitness regime in which that you have, how you do it out there when it's 105 degrees, because I need to.
Okay, so we've just started something. We're calling it Witness the Fitness.
Okay.
It's good branding, right?
Right.
We're off to a good start. But basically, with a tour like this too, we have a lot of downtime.
Sure.
So we're trying to take times when we could do bad things and do good things.
Oh, very good. So you're just kind of keeping yourself busy, more or less.
Sort of.
But then also doing something very good for your mind and for your body as well.
Exactly, because I feel like one of the things, there's a weird cycle that can happen on tour where you get locked into this never changing Groundhog Day thing.
Sure.
And this is a good way to disrupt that potentially damaging cycle.
Absolutely so. But I mean, and also too, though, I mean, you're kind of able again to do something for the body as well as
and it's good for the mind.
Yeah.
It's very good for the mind.
You don't do well with downtime, I'm assuming. As far as you get bored, probably super easy on that.
I do get pretty bored, yeah.
Well, what do you do when you're not working, when you're not touring? I assume we've had this conversation before where I know you write a lot, where you're always doing something, but I would think downtime would almost be your enemy to a certain extent, just for you personally. You know what I mean? You probably don't dig it.
This is like a therapy session.
Yes. Yeah. I'm good at that.
I have trouble with quiet. So yeah, I'm working on that. I mean, for the most part, honestly, this last like couple of years has been pretty much work stuff.
Right.
Pretty relentlessly, which is, I mean, I also just like making music pretty fundamentally, so that feels like it's always worthwhile, even if it's not going to be a song for me, if I'm just like trying to get better at guitar and recording riffs in my bedroom or something like that. But I listen to a lot of podcasts. I read a lot. I do a lot of crossword puzzles.
Yeah.
Big crossword puzzle fan.
I've turned to the crossword puzzle game here recently, which is because it's never sort of been my thing.
Okay.
But then my two youngest like really got into it as the school year went on. So I found myself like actually buying like a crossword puzzle book at the grocery store in the checkout. Now I'm only a couple in and I'm not very good at it, but it's a nice little challenge for the brain. You know what I mean? Like I find myself like actually probably using parts of my brain I wouldn't be using otherwise.
Yeah, we've been talking about this. Crossword puzzles are like an interesting skill, like a very specific skill. I was sort of like trained by my father to do them and be good at them. So I started doing like the New York Times Sunday puzzle, not like I needed help, but as a young kid. And you kind of learn like there's a language to crossword puzzles that you develop over time. So you kind of have to do them to be good at them. Like a lot of really smart people aren't that great at crossword puzzles if they haven't done a lot of them.
How young, like when you say you're doing this, like how young are you saying that you started doing it?
I mean, well, he was always doing them, so I was around them, but I probably started helping around like 7 or 8 or something like that. I wasn't very good.
But still, I mean, but to be able to be a part of that process and help in any way, shape, or form at 7 or 8 is pretty stinking impressive.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, absolutely so. I want to go back a little bit about the whole Grammy process, and I know you had a chance to talk to Lux about this, but I want to know, like, how do you find out about something like that? When you do find out, what are those first couple minutes like? And then I can imagine the calls that you're making after the fact have to be some of the most fun and exciting phone conversations and calls that you've ever made.
Yeah. Actually, Brandon, who's not pictured here, but he's standing in this room, he's off camera. He's here, though. You called me. At like what? Oh, he tried calling. Oh no, Lauren. Right. Okay. So I live with like one of my best college friends in LA in a house, and so she came into my room, and I'd just gotten off tour, so I was like trying to sleep in a little bit, or not even sleep in, just like sleep till 9 or something.
Right.
And she came into my room and was like knocking, and she's like, "I'm really sorry, like." You have to talk to Brandon. So Brandon had tried calling me. I didn't pick up because it was on silent.
Right.
Because I'm not a monster. I have my phone on silent while I sleep. And he was like, "Yeah, you got nominated for 2 Grammys. Call your mom, and then you have to do a radio interview." So I did that.
That's just unbelievable because I mean,
and I didn't know I had, by the way, no awareness of them being announced. I didn't know I was submitted or anything like that. You know what I mean?
I just can't even imagine. Because then it's got to be, even as you're telling these people, it's got to be kind of surreal, like, wow, this is amazing.
It's very bizarre. I mean, as someone who has always kind of had the, like, DIY indie background,
People in bad circumstances, instead of just selling you a car, the Auto Loan Pro is going to help you get your life and your credit back on track. Little to no money down. The Auto Loan Pro is going to work his ass off to get you the best rate possible. Now, anybody could sell you a car. It takes a pro to do it right. Making a big purchase with finance, okay, it's complicated, especially if you've had that hiccup with your financial situation. The Auto Loan Pro works with over 50 lenders to get you the very best financing. And if you don't know anything about how your credit works or maybe how to get started in repairing your credit, go to autoloanpro.com and download the playbook to success. It's all right there for you, and it's free. That's autoloanpro.com. If you're financing a car, there's one thing to know. It's choose the Auto Loan Pro. Don't get suckered by one of these other dealerships into getting something you don't want and paying some outrageous price. Autoloanpro.com, autoloanpro.com.
We are backstage at...
All right, that is it for us. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Check out the clip of the day brought to you by Michael's Flooring. Also, the podcast. That'll be there for you if you missed anything. And that's sponsored by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. Moon, today's podcast is titled...
The grape is a gateway fruit.
Yep. Okay. Moon, what else?
Can You Feel the Punk Tonight? On sale Friday at 10 a.m. Be prepared. We have May 3rd. Big shows. May 3rd. 3 o'clock matinee show, 8 p.m. show. This is all your favorite Disney Songs done up punk, metal, ska. It's so much fun. May 3rd, tickets on sale this Friday on the Points website and on the pageant's website at 10 a.m.
Learn.
Follow me on the socials. Learn versus radio. Thanks.
Rafe.
Number 2 show, 4 p.m. See you tomorrow.
King Scott.
Follow me at King Scott Rules. And if you are in a band or you're a performer on social media, whatever you're doing, you're singing, you're writing some songs, and you want to be heard, you got to go to 1057thepoint.com/breakingbands for a chance to get on a new podcast that Columbus and I will be operating. Toot toot. It's going to be awesome.
Okay.
Toot toot.
We'll leave you with a selection from our teamers. Remember the day brought to you by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill from Labadie, Missouri. Lynn Gustafson is our teamer today. And Lynn, once you hear this song, enjoy it. And we will see you tomorrow.